Yo, chat. Sorry. I know I have some audio problems. I gotta figure it out. 1 second. Audio test, audio test.
Over in EU, NAC, Brazil still waiting to happen. Some big games and stories to conclude. Well, guys, this lobby list, right? Or the leaderboard rather. Top 13 is what we're targeting if we want to hit the summit. Right now, QK and Khan at 197 are in that top 13, right? And even if I look up just one more placement, Muzz and Sphinx only a point ahead. So, you know, Kelly, coming into today, a lot of these players either have to just put it all on the line and hold on to this top 13, or if you're outside that top 13, you really need to do everything you can to break through.
I mean, QK and Khan in our final game from day number 1 was a great example to show just how crazy things shift in a single game. They were on our page 2 for our standings, and to get that final victory royale of the day, rocketing them up to that coveted 13th spot, because that is where the Dusseldorf tickets are earned. But of course, we still have 6 more games to go, and there's still some big names outside of that range, Vivid, and anything can change when it comes to Fortnite.
Yeah, the second page is scary. It'll be interesting to keep tabs on this to kind of see how this is going throughout the day. Obviously, we know how yesterday went towards the top of the standings. 1 point separated first and second place. And who better than Acorn and Bolt and Cold and Rapid to go ahead and fill those spots up. Now, they just had an incredible run yesterday, both of these teams, and it was all about consistency. And obviously, you know, we're in this new little bit of competitive Fortnite where storm surges change and all these players are going to have to keep adjusting their strategies and everything like that. But what made it possible for these two teams to be all the way towards the top of the leaderboard was how consistently they were able to make it into the end game. And Zeke, we know exactly how that starts. It's going to start with some of the damage down.
That's right, man. Let's take a look at some of these numbers. When we took a look at these, we were like, wait, hold on. You said how much damage? But yeah, I mean, as we compare the two duos, I think what's interesting is when we look at zones 1 to 7, Acorn and Bolts, they have more damage, right? But Kelly, when we flip on over to those later zones, it actually flips again, right? Cold and Rapid now have more damage.
Okay, I think our audio is good. I don't know what to do. This is being weird.
Early establish themselves so they can get Storm Surge tags, whereas Cold and Rapid are definitely in-game players. Destroying that mid and low ground, Vivid, is what they are known for, but Acorn Bolts definitely have a different play style.
Yeah, we can see it right there. First and foremost, zone 1 through 7, Acorn and Bolts have more damage dealt than in the moving zones of the game. Like, that's crazy. Usually, you know, you're box to box with people, you're doing all that shotgun damage, but what kicks it off is Acorn and Bolts are laying all the way on the north side of the map. They have access to a launch pad. They're, of course, going to combine the effects of a mist and an overdrive grenade to make sure that they can fly as high as they possibly can. What this allows them to do is, even though they're landing all the way on the north side of the map, they can kind of fly all the way across the map and still secure themselves a very good position inside of the zone. What this kind of allows them to do is base up, just deal all the damage that they need to do, like we saw zones 1 through 7. It's an incredible
Hey, you see my comment on YouTube?
But because they're so safe, because they're able to land in those high priority spots,
wow,
they
really?
don't really take any damage. And with the way that
I was having some audio issues I was trying to fix, but I don't know what's going on.
Yo, Zach, for some reason my audio is not working on Fortnite. Why? On YouTube.
Crazy. We gotta look on the other side then, right? We talk about Acorn Bolts, let's talk about Cold.
I don't know, what'd you do?
I think it's insane.
Nothing.
That we are coming in
Is it just supposed to automatically work?
But for these guys, they're landing middle of the map, right? So
yeah, as long as your settings are set up right.
I mean,
or they got reset. Did I have to do something to the Fortnite to add it, or no?
And then everyone can see the pathway to success.
Your Fortnite's in the gaming, right?
Really locks in. And
I don't know.
And Rapid have really shown themselves of kind of being able to just handle this mid ground. They have the center of the map, which allows them.
A game crack, really, Thrax? What?
Yeah, it's going to be a similar strategy
game
to
one
what
on?
Akron and Bolts are
Nah,
doing.
right?
A little bit different, right? Because they're not going to be utilizing a launch pad, but because they do land
I
center of
never
the map, they're
started
usually
that.
pretty
Oops.
close to all of the zones, right? They can kind of just walk over.
Nah, game one
face
hasn't
up,
started
and
yet.
again,
7
from
minutes.
there on out, it's pretty
Hey,
much
Thrax,
the
you're using, like,
same
Thrax
thing.
something,
You've got
right,
this
or no?
tall tower, you don't really take
Or what's
damage
your
while you're
update?
in it, but you're in one of these high priority spots where a lot of teams are going to be rotating by.
Chat, top 3
You can
gets
get all
points
the
here, man.
damage dealt
Hey, this is
that
like this
you
sweaty
need
game.
to.
I fuck with this.
And
We're
Rapid
actually
and Cold,
trying.
they're focused on one thing, and that's going to be getting Cold to the end game, finished day
Oh,
number 1.
Isaiah's out of it, bro. Charlie's got to
That was
clutch the third by
absolutely
himself, I
popping
think.
off. If it wasn't for that game 6 little
Dork is a
fumble
solo.
between them and Veno and Kurt,
Charlie's a
man,
solo.
I think
Dork's
they
a
would have a big
solo.
lead right now.
Fate and Anonymous are up.
Man. It's a time for redemption.
Eli's a
right?
solo
Day 2
just
will
in
bring you
general?
things.
Oh,
Thrax,
Thrax, you're on Eli's team.
Bot review, take a step back, refresh themselves, and now we're thinking
Yeah,
6 brand new games. Anything can happen. Now, before we continue the conversation, I
Yeah,
want to
you
go
got
meet up
points,
with
bro.
our casters. And Jacob P. Arts, MDF,
Don't worry.
say hello.
Well, today is going to be a great day for sure, Monster. We
Hello,
crowned
thank you for the follow.
FNCS champion, but as well as some of our duos are playing.
Yeah, we got
I
7
need
minutes
to
till game
point
1.
out the
I'm glad we actually did one more
individual
question.
factors that are going down in some of these games. These solo impact points that some of these guys are clutching up.
The copy
Talk
team
about
from
the
last
1
game
point
died, I think.
differential in first place. Well, look at that man
Yeah, I don't
on
see
top
them in
of
here.
his bolts. 88 solo impact points. You also got Curve and Peterbot who are
They
also
got
in the top
thirsted.
10. Osin and Viv who are also neck and neck on that leaderboard. So I'm even wondering, when things don't go your way and you got to throw the plans out the window, how will these solos
How's your day
perform?
today, boss?
Yeah, what's incredible about this is Bolts is the
I
only
mean, I
one
haven't
of
done
all
much.
those players we showed there that is currently obviously in first place coming into day 2. And what's more interesting is this is, again, a notorious duo that when Acorn comes back on day 2 style finals formats, he's usually better than we've ever seen him before. So he's still doing what he normally does. He had a relatively underperforming day 1, but Bolts is just going crazy, really putting the team on
They
his
lucky
back, really
I don't
playing
have my
exceptional
mouse, bro.
Fortnite, and the highlights speak for itself there, Jacob.
I don't got his
that
mouse.
was only day 1.
All right, chat.
So far,
Top
Peterbot
5.
at the bottom of
2
that top 5
solos.
list, 50 points, and he's the one that
Yeah,
kind of
Isaiah was
made
back
those
in.
exciting
What the
glitches popular
fuck?
in the past couple of seasons. Will
Yo,
that
that's
change?
crazy,
I
okay.
don't know. We still got 6 games to find
5,
out.
chat.
Kelly and Vivid, what do you guys
Eli's
think?
trying to clutch up this top
Jacob, you know,
3 for
I love
him
that you
and
bring
his
up these solo impact points, right?
duo,
We think
bro.
about if we, you know, cast our minds back to yesterday, Game 6. For a moment, I thought, is this a solos competition? Because it's just every high-profile
Bro,
duo are
how
all
did bro
solos, right?
smash
Come
his
in
key-
to
his-
game number,
his
game number
mouse,
6,
bro?
and they put
You
on
rage?
such a show. But
Ron is trying to get solo
right?
clutch
Like I
here,
said
chat.
right before, with a brand new
Eli's
game,
trying to get solo
anything
clutch 2
can
into the
happen,
top.
and we're excited to see
3
what the Spurs
solos,
have
4
prepared for us.
solos, and a
Because
duo.
again, top 13, and we're also playing for an Axe of Champions. Now, as we continue this conversation, why don't we talk about some of the players we are excited to see? Visual
Yeah,
and
bro,
Brave
actually
immediately
smashed it.
comes
Damn,
to
Eli
mind.
dies in top
Fourth
5,
place
bro.
currently with 311
That's unlucky.
points.
The duo came for him
Talk
first,
to
bro,
me
out of
about these
everybody.
guys in the lens of, like, what do you think they prepared coming in for day number 2?
I mean, for visuals and braids, I think they're just gonna. This is
Who's
such
your top
a
5 in
silly thing,
grands?
but I think they're just
So
playing
my
some
predictions
games
from
that matters
yesterday,
best. Bruce
I had
Lee once
Clicks,
said, "Don't fear
Higgs
the man
first,
that's
Peter
done
Polio,
1,000
Cold
things
Rapid
one time. I
third,
fear the man that's
Curve
done
Vino
one
fourth,
thing
Ager's
1,000
Ritual.
times. And I feel like visuals
And,
and braids plays the same game over and over and over.
Yeah,
Kind of
and then
have a little
Acorn,
bit of
Bolt
passive
6,
game.
Muzz,
Make sure to get a few
Muzz's
tags.
Sphinx and
They
7.
go into the end game with just a little bit above storm damage, but they make sure to always enter the good, smart engagement.
So,
and
yeah.
then they disengage when they need to, and then they have a ton of heals because they didn't enter these early and mid engagements, so that they're able to
Who was that,
survive
Robin?
all the way to the end. And although they're not able to grab a ton of eliminations, they're still able to get those placement points. But this right here is the number that I wanted to talk about, that they have played
Ending my
10
op with
consecutive FNCS
10
finals
points for the
together,
win.
more than
Yo,
any
Ending my op, who's
other
your
team
teammate,
that
bro?
we
Who's
have
anonymous,
in our
chat?
region. And I would be hard
Who's
pressed to
anonymous with
find
10
any
points so I
other
can give you
duo
your
in
points,
the
dog?
world. However,
And then
Vivid, fun fact,
Ben,
the
where's
other duo
Ben
that
at?
have been on an FNCS finals together for 10 FNCS
Ben's actually been
finals.
locked in, bro.
It's
He
you
went from
and me.
getting 0 points yesterday to a good amount of points today.
I was really wondering what
Okay,
team
Ben
it
Ivy, you
could've
have 4 points.
maybe
You got
been.
what? How
We
much
have
points
been
was it
here
for
for a
the-
long time. Shout out to my duo partner here, Kelly, and of course Zeke, always keeping us on our toes. Man, I don't even know what I was gonna say after that one. Visual and Braids, fourth
was it
place
5?
on
Yeah,
the
it was
leaderboard right
5.
now. 28
Ben, you're up to 9
behind
points.
first place, and I gotta tell you, Kelly, I'm happy that you kind of broke it down because
Robin's
we
at
talked about all the
5 points
chaos kind
now.
of coming into this season
Ben's
with all
up
the
to
new duos.
9.
The fact that these guys have stuck together and it's working right now, really happy to kind of see how that's panning out. And I gotta tell you, I'm looking at their match history over here, and their last game.
Chad, so who won that, by the way?
46th place with 0 eliminations. They got 0 points that game.
Charlie.
If they had a good game like they did in all of the other
Charlie
games, they'd be in first
is
place
at
right now.
15 points now.
Fortnite fam, I hope you see that what me and Vivid see all the time again on the broadcast is that Kelly is a menace. Okay, why don't we talk about one last duo? It's
Isaiah, you're
Hobby
at 32
and
points
Undiminished.
now.
You know, they're currently in 5th place, right? 270 points, but again.
So points rolling for top 3. I give top 3 their points.
New strategy, time to VOD review.
Chat, who's the other person that won?
Well,
If
you
even
say the word new, and
ended
that
my op
immediately
and then
makes me
somebody
think
else,
of
bro.
how this team
Who
formed,
won? Let me
and
know.
it's such a beautiful story to be written.
Jeremy,
in
were you
conjunction with visuals and
were you
brains.
ops
The
teammate?
finish is the
What's your
third of
epic so I
that
can
trio
type you
that
in
we
for
saw
10 points, bro?
compete all last year together, and we know that Hobby was originally
What's your
playing
epic name? Give me,
throughout,
please.
before Major 1, dropping him literally the week that Major 1
Okay,
was
bet.
starting.
Try to be
They
non-anonymous,
finished,
but
formed together and
chat.
made this new duo
so
with
we're gonna
that
watch
juxtaposition
NA Central. If you guys want to come
of
back, do
visuals
customs
and
afterwards,
brains
we could probably do
from last
customs.
duo, and to see them
But I'm also gonna
still
watch.
doing
I don't know if I'll
well,
watch this.
playing
Nah, I
to
probably
what
won't
their
watch it.
advantage is, and
We'll see. We'll see how I
just
feel though.
making sure that they
I
are
may or may not
making
watch
it
West
to the
later.
end game, and I know that sounds
So,
silly, Vivid,
yeah.
but when it comes to the FNCS,
So only
sometimes
first
it's
gets a.
worth it.
Doesn't sound silly
Oh,
at
yeah, I
all.
think my
Consistency
audio's
is
fine.
key.
Yeah,
when it
for
comes
this
down
one,
to
Bolts.
Fortnite, and right now these
Sorry,
guys have
chat,
an
I was having
average
audio
time alive
problems
of
yesterday.
20
My
plus
stream
minutes. So they're kind of
yesterday,
consistently
I
making it to those later
went
stages
back
of the game.
into it,
A
and
couple
some
of fumbles
crap.
I did see when I was kind of looking at some of our top teams and how many times they've been struck by Storm Surge. Unfortunately for Hobby and Aminish, they were kind of up there. I think they each took like 20 around like
You had a
20
adventure
each, where
sir.
some of our other top teams I saw Visuals and Braids 0 times for both of those guys. Acorn and Bolts 0 times. So Hobby and Aminish just a couple of fumbles when concerns Storm Surge, but if they could fix that, man, they could make a run for that top 3, top 2. They could win it too.
Another duo we actually didn't talk about is currently in 3rd place. Agers and Ritual, 331 points. Kelly, that's only 8 points behind Acorn and Bolts. I mean, come on. We're going to make this happen, right?
Yeah, it's Ages and Rituals. They already got a victory royale. They already got a 2nd place. There's a few games where they're making it to the very end, and they're just not being able to stick together and survive to the very final moments. I'm talking about that 21st and 17th place game that we saw from yesterday. But Agers and Rituals are definitely within contention. It's crazy looking at this leaderboard. Literally, any of our top 8 can make some crazy plays.
This thing's
and
annoying
jump into
me.
that 1st place spot.
I'm happy that you mentioned top 8. What about top 7? I see Clicks and Higgs sitting in 7th place right now. They started yesterday so hot. It looked like they were going to run away with the competition. Their high ground, it was so clean. I want to see them return to form today, have a good 6 games, and see where they end up.
Good bit. Will the rivalry continue, right? They're right behind Peterbot and Pollo, right? Only 6 points behind them. So there's just so much that can happen today. 6
Wait,
games
how
to
is that
determine
even
it all. Fortnite fan, we hope you are as excited as we are. With that being said, Game 7 is ready. Let's kick off the competition. Casters, over to you.
You know, coming into today, Monster, I'm looking at the leaderboard, trying to get a feel of who actually had the chance to win. I went in my head all the way down to 8th place, Reed and Cooper. Then I thought Cole and Madden, they're playing well. Benno and Curve, they know how to take over games. Threats and Veer, they have been performing phenomenally. So when I go in today, I'm like, who do you really think can pull off the win?
And that's the thing, you know, we have these teams that are notoriously better on day 2, but then again, anything can happen. You see that breakaway performance. Some teams just get a little lucky. Some players just outperform, play above and beyond their usual selves, like we saw with Bolts yesterday, really taking it far here. So Jacob, I mean, I'm with you. I do think, obviously, if you're in the 300-point range, you got a great shot, but you got to prove it first.
Throughout day number 1, Monster, we've seen big games, over 100-point games, almost every single one by at least one of those teams. So I kind of agree with you. It'd be crazy to think a lot of these teams can't catch up, but with a day break in between, a chance to VOD review, fix some of these mistakes. You got a new chance at life. Dragon, Preon, Jack, and Pen, they're still going head-to-head at the split drop. It is going to be a 50-50 instead of trying to take 2 different sides. And Pen getting tagged up down to 26 HP. Jack as well. They get the first knock on the Dragon. He can't clean it up though. He just falls short of that mark. Now it's going to be up to NPen to try to push in, but he gets taken down as well. Creon really clutching up.
Yeah, this has just gone back and forth. You know, each team having their individual moments essentially, but Creon and Dragon in the end are going to win. And they go right into Electro, and then he exposed himself. And no, you know they're going to push here, especially after seeing the shield crack. There's no reason not to. And not only that, don't forget, Electro was playing really good yesterday. I mean, they even got the best of Veno and Curve at some point. So this is not a team that you could just push over.
Yeah, it sounded to talk about adjustments from day 1 to day 2. Electro and Oak were one of those teams. They landed up here, they landed at Battlewood, they came back up here. So already you can see the feeling to start their day. We're going to do better off towards the top. Let these two teams fight it out, and let's try to crash as a third party and clean it up. Paper and Rezi, a few struggles yesterday. Paper going down to a little bit of fall damage in the off-spawn fights. But one thing I've learned about Paper over the last 2 years is he's someone I feel like you could never count out. No matter how bleak it looks, he's somebody that usually ends up inside of the bubble.
Yeah, he finds his way, man. When there's a will, there's definitely a way, and Paper is a vet.
Okay.
He's been around the block.
Let's see what's happening
quite
in this
some
game.
time. And other teams that I want to see a little bit more from today is obviously Veno's team in the end game. We saw how much of an explosive early game they had, finding all those extra eliminations, rotating into teams like these that are lurking on the outskirts. Jumping in with the early team fight right now is the first for Neo. Noisy have zipped it down right now. Void just playing roll around here, trying to stay in the game right now. They
Oh,
give him a little too much space.
Of course, bro.
Here.
Being a 1v1 is a very interesting position. You really don't want to let him get that res.
I got Rapid winning.
It's kind of hard.
Rapid hold's not a bad option at all.
Getting tagged up once you play a little bit too aggressive. Third parties are all around on this side. EO is going to be able to clean up that first knock, the elimination. Cypher quickly goes in, gets the materials. That could be the difference maker in him surviving and going down to Neo. He's looking to press in this fight.
Definitely like what I'm seeing right now, but at the end of the day, Neo gets a little opportunity to back off.
Zach, you got winning today.
It's good for him to do that. They understand
clicks,
the
no, I'm just kidding. I don't
general
know.
area dynamic is that there are other duos here as
Open
well.
up the
right?
leaderboard
This
and
is
choose somebody, bro. Go to Fortnite. I'm gonna
surprise
like you.
to them at least, obviously. Given yesterday they had all types of third parties show up. Tyler and Chance on the other side.
I don't know.
Things a little differently here.
Probably the team that's in first place. They were
They
dominating.
know that team is towards the south. That's
Here, I'm gonna give you the leaderboard so you can see it again.
So they're lurking up on one.
I mean, Rapid and Cole were.
Shot,
I mean,
not much build confidence. They realize they have the numbers advantage. They're trying to take it while they can.
Bro, check that, like I said,
They
too.
get that first knock on the slip.
Bro, look at
Without
first and
even
seconds,
taking
right?
too much damage,
But yeah.
That's one thing we always point
Who do you
out
think
in
would
moments like
if
this.
first and
It's great
second
to get the
one?
elimination, but how much damage did you take back?
But the
from
leaderboard's pretty
surge?
close, bro. There's been a lot of good
Winning
teams.
their off-spawn fight as
Top
well.
three
You
is,
gotta
like,
be careful
all
here.
really
Was
good
down
right
to a
now.
sliver of
Yeah,
HP.
you can't go wrong with any of
I mean,
those
top
teams
four.
winning.
That's not the kind of
I mean,
position
even
you wanna
fourth,
be in
bro.
when you're finishing it
Like I
up.
said, they were a surprise to
Rapid
me, but
obviously get
shit, they're
right
different,
back to the
apparently.
opponents. Such a different dynamic, the way Surge plays out. Chance and Tyler doing a good job right here, though.
We go Rapid
Pushing down
winning, let's
Toronto.
go.
Toronto missing those important shots that are at least going to buy him a little bit of room. Gets one counter fire off, but in the end, Tyler, Chance find themselves with a clean elimination here. And Jacob, a lot of players are now officially eliminated this game. We're down to just 76 or so. You see even
We'll
Peterbot
be
there.
more aggressive this game.
Recognizing that they have to play for a big game right now. Peterbot's someone that yesterday towards the tail end, I'd say the last 2 or 3 games, seemed to be playing really aggressive in the early game.
Yeah, I think you kind of realize, especially with a lot of these teams, Clicks Eggs, Peterbot, Boyo, and you even saw Acorn and Bolts in some instances where they were either on the line of Storm Surge barely ahead or in some instances below that actual damage threshold. So sometimes you're going to have to think differently and probably pull out one of your tricks. We know Peterbot can get aggressive and flip that switch.
You know, I got-
moments
you know, I got-
think a lot
you know, I
of
got
players
Poyo
are
and Hayes winning it
the same
all
way,
today,
whether they're
Zach.
contested or not.
They're winning.
Kelly was one of the ones that spoke about the point differential in eliminations from a 1-point
You're
format,
1 to
a
4.
3-point format. This is 4 points per elimination.
Wait, what do you mean?
We broke it down yesterday. The very last major that we had in NA Central was decided by 3
You wanna
points. That's
force
one
4K?
elimination.
What do you
Obviously,
mean,
that's
Bolts?
2 placings difference.
Take your favorite
winning
song?
the actual
Bruh,
events, yes.
I don't even
Yeah,
know.
we
You put
saw,
me on the
like, there was
spot,
a
bro.
moment yesterday when Clicks was
Favorite
going for that big read out
song?
that they knew, and he knew he had to risk it all, and he was willing to go into the storm. just to
Taza, we're
try to
not doing
secure
cousins
those
right now,
extra
but
eliminations. He knows better than
if
anyone
you come
how
back
close
around, like,
things can get towards the end.
After NAC Grands, bro, we'll do customs.
See there. Officially been
I'm looking down to run some squads too.
Yeah, that kind of breaks all the builds. Gets you a little bit of shields, but doesn't really help when you're all full shield. G-Money just trying to go ahead and move in, help out.
Here, I'll give you a
Mac,
song, bro.
takes
It's alright.
a big shot straight to the face. Neko's going to attack from the other side. 20's there, still trying to put pressure, playing a little bit more careful. Doesn't have shields, can easily get one shot here. Instead of using it, he's just trying to put down pressure with Neko. But now that Magma and G-Money have healed up, it might be a wise decision to finally pop those heals. Eventually, that wave will burst through this area and break.
Here, let me
all
write in the
builds
YouTube
spot.
chat for you.
Ready for it. 20 with a cheeky angle, landing some good shots onto G-Money yet again. This is such a claustrophobic fight here.
What do you think about that, bro?
Still having a huge advantage.
Great angles. However, they've already gone through 2 of their Flowberry miss.
I
So
tapped in the chat. I don't know if it's
big
that. Oh, yeah, I
investment
did.
so far. This has to come to a screeching.
Oh wait, let me
halt
change
here
my
soon,
thing.
or it's not going to be looking good for anyone involved in this fight right now. G-Money jumps back over, gets some of those extra heals, and they're trying to find an exit strategy.
Yeah, it's not every day you see fights going down underneath in these tunnels, where there's kind of the 2 ways in and out that you kind of port through, then usually one exit. So we'll see if that fight does continue or either teams do try to disengage out. Peter bought Boyo this time around. I know you talked about that one elimination, but it seems like teams are getting more and more comfortable rotating in towards Swiftly Shores. Maybe you have to account for yesterday, one of the big focal points of their strategy was building that massive surge tower just outside towards the gas station. Teams are maybe saying, hey, we can go in, sneak some, maybe try to get out. But a different change of pace for Peterbot and Poyo. They're actually going in, looting up the entire
Let me know what you think, Miles.
So for CDZ and Raven, this might be a chance for them.
What is this? Jacob. This
is
is NA Central Grands, bro.
Definitely. Or you can think about how
The clicks
aggressive
die?
they were
I don't
playing.
think
They were
so.
actually leaving their POI to
Oh,
try to
we got
fight
Adrian and
other
Ritual
teams,
up in
so
here.
For
Alrighty.
CDC and Raven, maybe some of their strategy revealed to them, like, we can kind of come around. They might not even be here.
Already what?
Clearly not the case.
Already
here.
6-7?
Just
Virtual Agers can't
hope
quite
my
catch the
audio's
lurk onto Visual
fine
Embrace. That
today.
would have been a massive elimination.
Yo, by the way,
right
can you guys
there.
hear
One that
the
would've surely shaken up the leaderboards, given that both teams are neck and neck right now.
Show there.
Visual and Braids get lucky enough here and don't let their guard down.
the blessing and the curse for Visual and Braids, though.
People
is
get money for this?
the
Yeah, this
last
is
game
Grands,
of
bro. This is
day
the
yesterday,
finals.
they went down
People get a
to
lot
team
of money for
lurking
this, bro.
on this exact spot. Visual and Braids, for the most part, since they land just outside of Dark Dominion on this split drop, and there's mountains, and then on top of that, monster at center zone. How much better can it get? They usually stay here for the first 4
You
to
know people to win
5
this
zones,
make
depending
a
on
lot
where
more
it
money
goes,
than you do
and consistently
a
gets
year's
damage,
deck.
because no matter where the zone goes, north, south,
Obviously.
east, or west, the chances are very, very high. Teams will have to rotate around Visual and Braids.
Who's gonna get his first
Inside of the
FNCS
zone.
one? I guess we'll have to wait and
They
see,
just make
man.
it a huge focal point of their
Is
strategy.
Peterbot gonna make a
That's
major
why
comeback,
yesterday,
chat? I don't fucking
you
know.
kinda see that in
I
terms of
think
Visual and Braids,
where's
and you can try to plan around
like
it.
just show us bolts,
Bolts,
show us
if
fucking
breaking down
Peterbot,
their
show us
rotation
clicks,
from the
show us
backside of their
Agers,
POI, that long launch pad,
a little
that
bit of
makes
Muzz, a little bit
utility,
of
and
Cooper and
another
Reed.
instance
Why
of
not?
that as they quickly get to zone.
Okay, Peterbot's good. He's at his
Two
POI.
teams that had a near perfect day.
Oh my gosh, what is Reed and
Really dropping
fucking
up rounds,
Cooper
but
doing? They're
talk
fighting
about
Muzz
teams
and
falling short right now. You have
these are
Reed
two
falling
tier
here.
1 teams right here, chat.
From a team in the distance, Muzz and Sphinx recognize
These are
danger
probably two lane
immediately
teams,
after
bro.
the Flowberry miss comes down, and
Wow, that was a
in
crazy
they
fight
go
to take
get
out of
the
them.
finish up right there.
Oof.
It does seem like they are now rewarded with
I don't
all
know about that
extra
push.
loot.
What
Cooper
was
rotates
that?
Right into CDZ. Raven puts down some
Like
good
Reed and
pressure onto
Cooper, are you
Raven
fucking
there.
kidding me?
But do they
That was
recognize their could be
generally a really bad
just the
play.
solo here on the other side of the wall? That is the question here. I think Cooper knows
Like, you know Humble
that
Hills
he's
is
in big
fucking
danger here, so off he goes.
Muzz and Sphinx
It's just
POI.
continuously getting worse. Look at where he's rotating.
Cooper gonna run into
Boyo.
Clicks and
They're
Peter.
one
Oh my
team
god.
for sure.
How do I
If they
say
go
Clicks and
for
Peter
a
Bot? But my head's so
solo,
You've
much.
been
especially
saying
like
that?
this, they're gonna
Yeah,
go
all
in.
day.
It's Peter Bot and
Trying
Polio,
to
bro.
rotate in. Big damage coming out from the both of them. Cooper backed up against the wall. They continuously try to spray it in. Just one of those shots needs to breathe through the build in order to connect.
Yeah, I know,
in order
bro.
to get that elimination. But Cooper is swiftly
Oh,
moving
yeah,
in
Cooper's
outside
out of
his
game
build,
1.
dropped the bids, is able to
Peter
get
Bot
minimal
Polio,
amount of
bro.
shield. At least he's able to help him survive his onslaught, at least for an extra couple of seconds here. But Peter Bot and Polio continuously on
You
the
don't think
look
it's gonna win
again.
between
They know
Clicks and
this
Peter
player,
Bot? I don't know,
Cooper
bro.
is a solo, so they're not going to stop until they
Yeah, I don't know if
secure
either of them are
that
gonna even win.
elimination. 4 more points for Peter Bot and Polio in a game that's looking very, very accelerated.
Gifted.
I want them
that
how to dream
time
that
around
Clicks and
as
Peter Bot
well,
were on a
just
duo.
landing right on them as they were trying to
that bad,
finalize
Zach?
their metal reserves for the
Yeah, I don't know if that'll
mid-game
happen.
here. Meanwhile, look at this. Veno in curve. No elims just yet. This is definitely a huge surprise to us as we've seen them be
Oh
overly
my
consistent
gosh.
when it comes to elims.
Veno
in
Kerr
the
going for the
game.
grief.
What is
Not even the
Veno gonna
grief, like, this
chop
team's
his
taking their
down? Like,
mountain.
I'm curious at this point.
It's much easier to chop than some of the metal
It's
and
just
brick
wood.
bases that we're seeing. He's going for it. Doesn't look like a Vive or King got the signal yet.
They don't notice.
And they're dropping down.
They not notice, they
It's
notice.
actually Veno, yeah, this was actually Veno's base, so maybe they had an inkling he was going to lurk on over. Not sure if they got the audios or not, but able to survive a potential disaster there as Veno just scurries
They
away.
definitely got the
reunites back
audios.
to Curve, who already has his
That's why
base
people
set
say
up
visual
in the
audio
main
shouldn't be
buildings
added, bro.
north side of the Battlewood Boulevard, but you see where the zone is actually pulling, so you see
You think
why
visual
Veno
audio should be
and Curve
deleted,
would take
Zach?
a different mountain or a different approach to this game.
Because low-key, I feel like they got the visuals off of that. I don't think they actually heard it. Or what do you think?
Almost edited the whole base.
I don't know. I almost feel like
piece of wood there.
they should change it
Though in the end,
a little bit
There's two elims here.
to where how I think they should just make it how it used to
It's a bit of a
be,
different end game for us, right? We have Riptides in the zone right now.
where if you had no audio on at all, then you get visual stuff. But if you have audio on, then you get none.
Absurdly well. See if they can continue to pick up the
Or like the
pace
mono
here and
audio, no?
propel themselves
Or it's
back
like you can,
to
I guess
the
you can
top
hear, but like you don't know
position.
where it's
Cold and
coming
Rapid
from.
on the other
But
side
then
were
you'd still be able to hear that chop.
the
It's,
team
I
that
mean,
was
still.
finding all those eliminations.
I mean, in end game,
the
it'd be a lot
end
worse
game,
for
like
you.
The amount of
know what
success Cold
direction.
and Rapid managed to string together when it came to end game elimination.
Kanata did West
clearly
because it
showed
was easier.
understanding, Jacob, given that
I
they
mean,
had
shit, both is
just
working.
It's an insane amount
Peter
of
Brown
points
always
based on
does bad, then
elims
comes back.
Yeah,
Low key,
5
bro.
games,
That's how it's been for, like,
3 eliminations.
a
With
couple-
the first game being
a couple
7th
seasons.
Place. Unfortunately, that last game of the day, they got 1 elimination.
I would say every
They went down
season, but
in
yeah.
26th place, so
To be honest, his
outside
last
placement
actual,
points,
like,
all they
major
got is
tournament,
those elims.
he
So
did that in,
Acorn and
bro.
Bolts, who's been
At
consistent
LAN, he did not
all
do good
day
at all.
one to get that 1-point lead for the Victory Royale. See how things continue to shake out. Javi and Aminish here, sitting on the leaderboard, 5th place.
That
going
was
into
running
this
still.
game. And this is where there's a little bit more of a gap. Everybody in the top 4 has 300.
The music low-key vibes with me actually made it.
Javi and Aminish are sitting at 270
There we
points
go.
on the overall tournament. You can see 15th place with 4 eliminations was going to be their starting game, and each and every one got better.
Honestly.
Minish Javi here on the move, playing the outsides. I kind of like this, right? Using this storm to tank here and go for
me
the
just put
north
the music
side.
quiet, if you
Definitely is a strat. Now, this is a team that didn't tank storm early, right? So they actually have the luxury, Jacob, here to take
But yeah,
the
also
lead of storm,
Bolts,
right? Other
also
teams will
Bolts,
find
like,
themselves more in the
Kanata
storm
wasn't getting, like, a
kind of
good tier 1
danger zone,
teammate,
but
bro.
here they are.
And I mean, I think he
Zone
would have
moves
just
right
rather
into the
taken,
mountain. They have relatively strong position.
what's his face? As a team,
On that
anyways.
mountain, so you can easily pull off of that mountain, but if you're up there, you can shockwave off, you can go ahead and take high, or just simply use the running shockwave to cover distance.
Oh, yeah, Victor V.
Mid zone, going into 6.
I mean, Victor V was just a better option than what we would have
Take
had.
inside of
And
the
then
zone,
Victor V had a,
into 5 in about 20
like
seconds.
Kanata said, Victor V had like a POI on West. So, it was kinda free, bro.
They have extra white HP heals, and they just want to dodge all the chaos of this mid game, where typically you will take damage from
Alrighty,
players
well,
trying to rotate in. Visual and Braid just
about to
spot
get
out
into
Max, spot out
the
Moppings in
good
distance.
part of game 1.
Kind of building and but rotating parallel to make sure they don't take too much damage. Bucky and Zen, though, they're in the fray, in the mix. You see them teeter-tottering up and down below that damage
Bucky and
threshold. As the
Zen.
dust settles, they're going to fall below, but Zen once again takes some damage, 103, and he gets a good shot coming out from Bucky onto power, back to back to get the elimination as well. That sends him flying up that Storm Surge leaderboard.
That was crazy. Big performance, big opportunity there for Bucky to keep his team in the game now. They went from danger territory to well above and safe now. They just have to survive the onslaught. And look at this.
Yo, Bucky and
They
Zen played
eliminated
bad
that team
yesterday.
long before
Let's see if
they
they
could
pick
even
it up
get
at all
situated
today.
and start digging into
I'll
the
think they go a
heals
little
that
bit of
they
a
were
comeback.
pretty
That'd be
much
fun.
saving up here in the reserves. But
And Bucky's
Ritual
been an
8
OG
is
for
not
so
looking
long.
good for him right now, as he is down and out. This is all up to
Obviously
Angels
not as good
now.
as he was
He's putting
before,
his team on
but
the back here.
still a good player, making finals and shit.
But couldn't quite get the extra heal here.
Yo, Agers and Ritual are down. This is good. This is really good for, like, Peterbot, Pollo, Clicks and Higgs. Like, this is good for them, bro. They want this team to die. In the top 3. Also, Visual Braids. Those are the 3 teams below him right now.
to actually clutch this out and turn this.
I'm not
still
gonna
into
lie,
a positive
Aegis
sum
might need
game
a
for them.
crazy
Yeah, it's 264
fucking
above
clutch
the
here,
damage
man.
threshold. That can
It would be
teeter-totter
very
potential where
impressive
the
though.
zone goes.
63 up.
Easily try to go ahead and grab
Zach, what do you
shots
think,
on
bro?
players rotating through the sky.
I think
It's
he's
not
out
the
of it for
only
this game.
solo there. You see Salt
I don't know. You
and
never
some
know.
others on
Hey.
that side of the map. Probably
Exactly,
easy
yeah.
detection, though, since they're all solos.
Peter Van Pollo are looking good. Look, Visual Braids.
Very, very
Visual
slim.
Braids
As
is
opposed
fourth.
to this side
Yep,
of the map
the
where you have
fourth.
Peter Pollo and a few other duos positioned 600 above the damage threshold. And you're seeing almost a different approach to start the games yesterday to start the games today. Yesterday, they were elevated pretty high up in most of these end games, going from zone to zone. This time around, they're going to start at the low ground and probably elevate themselves with each and every passing zone.
How much Pucky pays
Have
Zen?
to definitely find
Zero
some
game?
positioning. Not sure if I've ever seen Peter
Dude,
Pollo be
Zen
so
is not a
passively
pro
tucked
player,
in the
though.
low
Zen
ground
is-
on the backside of zone here.
Zen is like a great like tokens player, but like
The zone's gonna pull
he's just
far
getting
and
to comp.
away. Now again, they have
And
that
like
natural
Bucky's
terrain to
also a
play
good
off
veteran
here, so
IGL,
they're
so
gonna get a
like
lot of value for
Zen
their
would take
shockwaves.
somebody like him, you
Real
know.
catch is if opponents
I
start
mean,
to
Bucky was
base
a
up
past
sooner
tier 1
rather than
player.
later and
Obviously, he's
get
not tier 1 no more, but
pretty much a bit of that high ground. They
he's still
will
like a respectable
be able
player.
to be opened up to a
And he's
bunch
a
of
fine
fire.
IGL, but yeah.
Threats and Veer find themselves below the surge. They actually try
Nah,
to
Bucky wins. That'd be
this
that'd be
week for the
fire,
moving
bro.
zone
But I don't
here
know
as
if they're gonna win a
opposed to
game.
looking for a fight right now. So this is a team that's going to be fishing for damage here on the moving storm.
Ooh, Veer and Threats are not. Dude, these guys are unconned at one of the most broken POIs. Like, they get a mythic gun every time, by the way. You see that mythic pump? They literally get that every game. They land at the sand POI at the edge. You know what I'm talking about?
Just because you're contested,
Yeah, I think so.
It's
by, Boulevard. It's on the- I don't even know what direction that is from Boulevard. You know which one I'm talking. We dead as land at a lot.
They're trying to get one of those shots to bleed through. They have the Thunderburst, the consistent pressure.
Above,
No
squibbly on the
look
edge of the
their
map.
side, 60
Yep.
below, taking damage. They have no extra heals, Monster, in this moment. They are
I don't be
gonna
knowing
jump
no
above.
POI
Short-term
names, bro.
for them is not going
I
to
barely
be a
remember
thing, but they
Squibbly
need
and then
persistent, trying to
what?
put down the pressure, 'cause
Wonky.
just because they're ahead here
The
doesn't
Cliffs
mean they're
and
going to be
then-
ahead in the next zone.
Humble Hills.
Peter Pollo, though, continues to do what they do. We
Damn,
said that
bro,
they
you
were
know about
looking
POI, stop playing with me.
uncharacteristically positioned on the backside of
Little
zone.
30.
You can see it's ending up playing out in their favor. They find a Elam
And then
here,
fucking
they
Hollywood
rotate in
POI.
smoothly right afterwards. But when you start looking up towards height, when you start looking at
called
who's
balance.
Why does it make
positioned
this-
for the big win once again here,
Yeah, Hollywood.
it's Clicks and Higgs. I love that they're trying to take on this identity as a high ground team and one that's willing to put everything on the
Hey,
line doing
Battlewood
it.
Boulevard.
Yep. 8th zone though, we've seen so many instances yesterday with
calling it
team
Boulevard,
after
though.
team after team.
Ooh,
Somebody
Ager's
before that eye
not
guard trying to
clutching,
fight.
but
Ager's
down 80,
was
he can
one
still
of
get a
them. It's
clutch
not
here,
gonna
though.
be one of them in
He's
this
one
game.
big tag, though. One
77
big
below
tag
the
and saves the
damage
game.
threshold by himself, tries to
See,
sneak
look
a
how
shot in
small
on
8th
Jarvan
zone
and
is.
Carillion. Doesn't find any luck there, but he needs to be persistent because he is out of heals.
Oh,
165
it's second moving.
HP. He can only take about 8
Not
ticks
like
up
the first
the zone
moving one.
total, even if he was full health. And those ticks are being a huge difference maker, forcing him to try to make
Yeah,
a
he's
play here.
145 above as a
Gotta be able to make
solo.
above on that last one because of the shockwave of somebody else. But now it's
Ooh.
his turn to try to
He's well
shockwave
stacked,
it.
though.
He
Fried,
takes
though.
the same amount of damage. The blessing here,
All I
though,
can get
Monster,
for him.
for him is Storm Surge just deactivated.
He's gonna miss out on a lot of
That's right, we
placement
are
points
inside
here.
that top 40 from the high ground, though. Clicks and Higgs doing exactly what they do best. Already finding
Clicks and Higgs on
several
height, they're
sets
getting the
of
kill.
elimination, little extra damage
They're getting
onto
Come on,
contested by
Higgs.
height,
look to
though.
be curving Higgs there, bro.
Zen!
While we look away,
PG
Zen
Warrior.
tries to come up here. This is, of course, Bucky and
Okay, but
Zen
they just kinda
trying to make a
bitched
play for
Zen
height,
off.
but Clicks and Higgs
They just
shut
bitched
it
Zen off.
down,
They're like, oh, hell
and
no.
they remain successfully in control here at the
You're
moment.
getting
Now,
chopped, guys,
do keep
right
in
now.
mind, they committed very
They
early
still have good
here, and
builds.
They didn't have max material. All that they're
Yeah,
trying to
Clicks-
do right now is show that
Clicks
they
and
are
Higgs
willing to
always commit
dominate height
very
here
early,
and
bro.
play for
That's
the
like the
win.
scary part about their plan, bro.
Higgs finally getting that.
Okay, they had taken down Bucky already. Zen is still up solo
They
now.
need more kills, so this
Falcon!
is good.
Peter Bonnet-Pollo going for high chat!
They're gonna
Nah.
shockwave to the
It's gonna be
front,
quick-
not just
oh,
yet
nope, they're
going
not high
for
enough.
height. We still got a few more zones for that to be a possibility, but if you look at their material count,
They didn't have
might
the-
have to
if
get
they had
elimination
Fizzberg in it, they
first.
go for
Moses
height there.
makes them be above. Acorn and
They
Bolts
popped it
down
last
below
second, but
in
yeah,
the
they didn't
mud.
have it.
Find
Acorn,
himself
okay,
two
Acorn
more
and Bolts on the low
eliminations
ground?
here. Acorn not getting one, so no
Bolts
sight
getting a
for
little
him, so he has to
fraggy.
beeline it to the zone. Not a lot on
Very
the
good
Chug
builds
Jug
right here,
either, so a
74.
dangerous position here for Acorn to be in.
And there's opponents in the storm as well. Bolts is
Visual
somewhat
solos,
left
Braids
behind
is
here,
down.
trapped in the build.
Bolts
Meanwhile,
back in
Cold
zone.
and Rapido, a
Cold in the
single
mid-ground,
unit. This is
only
what
one
we've
kill
seen
for
them
them.
do best. I won't count
Kill
Cold
wise
out
start off
any
a little bit
further,
slow,
as I've
but
done
dude,
that
you know
once
Cold in
before,
that
and I
game,
made the
bro.
mistake
That
by
motherfucker goes
saying
into like
so.
5 kills in a
Veno,
couple
curve
seconds.
on the other side have 4 eliminations.
Curve and Vino
This is what we
getting
wanted
kills
to
like they
see
have been
from
all day
Bell
yesterday
Curve.
and today now.
Yesterday, they just couldn't quite figure out their end game.
Salt and enough are
find
coming up.
footing. But now here we are,
Peter
seeing a
Lott.
stronger than ever Venom.
again, they have almost
Peterbot's on like yeah, the low ground.
Everybody else. Peterbot
Trying to get a kill.
Trying to get into the box. They
Peterbot Polio with 3 kills right now, chat.
So they just continue on getting to the front side of the zone.
Click is playing right now, bro.
Pizzas.
This is the first thing game. This is game 7, chat.
Ooh, Clicks
We're
is
just
down.
starting the first game of today.
Clicks falls. Higgs being forced out of zone.
Yep, that's the thing about going for high ground so early, bro. You lose mats and not getting kills, man. It's just not. It's not working.
Looking up, making sure nobody else is up there. They don't see anybody, so they immediately set their eyes back to down low, and that was the distraction.
Carvino coming up. Wow.
Flying from outside of the zone. Curve and Veto are now our new teams on high ground.
Higgs is down, bro.
Execution as well from
Higgs
practice
is
to putting
down.
it into play here. Curve and Benno
That's
have the
right.
high ground here. No heals though, so we'll keep an eye on them. Boyo
They
is
go
down
to
now.
they go to
Peterbot
height
loves
way
to clutch
too
himself by
fucking
himself. He
like
makes it
early,
right
bro.
into the
Every
top 10.
time.
It's a little
Peterbot
bit of
down.
HP there, but unfortunately will
Like
fall
everybody
just
knows not to.
short. Now
Yeah.
Curve and Benno
Peterbot's out.
assessing the
Carvino
situation
up.
here. They have match to play
Carvino.
with. They have the height and the distance from the rest of the opponents.
Carvino game
but
one.
can they put the pressure
Win.
down?
Yeah, coming into this game.
Muzz and Sphinx are still out here. They're fragging up a bit.
One thing we were both questioning is what is going wrong.
Rapid and Cold are looking good. Acorn's out of it, chat. So Rapid and Cold are going to be first after this game.
Game number 1. Cold and Rapid get pushed. Cold goes
back in
down.
first.
A sacrifice for Rapid.
Rapid with a kill,
Elam
Cold getting
trying
down.
to get out. Wagers goes down to Muzz and Sphinx. This is just chaos ensuing on the low ground.
Forward.
Muzz and Sphinx,
Rapid
they
goes
might be
down.
the only
Thanks,
duo
Muzz.
left alive down below because
Yep.
Rapid goes out. Aloe goes down. They have full control of the bottom side of the map.
Now if they can just get a little bit of material here off one of these refreshes,
They're
they'll be
down
in
fourth.
huge shape here. It's
Not a
actually
bad game.
fight for the win right now.
I mean, he's already in
There it
first.
is, the most important elim.
Also,
Venom and Curve
the team
are
in third,
really down and
they
out.
did bad.
They're pretty much down bad here. This is going to come down to all accuracy.
Vino and Curve are looking very good
Ooh.
so far.
The mythic
7
bomb
kill.
takes
Boom.
down Sphinx,
Little
gets
alert.
the
Beautiful
Cypher,
alert,
at least
man.
He's trying to keep himself alive.
Jeez.
Playing Disruptor against Muzz, Curve, and Venom.
And
Start
they
day
get the
number
9-kill
one,
win,
game
chat.
7 on fire.
And Veno is that guy. He's the guy that we knew that coming into a second day, he's going to tweak the game plan. He's going to make sure he's going to be able to perform.
enough, yeah,
here,
he's pretty
Jacob. And they did just that. What a win for them right there to go and wrap up the first game here on the
What a
second day.
win,
Game
facts.
7, Zeke, is now officially wraps.
Yeah, what a game 1, bro. Holy shit.
Venom.
Curve and Venom with the win.
Did I just see that insane shot? Benno. Oh, I cannot believe this, guys. I thought to myself, game 1 has to start strong, right? Like, game 1 of 6 today has to start strong.
Clicks in first? Nah.
And Curve and Venno get a
Nope.
9 elim victory
Nah,
royale.
not close. It's
Kelly.
Rapid and Cold right
Oh,
now.
wasn't it?
I haven't checked
Yes,
about it.
you
I just know
are,
it
but
is.
they are, and I think that there
A
was
lot of people
of us
fell off the
wondering if they were
leaderboard.
losing it after day number 1, ending the day off in 10th
Huh.
place, which reasonably isn't that bad of a
Rapid
position,
Cold
but
on
with
398,
Curve and Venom, we were kind of
Acorn Bolts
expecting
on
them to be in the
375,
top 5
Adrian's
after
Virtual on
day number
359,
1. But if they
Visual
continue
Birds on
to play
343,
like
Curve
this vivid, if
and
they're
Venom
able to run that
on
mid game
327,
and
Peter
then
Rob
wait
Polio
for
on
the
314,
opportune moment to
Clicks
steal
and Higgs
right,
on
just like
304.
they did in game number 7, then I can imagine we'll be seeing Curve and Venom climbing up that leaderboard.
I
as
mean,
the
bro,
day goes
Clicks,
on.
like Clicks and Higgs went to height.
He was one of those players
at
that
8
people
zone
were kind
and
of
just- and try to
expecting
hold it, but
see
you
up
can't,
on
bro.
the high ground, and that conversation
Like, unless you're
kinda
getting hella
fizzled
fraggy
out.
somehow
It
and then
felt like
picking
kind of,
up all the
you know,
freaking
coming
mats
into
from the
these
ground
grand finals,
and
Clicks
coming
Higgs,
back up,
Peter
like,
Rob Polio,
bruh.
they were the two main contenders
Like,
that everybody was
high
kind
is
of
just
talking
grief.
about. And it feels like finally in game number 7, we get to see exactly why those initial thoughts of Venno looking to control the high ground were even a thing to begin with. And I gotta tell you, this is
No,
very,
Venno,
very
that's the
scary
overall
for this
leaderboard, bro.
grand finals and everybody that was above Venno and Curve at the start of today. Because yesterday in day number 1, they did not have any singular game where they got better than 10th place. This was their first time jumping into the single digits of placements, and they win it. And they look disgusting. I mean, that
Yeah, I was
shot
about to say
right
that.
there
They
from
were
Venom,
not-
you guys couldn't see me.
Hey,
My
they're
jaw was
they're
literally
ending
as
for
far down
fucking
as it
bad yesterday. I don't know
possibly
why.
could go. He looks like he's in form right now. The duo's looking good. They made it to the
This
end
was a
game
very
all the
good
way.
game, then,
They
bro.
were on the high ground. I don't know.
It was,
I'm
like,
scared.
glitched.
Oh my gosh, this is why
What?
sometimes we talk about like day 2 teams, right? Day 2,
Was your
they
frozen
come
for you
back
something?
even stronger. Has Venno been set free? Is he off the leash? Is he
My
going
screen just went
crazy?
black
Oh
and wasn't
wow.
coming
Okay.
back.
Okay. Don't worry. We still have 5 games.
my
What a
stream.
left to
game.
go. We're gonna take a short break.
Well,
When we
game
come
7.
come back, you know we have to take a look at those standings because there's been some changes. We'll see you in just a minute.
Alrighty. Is the standings updated on the website?
Yeah, it's been updated. Bolts, you hate clicks or what, bro? Is everybody talk about him?
I don't know. Well, clicks, they need to do something different. I don't know what, but
I mean, it's literally what Ozzy said, bro. He was saying this before Grains. And I'm pretty sure he was saying this for like literally quick. Like the way they've been playing for height and scrims, they go up in H zone, right? But the thing is, it's just not gonna work in Grains, bro. You're not gonna be able to get it. You're not gonna be able to have enough mats at H zone and stay on height all game and then try to like kill people, bro. People are actually like grief and kill for it, bro. And that's literally what's been going on. Like if they go up at 10 zone, try to take it, that's the best spot, bro. And if they have good mats, like it's like for them it's height or nothing. I don't know why they have the mentality.
please add me. Please add me on what?
Oh, dude, why is it always the same clips, man?
I know, it's literally the same clips as yesterday. Probably the same clips as EU too, huh?
Actually, no. I don't even remember it from here. Probably. I'm definitely watching like that Enter Dragon ad, if you know what I'm talking about.
And I don't know how to feel about it.
You're not used to
Ozzy
losing.
won a global before
Getting beaten.
clicks.
Not like this. These players are just so locked in.
Could it be the milk? Stay there.
Who you locked in?
What did you just say?
Who you locked in for Grand Sex season?
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome back, Fortnite fam, to the FNCS game 1 of the day. 7 overall goes over to Curve and Veno. 9 elim. Victory Royale. Now, I mentioned before the break, these standings are going to shift. Kelly called out, yeah, Curve and Veno were in the top 10. You know, that's kind of crazy. But, you know, Kelly, it just takes one game of Fortnite to kind of change everything around. And, of course, wouldn't you know it, Curve and Veno have actually jumped up from that 10th place. 327 points. I guess, Kelly, without spoiling it, where do you think they landed? I'm going to answer for you. Top 5!
Dang.
Okay, top 5. That's just what we were talking about. And
Good
you
answer,
can
good
see
answer.
Are you just in the leaderboard for the first
falling
time?
from sundown from many years
Nah, I
ago. The
just didn't
shooting
realize.
is happening right now. From 1st to 5th place, we have around a 71-point difference. And we know that 71 points is easily gained in a single
Which one did you
game.
not realize again?
So to see Curve and Veno, who are at the bottom of this list in
That
page
them
number 1,
getting that
jump
win,
up all the way,
they jumped
I
up
feel
pretty
like
high.
not only inspires me, but also inspires the rest of the lobby to do the
They went
same.
up 5
Yeah,
places.
chill,
Huge
Panda,
for them to
they're
go
just
ahead
tight,
and do this.
bro.
And coming into today, Kelly kind of already talked about how many points they are behind right now. Coming into today, after the first 6 games on day number 1, Curve and Vena, when they were sitting in 10th place, and Golden Rapid were sitting in 1st. 113 points was the difference between Veno and Curve and 1st place after day number 1. Like Kelly mentioned, they're now 71 points behind, which means that they closed the gap that game by 42 points. So technically speaking, if we were to run that exact game number 7 back 2 more times, Curve and Veno would be in 1st place right now. Anything's possible. These standings are a lot closer than it currently may seem. And Zeke, can we just talk about this elimination column? How in the
2 more
heck
times is
are
crazy.
these
Like,
guys leading right now? They
who
have
wants them to get
40
2 more high kill wins?
eliminations.
They are getting active, Vivid. That is what's crazy, right? The overall placement they have may
yeah, they're
not
getting
be
pretty
the
fraggy. They've been
craziest,
getting
right?
fraggy since yesterday.
But I
though.
mean, when you have
Yesterday their placements were ass, but their kills were the highest. So
Placement of 17,
I know it's the highest.
but it doesn't
Yo,
matter,
what's good,
right? This
Nathan?
was
How you
that
been, bro?
difference maker, wasn't
Good to
that
see you,
initial
man.
point from Elims. But guys, also just look at this leaderboard, right? Look at the little numbers right next to their placement, right? We see Golden Rapid.
Body's pretty good, bro. What about yours, bro? How you been, man?
Everyone else besides Benno and Curb have not moved, right? That top 6 right before
Exactly.
they
I'll
jumped in
just
here
join my call,
are
my
all
my
pushing
stream, bro.
forward together. It's
What?
so insane. I mean, even
Here,
look
I'll
at like
just join my TikTok
Peterbot
live.
and Pollo and Clicks and Higgs.
Who's
And
that?
Cool
now
boy
we also have
Zach.
to look at Javi
That's
and
you,
Aminish
right?
because
Cool boy Zach.
Clicks and Higgs are now tied with them points-wise, but Peterbot and Pollo are only 10 points ahead of them. I just can't believe how
What about you,
close
Nathan? How you been, bro?
all of
Hopefully you've
this
been doing
has
good,
become
boss.
after a single game, Kelly.
Yeah, and I mean, we're taking a quick look at Peterbot and Pollo right now, and that looked actually like that could have been a very successful game for them. However, Peter was a solo player towards the end right there and did go down, I believe, in 9th place. There was a moment in that game, though, where it looked like they were taking a peek up onto Height. They saw that it was Clicks and Higgs, and for sure, I thought they were going to
What a
go
win,
steal
bro.
for Height again. But it didn't look like it went that way for them, Vivid. However, it does seem like they're already starting to change up their strategy just a little bit from what we saw from day number 1. So I can expect some more changes as well as the day goes on.
Yeah, I saw a little bit more aggressive plays out of them. I mean, we're kind of used to that in past seasons. It looked like they were going for a couple of extra fights, but I mean, once again, we jump over to them when they're in the end game and they just have nothing, you know, no builds to kind of work with. Not sure what's happening on some of those rotates to
You
where they
see,
have to invest in
KD's
so
not playing?
much stuff, but we have not been able to see Peter
Yeah, I think I've seen
be
you guys or
healthy
something.
enough in the end game to kind of push for
Is
any of
Kurt
these
over?
victory royales.
You know, and that's
Daniel, what does
it's
Brazen
tough
do?
because this is just the first game of the day. We have 5 more, but we also can't really skip a beat, can we, Vivid? Like, we need to make sure now more than ever we are minimizing those
Bro,
little mistakes or
every
whatever.
game,
Like, again,
every
look at the
team
top of the
after-
leaderboard, right? We came in, Acorn and Bolts
After
with
Golden
1
State,
point
he's
ahead
been the
because
problem,
of
bro.
this last game. Acorn and Bolts fell in 12th place with only 2 elims.
Couldn't do
You
anything
look
with
up,
Harden
Golden
and
Rapid in 4th
Kyrie,
place with
but then
3.
Kyrie goes
This
on
is
to
gonna
go to
come
the
down to this over, like,
finals
the next 5 games, right, Kelly?
with the Mavericks,
A single mistake.
and then
Everybody
Harden
is
goes to the
taking steps
conference finals.
farther and farther up
No,
the
we don't talk
leaderboard.
about
A
that
single mistake
series.
will suddenly shift everything, and enough of those chain together.
And then,
suddenly,
I mean, bro,
the point thresholds are gonna see that patented.
KD's been on some
shoot
stack
being
teams.
like
Rogers has
Sun
not been
Knuckles.
doing nothing.
Well, you say these
Yeah, I don't think he'll
single
be on
mistakes, and I think a
the.
reflection
If he
of
plays
that
again,
is
I
that
don't
you
know if he'll
can't
be
just
on
have
the
these teams that
Rockets
are
again.
kind of playing a little passively, right? They're going for placements. Maybe they get a handful
Right.
of eliminations. You need these teams that are able to pull out these pop-off games, and that is why Cold and Rapid,
Bro, they
although
literally
might not
lost
be
that trade,
having
man.
These wins that all
They
these
had
other teams
Jalen
that are
Green.
top 5 are having.
Yeah, they complained
did
about he was
have that
inconsistent in the
11
playoffs, but dude,
elimination second place. So these
he still
pop-off
gelled
games
well
are
with the
now what's
team,
gonna
and
be
they looked so
separating
much better
our
with
top
him.
from the rest of the
And then
lobby.
they literally traded
Golden
Dylan
Rapid, man,
Brooks,
they
bro,
continue to
which
be
was a
consistent.
3D
They're
guy.
trying
And
to
now look
pull
at
away.
Dylan Brooks
A
this
couple
season
of
too.
teams are on the hunt.
Bro, it's like 22
5
points.
more games to do it.
So, bro, like, elevated his
man,
game, you
let's
know?
get right back into a game. 8
He
is
still could have been like, what,
Racing Casters. Take it
18
away.
points per game? Maybe not as many as he is with the Suns, but like, bro,
5 games left. It almost feels like that's a lot
It
of
just-
time. But you and I
they had
both
2
know
way better
these
pieces
games
than
will go quick.
KD, and
We
then KD
already
came in,
seen
didn't mess
accelerated
well.
game 1 in terms of
Also, I
eliminations.
mean, I get Fred Van Lee was out, but
definitely. That
bro,
game 1 started off so fast. We looked
I know.
up, 76 players were eliminated or left in the lobby.
They
There
just kinda
was no
fucked up their
first
team.
kind of surge warning that we're really used to seeing.
But yeah,
like
Van Lee
E+,
definitely,
so
like-
we just kind of jumped into the mid game and things were so different. The dynamic, you can tell, is already shifting. You know, there's something new in the air here.
Here we
And our
go,
top team
game
just started to
2.
break away. So let's just go on the battle bus one more time.
Game 2 chat. Who's gonna win
Standings are
game
just
2?
getting so much closer than ever before, and you can even look down to the
Bando,
qualification spot into
like,
the
no,
top
bro?
13. That is as stacked as the race at the top of the leaderboard.
hmm.
So we'll have our eyes peeled on both the top and those qualification spots throughout the day.
I haven't
But
here, bro. I was talking about that real
and
quick.
Benno, when I was kind of looking at some of those stats, there are the top 5 players.
Let's see who wins game 2.
Curve and Benno are 2 of those 5 players. Both of these guys are firing all cylinders, and this is when we were going into the heat sponsor. I'm talking about
Who
the
do you
makeup
think's
of
gonna
this
win game
team.
2?
Obviously, the accolades aren't there on Curve, but it reminds me so much of that Queasy and Benno duo that dominated EU for so long.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. And, you know, we called it out at several different
Who
points
got things
last
in win
time.
game 2?
We need a
one,
good game
teams that those,
from Glegs,
Hey,
you know,
that's for
ability
sure.
to ambush multiple teams at different vending machines was honestly commendable. And then we tune in like game 3 or 4, and they have like 7 elims in the early game. So clearly, they have figured that part out. And if today it's
Oh,
all
Paper
in
Dude's
games
dead.
with Venno and Curve, I mean, all they've been doing all season long is practicing
Ooh,
going for
they're like
height
pushing
and
that guy.
dominating, right? And hey, this is the third time now Venno basically makes an endgame, 2 of which he went for high ground. So he's showing us if he's got a shot at it, they're gonna take it.
Seeing so many teams really kind of emerge and their game plan set in stone, but these quick off spawn.
Who do you got winning, Zach?
Kind of be the difference maker.
This game? I don't know.
Already one elimination.
Hopefully Clicks can have a bounce back good game, but I don't know.
Switch up their drop spot a little bit. It's not too
I'm telling you,
far
they just
away
gotta
from the
fucking
split
not
drop
play
towards
height
the
so
left,
early, bro.
They're actually full committing to the south side of Bridge.
If they don't play height so early, they could stack up their mats and then they could go for it in like 10 zone, dude.
Overall game
They just
plan
go for it way too
adjustment
early.
for Jack and NPen.
And you get no placement points from like the first. Like, bro, from where they're holding height from, you literally get no placement points.
There's a lot going on.
And then once
here.
the
Definitely
placement points are
within the
actually about to
mix,
come in,
they do
it's like,
have,
oh
like you
shit,
said, that early elim
they're getting
mix
grief.
up.
Like,
The
nice,
single
you know?
player left in the
Yeah.
field. There's high
And every time they're
ground
getting
twice
grief,
here.
it's
Seems
people
he
with like
finally
triple their mats or
finds an
double their
opportunity to
mats.
jump back in the mix. Jack has to
And
come
it's
to
just
the
like
rescue.
rip.
Did he get a way in? There it is. But oh my gosh, what a shot by the tick here. And this is what, you know, this is what happens.
People are
at the
definitely
highest
keying each
level
other
of
more
play.
than they were day
Anything
one.
can happen. Pros do have their moments where they end up clutching up, and although he does get full finish here, it doesn't matter. NPen is now in a much worse position.
Yeah, NPen is just hoping that OSIT and Scare get
Yeah,
bored. They
NPen's-
don't look for him, and
that's
you
very
can
rough.
see in the feed that NPen did not get eliminated. But in comes Dragon and
They said they don't look for him. Oh my god, another team's coming in. He's there. He's good now.
He does have the zip line though, leaves you open to take a shot. Creon Dragon not slowing down. Big shot onto OSIT. It's gonna push him back into the box. They have to try to find a way out. Creon's there on the other side. They even get the roof. Dragon pulling full aggression on this fight against
Bro,
OSIT.
these teams, you
They
know
already
that
get
their
the first
points
knock.
are,
Creon with the
well,
other
the guy who
angle.
just
They get
died,
a
their points are just
full-on
like
wipe.
a few kills.
They played that perfectly as well, leaving that weakened wall
Like
there.
8
while
points,
Dragon
that's like, what, 2
distracted
kills?
From the high ground and then takes it at the prime time there. The timing just couldn't have been better. Looks Karis trapped.
Just doubled his
Falcons
points right there.
pickaxe out. Just not much you can do here. Meanwhile, Falcons.
That's only for today's points, though.
Peterbot and Boyo back at it. This time onto Chris and Drew.
All points are shown for today.
We've seen this fight
Oh, You know
what?
for the last time.
I'm gonna say it. Peter Bar Poyer winning this game, bro.
Almost in chance.
They haven't done good at all in placements, but dude, they're gonna.
And it seemed pretty
Dude,
similar.
they
when
also
the
have
zone
not
was
really. Okay,
kind
no,
of
they sent high and
keeping
lost every time. I'm not gonna lie.
in play.
But
They essentially went for the battle.
the last game, they never really went for height. But I think this game,
early on
they'll have it.
to take some of these risks.
Win the
We can
game.
see Peterbot takes a big shot, forced to back up. They didn't necessarily win the trades here when it comes to Surge. They're gonna have to go back on over to Squibbly, where in essence they do have almost infinite heals that do spawn up over towards that rift. But
What is the point of this lurk?
Beer win the fight in that last game. Beer
This
almost
is stretch
going
POI.
down. You can see it kind of led into them being affected by Storm Surge, but Mako and Blanks, a team that qualified
Wow,
out
somebody's
of
finally
Bridget
testing them,
Fortress
bro.
with a victory royale, just changing up their drop spot here again today.
This is the
And
POI
that's
where.
sometimes what you have to do from day
Oh, yeah,
one
it's called
to day
Riptide. There we
two, you
go.
hit the VODs, you
This is where
figure out
Threats
what changes
goes.
you can make.
Threats and Veer.
Yeah,
His
Mythics
teammates
every
down.
game.
Last game this time. Threats is left to play this one out by himself, at least here at the start. And once
It's supposed to
again,
be a
they
red
do
X. I don't know
look
why
at
it's just
that overall
blanked out,
player
because sometimes it'd be
78
blanked out, but like,
remaining, so
they're still
it
alive.
seems like the
guess
early
he just
day
always just
jitters
blanked
are
out when
out
they're
the
dead
window here now. Here's
Oh, no.
back to Curve and Venno playing similar to the last time. It made sense why there was that big wooden base. This is just the early game strategy. Committing here to play for a Surge Tower.
Where he's going to give up all the loot to Curve right now. You know, Curve is kind of, I wouldn't say the mastermind by any means, but he's the main guy, the main
To be
source
honest,
of their
NPen and
early
Oliver
game
are the
damage.
worst pros.
Trying
That's
to get
crazy.
Surge. You see them breaking open the tops of buildings.
Mark.
That way nobody can safely lurk nearby. And I think that's one thing for certain, because we saw Venno try to make that attempt in that last game, lurk back towards a Surge base that was momentarily stolen. And I almost wonder if that's why. You see a lot of these Surge bases, Monster, Metal, Brick. Venno and Curve, for the most part, they build it in wood.
Yeah, they know it's temporary. They don't want to attract too much attention. And maybe
I mean,
when
bro,
it's
there's still
wood,
5
it kinda
games left.
signals to other people, no one's gonna be based
Yeah,
up in wood,
there's still a lot
right?
that can
Surely
happen.
not. It's all part of the strategy. Mind games at play here. H-Cube and Cryptid do end up finding threats there. So from Solo now back to the lobby there. Got a little update here with Cold and Rapid.
My coworker asked me if I could cover for them at 5.
But
I was
Threat
like,
going
nope.
down, though, and Veer, that's
Sorry,
a
I'm
huge
busy
loss,
today.
You know, coming into this game
I
alone,
just did not
they're
want to go to
11
work. I'm
plays,
sorry to tell you,
20 points
man.
ahead of the line,
I just
13
want to have
points
my day
away
off. You feel me?
Summit land spot.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I have to really hope the rest of the competition doesn't fare as well in this game.
Especially if you get one
It's
day
not
off a week, and it's like,
4 more games left for them.
I mean,
5 overall.
technically, I guess I work 6 days, but I don't work that much on Saturdays, so I don't really. Also, say that's kind of a day off, but like, yeah, bro.
Cold was able to get the
Sometimes I do want my
chaos
full day
reloader, and
off.
you can
Look at
see
those
all the
pizzas.
sorts of goodies that they have, multiple pizzas, med kits. So they can honestly stay here just like they normally do, rotate late, and just kind of pad that surge stat.
Yeah, at least 4 or so games yesterday. I think whenever we tuned in, essentially, they had a mythic shotgun or AR or otherwise. So they have had a fair amount of success, a little bit of luck.
ow, I just punched my desk.
Their kind of loadout situation.
That did not feel good at all.
In a fight against Electro.
I want to watch Josh and Yamza play.
A messy one
Dude,
for both teams.
Josh and Yamza would have made this
Points into the
FNCS
mix here.
20 times better.
Throwing their ammo into the bucket.
But
if
yeah,
you
it
will.
sucks they're not in.
Electro manages
I want to
step
see how
outside
good
the
Josh would do, like,
things around, puts himself
in a
between
Grands
those
too, bro.
firing shots.
Like, out of all the new upcoming, like, pros, bro. Like how you said, like, the future of NA shit, bro. Like he's, like,
Here's this fake horn.
I don't know.
For Electro and Oak, they don't want to overstay their welcome here. Shockwave outside of range for Acorn and Bold, but they end up in the range of Bull and Madden. Also been performing well so far on day number 1. It looks like Electro and Oak are looking to get aggressive here, maybe for some early surge or eliminations, depending on
I definitely want to say.
overall if they want to try to fly up that leaderboard. But there are 4 teams directly in this location. Acorn and Bolts all the way towards the north, and a couple of teams stacked up in between. Electro and Oak got all of that information through the past couple of shockwaves, and I do think they're making the right decision. Focus on getting into zone instead of staying on a stacked edge. Especially if
find
their
right here.
loadouts. Yeah, they don't have nothing.
Curve and Veno. Zach, where are they at?
A couple of fished up floppers.
You know where
already.
Curve and
They're gonna
Veno
have to
went?
get the material count back.
Nah.
We saw their Cold.
Bro,
they
you
thought they were
do not
spotted out.
watch?
They based up almost defensively out the game.
Man, I
which gave
watch
Electro the signal.
and but don't really start.
Hollywood
These dudes are
Boulevard.
hiding from us.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
built
yeah.
the base up on the mountain.
I think he's out though. Peter Bonfoglio back at it right now, finding CDZ.
Dude, I want to see
Raven
some
here.
like curve.
It's like the worst
No, I want to
matchup
watch
for
some
season.
curve
You know,
versus
gave
like
them a lot of grace yesterday.
Josh
We
Riley in the
watched them
end game, bro.
continue to improve game to game, but whatever they're doing right now, they're ending up in the war path with
Damn.
Peter Bonfoglio. I don't
Bro.
like it. I'm sure
Why are
they
these kids
don't
at Peter Butts POI, man?
Hey, they almost got
Do they not know who Lance is,
onto
Zach?
Poyo.
Hmm.
That's going to be a non-factor. He does clean up that elimination. It almost makes me wonder, CDZ and Raven rotated in towards Swibbly in that last game. They did not fight Peterbot and Poyo. So they're probably thinking, like, Peterbot and Poyo, they're not
Dude,
going to
Poyo's
be
not
here. They're
healing.
gonna rotate on
He's like,
out.
nah, these are my
They have a
endgame
whole
heals.
different plan for
You know, you got
Pete
extra heals,
and
though.
Poyo. They stay around Squibbly Shores. They spot out the team rotating in, and they just fight for those eliminations. 8 more points for them as they continue to rise up that leaderboard. They closed the gap already with game number 1. And they're already closing the gap again. Depending on how many eliminations that Curve and Veno have been able to get so far, this game started with a 13-point lead between 5th and 6th place. Well, they've already cut it down to 5.
Higgs and Clicks, man.
Clicks and Higgs want to do that.
What do you
as
think they're
well.
up to
I
this
mean,
end game?
Clearly, the #1 problem with their entire situation.
I don't know,
right
they
now is that
definitely need to
way
do
more
something.
eliminations. They came into this with roughly 15 or so. If you look at all the teams inside of the top 10, they are definitely.
They haven't even built. They didn't even build a base. It looks like.
Their placement points are
Nope.
exceptional, though. And I mean, they even do have those 2 wins. Like, let's not forget that, right? Like, that's super impressive all in all.
Which show just AFK? What am I watching?
Had me believing that Clicks Higgs, first time FNCS champions, he's going to be able to channel that. They're not going to get high elimination games. They really need to start picking up consistent placements inside of the top 5.
What the hell are they doing, bro? Are they just
Uncontested at
shifting
Sand
around?
Strip. For the most part, this is one of those
Yeah.
games we don't see very many teams rotate in and around. I think they know how aggressive.
Do you think you can get an uncontested PY like Sandy Strip?
Heck
Jack, or not?
no.
That many machine. Get some early surge.
What if it was you, Rich, or
They
Nagers?
don't take any free damage.
Trios next year, bro.
Is it actually?
Hobby and Aminish, they've already made it priority to rotate in towards the zone.
I like trios though.
I
don't know.
Yep, that's visuals.
Trios is
That's
cool though, but
great.
it's not.
Kinda taking
It's
a
cool,
page
but it is.
out of
But
their
it's not.
playbook, elevate themselves on a mountain in the center of zone, and hopefully teams make mistakes rotating by.
Yeah,
You think they'll ever do a solos again?
Last game was not too bad. If they could have just pushed it a little bit further, they'd be sitting still.
You think they'll
inside
ever
of
do
third,
solos
but
again?
16th is still an end game, you know, overall.
Not unless it's like a
However,
one-season thing.
8 points start to really add up if you break into the top.
Like,
10,
okay,
closer to that top
this is what-
5.
if Fortnite ever wanted to do solos, you know how like this is like instead of making this a dual lane, what they could have done was like, okay, one season of solos, and then they go play the lane next month, and it's like a solo lane, and then they could have done like 2 months of the other FNCS for duos. Like that's something I could see them do. But I could never see them do solos for a whole year now.
Some of these contested drops or the surrounding land.
That'd be pretty good though, no?
Yeah, I just want to see one solo. That'd be entertaining.
They have to get their loot. They have to mat up. They have to grab their resources. So maybe that's the little window of opportunities some of these teams are going to have.
I don't think they'll probably never do squads again, huh?
No.
Play out here. Fresh is going to be the name of
It's
the
just
game
trios.
if you're looking to make up with some of those points.
What's going on?
Bro.
Already doing it. We're seeing Peterbot come
Like,
online.
hello,
And
employee,
agencies,
do your
we talked
job.
about some of the solo
There we go.
clutch impact points monster. Agers wasn't necessarily on that list.
Bro, that guy
but
needs to
he
get
kept
fired.
this going for these last couple of games.
No, they were lagging though. Did you see Braids? Braids was like walking forward but not moving.
Yeah.
This is a
But
great
that
on the
employee,
cameras, or-
that employee just started putting the camera up in the
zone's
sky.
pulling south, and this is actually favorable for them because they have some distance from the edge.
was trying to
and they can
follow,
see
like-
all of these potential
He was
opportunities.
trying to act like he was lagging too or
that
something. I don't
have to
fucking know
move
what that
longer
was.
for them. So they have their clear pathway to success to overdrive out. And then they have teams all in
What a
position to
POV,
take
man.
part in the process.
Wow,
Meanwhile,
Rapid
Flex
taking out
is actually in
Higgs.
a world of trouble. Why in the
What?
world would he end up by the Dark Dominion? We'll
Why
just have to
the
figure that one
fuck
out
do
here in a
Clicks and
second.
Higgs do
He's
this?
lost clicks in the process.
Oh my
Higgs'
god, they're just so
decisions,
dumb,
yeah.
dude.
Big part of their
I wonder
game.
how delayed it is if you load up Fortnite and like join the actual like free play.
Insane.
Would be down there.
You think it's
And
even
why is
more
Click
delayed than this?
Why is Clicks coming down, bro?
Above the damage threshold. Clicks is actually pushing right back in. He's trying to go on the offensive.
What the
Not sure if
fuck?
this is the plan right now, or
Why
just
is
simply
Click
trying to
being a
push them back for the
2v1?
reboot card. Either way, a brave play coming out from Clicks. Probably knowing that Cold was weak. A lot of HP missing, and he's actually going to be able
Wait,
to
this
steal
all out of
away
Clicks?
a pizza out of the
That's
hands
actually
of Cold
huge.
and Rapid. It's just a matter of Cold and Rapid rotating out. Clicks probably
Yeah,
checking
was
to
that
make
Aura?
sure, and now everybody is out.
I don't know
of
what
Dark
that
Dominion.
was.
So even though in this moment, Monster, it looks like disaster strikes.
Okay, Clicks heard
they're
them
gonna
leave.
have a
Why
bit
is he
of
following
fresh air
them?
and time to breathe if he can get that reboot off.
The only thing I can think of, and
Right,
we
he
will
just
have to
give
go
up.
to replays to find out. He had to have been fighting for Higgs' reboot card, right? There's no
I
way
mean, they're in first.
he's just gonna go challenge a team like that, right? Like not for no reason, at least, not as a solo. So in the end, though, it plays off. He ends up doing exactly what he needs to do, and he comes out ahead. You know, the extra pizza boxes.
Rapid taking out a
that
different
really
guy now.
win for them, especially given that they're in the zone here. So. Peter for you though. In
Yup,
bit of a
MDC both
standoff
thank you
right
for the
now.
follow, bro.
In the
Welcome on in,
average
man.
zone. Okay, this is actually perfect. 800 damage above. Material count not exactly maxed out. However, though, they have everything else going for them.
That whole team next to him, Flex and Light on the other side, trying to put down pressure, possibly force Peterbot and Poyo back.
Wow,
but
bro.
we're gonna have some time here in a moment as they drop down.
5-tick
there.
now.
Layer, a 5-tick zone, and we
Reek
do
trying to
need
get to zone.
right now. No Cooper.
I was gonna say, where the
inside
fuck is he?
for
But never mind.
Materials. Multiple teams looks like they spotted him out as a solo. Send some fire his way, trying to put down pressure with his own max pulls.
Reek's a
again,
solo
but
right now,
then
Zach.
away
What do you
from
think, bro?
Mm.
Got to see if he's gonna
He's
actually try to
so-
go for the
he's got
revive here
one of the
with very
craziest
little
loads I've ever
materials
seen,
or
though.
played out as a solo.
Holy
I think
shit.
he has no other choice but to play this one out as a solo. There's not enough time to get the revive. Both of them will end up going down.
I
So
don't.
Reek,
I actually don't know what like
shoulders here to
what that
finish the
rotation
game.
was. Going to
Pressure
Dark
on Bolt
Dominion.
and Acorn as well here.
Yeah,
Below
so they
the
didn't make their
surge.
surge base, and then they
We're highlighting
keyed
the
for
fact that
surge
teams like
against
Acorn
the
and Bolts
number
didn't
one
have
team, by the way.
problems with the storm surge at all.
That's
At least
crazy.
doing damage to
I'm
them.
just confused about that,
Coming
bro.
down, and already that's
know?
not the same story here at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Acorn and
different.
Bolts, they don't want to go down here. They're in second right now. Acorn's not looking healthy at all, bro. 1 HP. Bolts! Coming in, getting a big pump. Yo, Bolts has been doing his thing this race. Oh my god!
Goes rolling away off to the side.
Oh,
Resi
that was a
down.
nice
No one-on-one
shot.
against Acorn. Acorn, you gotta fend for yourself, son. This is gonna be tough. Resi's trying to hold
Acorn
it down.
gotta take his one, though.
no. The
Come on,
big
Acorn.
Acorn is here, and he does.
Oh,
what he
Acorn
needs
gets
to
his
do
one, but
to
also
stay
gets
in the
knocked.
game.
Fuck.
Bolts have to leave him. Oh
It's not
my
enough.
gosh.
No, Bolts gets killed.
I can't believe that series.
That
of
second place going down
events.
very
Acorn and
early here,
Bolts forced
chat.
to fight. They shockwave away. Bolts tries to make a heroic play.
I mean, like I said, it's good for Peterbot, bro.
This
And Veno
right
and
here in terms
Agers,
of the
too.
leaderboard, Monster, they are going to feel for sure. Outside of Elan, those are the only points
A
they
lot of
got.
these three teams can all pass Bolts and Acorn in this game.
Points for that
The leaderboard's that close, chat.
having a little bit of an onslaught. Now,
Obviously,
able
as
to
long as they all get, like,
eliminations,
top
but a little
5 or
bit of
something.
cleanup. Some actually
Probably not even, actually, I don't know how many points separates them right now, but it's not a crazy amount.
And Rapid Need. We saw them getting chased by Clicks underneath,
It's
trying to get
definitely good
revenge
amount,
for Higgs. And you can see what that has done to their position.
Rapid
in
and
this
Cold.
game. Barely 3 above the damage threshold. Cold.
3 above for
huge
Rapid and
shield
Cold?
missing.
Hold
It put
on.
them so far
He
back.
might go under.
I'm just thinking, like, Cold and Rapid have a
That's
chance
crazy.
to break so far ahead of the competition. It's going to be a huge problem for the rest of the lobby right now. If they have a big end game right here. No one's played perfect, though.
Damn, Reed was actually kind of clutching, bro.
I feel for him here. Just
Yeah, he's
taking
not
damage
looking good
from
at
Storm,
all. He
taking
needs to get some
damage
damage
from
done.
Surge. No
There's just
extra
nobody around him,
HPs,
nobody to
19
peek, nobody to
low.
shoot,
It's
bro.
deactivated for a moment.
He's scrapping looking for anybody.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
He
He actually
needs.
hits the shot he needed.
Literally, if it was still
Oh.
actually active, Monster, he would have been taken down
Zach,
for
you
sure.
here?
But Reed
Yeah.
didn't play 4 more points in this game. 2
Fucking
teams need to go
game.
down, and he's gonna start getting rewarded with
That
3
was
points.
actually
Hey, man,
clutch.
he's
I'm not
backtracking
gonna lie,
to
bro.
left right here. It's
He
got two
jet-
dots as
dude.
well to
He was
bounce
like
back in.
1
They
second
gain
away from
pressure
taking
on
to
both
active
individuals on the
storm.
side here. These are his walls, too. He can get in and make some pretty dirty plays
Holy
here.
shit.
But talk about a way to
He's
claw
gonna
your way
opt out
of the
to
grid
not
for a
use his
second.
heal
Visuals and
grenade.
Braids, though.
Or his
Look at
Memnus
what
grenade,
happened
whatever
here.
it's called.
Just shortly before they made that rotate, they actually find an elimination
shield
there, an
one.
important one as well. At 3 HP, the Siphon is what's going to keep them in the game, remaining competitive. I saw that while we were hopping around, Clicks actually eliminated 2, so we have some pretty
Visual and
big
Braids are not
top
looking
10
healthy
teams
right now.
Fully out the game. This
Oh,
is
they're
gonna
getting
shake up
tagged by-
everything as we know it. 68
Storm
below,
Freeze
though.
is not good for them.
Visuals, Braids get a little
Yep,
moment to
GG's.
breathe, but it's not going to last very long.
Oh my gosh, what a disaster of a game out
Extra shield
for them.
to take the tick, but I'm
Visual
sure
Braids
he's
going
gonna
down very
do
early
damage,
too, chat.
especially in a zone like this. Curve and Veno. We saw
up.
Shockwave.
Yeah,
from the
top
back
23,
side
bro,
zone
that's
to
not good
contest the
placement at
high
all.
ground. Nobody's really making themselves known.
Curve and
as
Veno
the
into another
team
endgame
above the
here.
rest. They're not necessarily ready for it. 8 zone. Sometimes we say it's
Clicks
a
is
little bit
dead,
too
right?
early.
Yeah,
they
I
said he
think
died.
Everybody has that same sense in the back of their mind, saving the material, saving the shockwaves, make a play.
Yo,
for it,
that
maybe
Dark
in the next
Dominion
couple
play
of
does
zones.
not make
Now
sense to me.
Agers and Ritual, looking at what's in front of them. That's
Dark
Leslie, that's
shit,
Agers.
bad
Putting
game.
down damage, trying to spray through the box.
It's probably just not even possible for them to win
There's
anymore,
one thing about
so.
the way Clicks and Higgs played. They played these single towers and not really overcommit with the tarps. And I would love to see teams do that because high ground is completely free right now. Even Rituals and Agers are looking up like, wait a second, bro. No one's up here, and you saw him kind of break off for it. Braids on the other side, though, just popping off right here. Playing the edge of zone, gets a little siphon going.
Oh shit, Braids
and
is
now
still
looking
up.
back Agers finally secures it.
Yo, he's
Peterbot
getting
Boyo
some
come in. Now
much
we're just
needed
waiting for
solo
someone to
Ooh,
build the
Peterbot going for
foundation.
Yo,
height.
Peterbot and Poyo coming up to the height.
To try to take the investment away from them,
Oh,
and it actually works off.
Hey, who did I predict to win this game? Come on, Zach. I said they have a big one for Hyde. They're gonna go for Hyde this game and win, bro. Come on.
Ritual is down.
Gets left by himself. Talk about him moving possibly.
Damn,
to
that's
top
good
five
for
in terms of
Peterbot and
solo
Poyo, bro.
impact points in this game, and this is another chance for him to do just that. There's a bunch of points in terms of placement still left.
But
on the
Adrian's
board.
solo
4
clutching
points
now.
for elimination if he can clean those up.
He has
But
an
to watch
opportunity to
out
go
because
crazy
Peterbot
here.
and Poyo, not only they have the high,
Peterbot
but they also have second height, put
and
down a little bit of
Poyo, wow,
pressure, force them
Poyo's
down
very
another
low.
layer, then set their focus
Poyo
on
needs a
20,
siphon
that
here,
going
dude.
well. They're building up step by step, taking a lot of the focus from Peterbot and Poyo.
Golden Rapid may not have won a game this weekend.
Golden
but they've
Rapid
been
on the
playing
low
Logan
ground.
very well, but look at this. As I'm about to celebrate their key
Oh, shit,
positioning,
though.
they get rolled
All
up
up to
on
Cold.
from behind. Meanwhile, Curve.
Curve and Vino gonna go for
doing
height.
the same thing they did before.
Curve and Vino
play
gonna go
deep
for
side
height
of
from
Storm,
all the
come
way back
bouncing
here.
way on in with the flow
Oh, there's
very
nobody on
missing
height.
to
It's just theirs
support
now.
them here.
Yeah.
High ground take, but Veno's got to be careful. He's right outside the box of Peterbot Poyo. It seems like they've conceded to give away the high ground.
Cold trying
and
to
it
solo
is
clutch
theirs
any
now.
points he can get.
Peterbot's
Venom
low.
and Curve here, Jacob, are trying to play for back-to-backs. Poyo's down and
Poyo's
out in
down.
the storm. It's all up to Peterbot to clutch it
You know
up.
what they say, bro?
Ooh, Peterbot 6
Peterbot solo
HP.
clutching.
Possible, especially with the tough competition.
No heals.
Brilliant takes out Cold. Their run is
Yeah,
coming
about
to
solo
an end.
clutches,
Pippin was
man.
talking about if they could repeat that same game, they could close the gap. But now with first, second, and third place out of your way, this is an opportunity to do it. But Peterbot by himself, 6 HP and a dream, finds a little crevice there to hold on to down below.
And Peterbot goes down.
Though he gets taken out. Top 6 situation, 3 solos running around, 3 duos still intact. Venno and Curve are still up above, raining down fire, not really giving anybody a chance to breathe and think outside of the box, which is Forts and Seek to take this storm damage. It's his only play here to try to get some extra placement points.
Love what we're seeing right now. Venno coming down here.
Dang.
No material, just forced to play chest to chest here while Curve's got eyes from the top down. Here comes the mist. Just give them a little bit of a relief here, but Tyler comes up, goes for the pop shot, doesn't quite hit it. And Tyler's got enough mats to actually
Looking like a
do
back-to-back
work here.
win, bro.
Jacob,
Oh my
this
gosh.
is not a safe endgame by any means. It really is going to come down to whether or not Tyler wants to contest them
Yeah,
on
Tyler's
heights
looking very
or jump
stacked.
down low for some elimination points.
Yeah, it's not just the build that I'm looking at. It's that mythic chaos reloader that can turn the tides of fights in the blink of an eye. But he's getting pushed by the solo down below. Seek, he gets the elimination. Siphon getting up to 200 effective shield and HP. More builds to work with. But up above, Curve and Venno, they're refusing to drop down low. They're refusing to give him a chance. So Tyler has no choice.
Oh, jeez.
Big shot on the Curve. Tyler is trying to make dreams come true. He lands another shot on the Venno down below, trying to deny the back to
Oh
back.
my
Tyler
gosh.
just needs the one chance, but he is already down. He's by himself. 1v1.
Oh, what?
HP. Tyler clutches up.
You know what?
That was
Might have been his
crazy.
biggest play of his
Yo,
career,
what a
and he
clutch out of the
definitely
1v2,
deserves
bro.
it.
What?
There's one thing you cannot deny.
That was-
A professional
Oh
player
my
with build
God.
is dangerous no matter who you are.
Yo,
Well
Tyler's trying to make a
played
comeback
to
today, bro.
Tyler and Chance there. What an
They
exception.
said they have him written off
Game
today,
number
bro.
8 there, we just
That
saw
was
Jacob.
insane.
Yeah, I was saying Tyler, he needs a chance, but his duo's name's Chance. He's down.
Yo, why
He
he's
got
one
that
of NAC's
second
most
opportunity,
promising
and he ran
talents, bro.
away
Coming
with it.
up,
See,
man.
Are you not excited?
I mean, yeah, bro, he had the heals, the mats, everything, bro. But I mean, they had the number of innings.
Wow.
Tyler's walking around.
That
taking
was
these
pretty
shots. I'm like,
crazy, though.
Oh, myself.
That was
You
by
know,
far
I'm like,
Clix's
get
worst
away,
game
go.
of this.
I just, you know, it's one of those situations.
Yeah, they've just been dropping and
right,
dropping
where
and
you're
dropping.
Like, dude, this is Curve and Venno, right? Like, we're about to see the back-to-back day to a grands. And then the moment we pop over to Tyler, and you just look at his build, you're like, this guy's 90 builds. Like, GG, just kidding, it's all fine. Like, Kelly, and then just to hit those shots. To hit those shots in again, like in a 1v2, in a Grand's lobby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I know no one wants to be stuck in the low ground when there is so much chaos going on, but having 90 builds in the final moment
Dude,
right
they
there,
just
when there
keep
was literally
dropping.
3 other players alive,
Yeah, I feel later
just
tonight,
goes
bro.
to show that maybe getting those refreshes can be so beneficial because you just say so stocked.
Later tonight, I think.
Stocked up. But
How,
man,
Tyler? Yeah, that was
Tyler
pretty
there,
crazy,
he
bro.
played that low ground
1v2
so well,
and fucking-
and that's not to the detriment of Venno and Curve. They played height really well too. You could hear our casters talking about it. They don't want to drop down. They don't want to give them that
Curve,
chance.
man.
So that gives you that kind of understanding that Venno and Curve were aware of the position that
What the
Tyler was
fuck?
in.
Yo, he went from having
Even
straight
in
up
these moments,
garbage
he
ass
didn't have
loot.
any build,
Right
but
there.
getting
Yeah, he
down
got some
right
insane
there
loot
made
and clutch.
the difference.
Bro, you're
Tuned
playing a
in.
green
He was
shotgun.
11
You had a green shotgun to
zone,
a
and he
mythic.
had
Oh
one
my god,
build.
Tyler.
A skip ahead, one elimination.
Ugh.
When's the last time we saw anybody in any
Yeah.
competition with triple
Look all that
digit
shit.
builds in the final zone of the game? And I mean, listen, I wanted Venno and Curve to go ahead and win this game because the surgeons up the leaderboard, yeah, that would have helped them just that much more. But as soon as I saw
Triple digit
100
builds is
plus materials,
crazy.
100 plus builds on the
In
Tyler,
the
I was like,
final
this
zone,
one,
triple
he's
digit
gonna be
builds.
an absolute
My goodness,
asshole
bro.
to take down, and he absolutely
That was
proved it.
insane.
Shout out to Venno though, because even with the odds stacked against
Was
him,
bro just
took him down
chilling,
to
Zach?
3 HP. It was close.
What?
It was, man.
He had everything to win, though.
I cannot believe how much Day 2 is delivering. 280 points, and now we are looking to cement ourselves in that top 13. Shout-outs to Tyler and Chance. Okay, we're going to go to a break. When we return, again, we've got to take a look at these standings. How are things developing? More after this break. Stay tuned.
That game was crazy, brother.
Yeah, it was. He went in.
So what?
Said he went in, got what he needed the loot wise, and clutched.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And land is next month, bro. Like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Fortnite went from having nothing for a few months to having back-to-back months with like.
Clicks is in some trouble, man. They're in 9th now. The fall off, man.
I mean, bro, they have a coach to tell them like to help them adjust. Like their coach is just, I don't know, gang. I mean, I guess then they're gonna play how they want, but there's no way their coach is saying like, "Yo, bro, maybe this play style's not working. Let's try something else." Like, and what's the idea of going to Dark Dominion? As a coach, you're gonna tell your players, "Oh yeah, go key the toughest duo, one of the toughest duos in the lobby, bro."
And I don't know how to feel about it.
A guy that's been playing so insane and just like.
Not like this.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
These players are just so locked in.
Could it be the milk?
Oh, bro, this fucking ad, Zach.
I know, it's so annoying.
Could it be the milk?
Bro.
Chat, who's seen this? Leo, thank you for liking the stream.
How is the only sponsor too?
Good news for gamers. Milk has nutrients that can help you.
How does Fortnite have like 2 sponsors? They have a chair sponsor and a milk sponsor, and that's the only thing for this tournament. Like, isn't that kind of sad?
You know, gardening milk is like a government thing too. You.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Wait till you guys see the standings. First off,
They get paid
in
$1
case
billion
you
from
missed
that,
it,
though.
welcome back to the FNCS. It is great day to be watching Fortnite. We just watched
Is $1 billion even a lot?
an incredible game.
Money?
But Curvin Venno almost
What'd you
got
say?
another victory royale.
Do you think if you got $1 billion
Second
right now, you could
place,
stock for the rest of your
I
life?
told you, we'd have to look at these standings, right? Because I'm telling
Yeah, like,
you, game
what
to
are you
game,
saying?
it
Like,
feels
yeah.
like it feels like
If
I
you had
have
$1 billion,
no sense of
what would
stability,
you do?
Kelly. It feels
What would
like
you-
every
what's the
time I
first
have
thing you
a
would
semblance
do?
of like, this
Well,
must be
you
the
gotta
way
be
this
smart
is
with
going,
it.
right?
What? Invest.
Standings aside,
Make
you know,
sure
what?
it's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're
Nah.
chilling
I feel like
forever.
stability is
I'm not
part
invested
of your lifestyle, Zeke. I don't think that's anything new whatsoever.
I'm gonna just buy a house.
For the FNCS broadcast, seeing our leaderboard shake up this much, Vivid, might be a little bit new. I definitely thought the leaderboard
Buy
was gonna
10
be
cars,
there we go.
probably.
Okay, Vivid, take it away.
Maybe all for a couple million.
And Venno
Plus whatever remains on that
started
shit
the
would be.
day in 10th place. I talked about it. They were 130
also have,
points behind first place. After just 2 games, they're now 27 points.
That's insane,
like
by
a
the
little
way.
PJ?
First place. And that
Yeah,
Elim column,
they're
it
going
just
up
keeps getting
like
crazier.
crazy.
Zeke, you talked about it. It was at 40. Now it's at 49.
I am just shocked. You know, like something that Kelly said at the start
Fortnite,
of
they
like
got another-
Thursday, right?
They got another
Like,
9 kills,
hinting
bro. They're
at
actually.
this extra point, right? Again, it's like.
I mean, yesterday they were
legit,
legitimately fragging like crazy, and they just weren't getting placement, bro.
Like a Curvin Venno, who want to get aggressive, they want to
Not
get
today,
in
they're
these
getting the
boxes, they
placements,
want to
man.
take these fights. I mean, look at how it's paying off. We have just after 2 games, we started the day, Kelly, in 10th. We are now 2nd.
And it's
Yeah,
not
10th
even
to
like
2nd
they're
is
just kind of running
insane.
on the low ground getting these eliminations. No, they're also making sure that they're stealing height, checking high ground, making sure that they're taking away other opportunities from other teams. So it's not, again, what are they doing right, but what are they taking away from everyone else? And
Because
Curvin
FNCS is
Venno
getting
doing a
juicy,
great
bro.
job with those sneaky height steals that we love to see Acorn do, and to see them use
My
that strategy
freaking
to be able to
goodness,
even just
brother.
punish height. Obviously, coming into this final moment, the 1v2 against Chance or against Tyler, probably not the position that Veno wanted to be in right now, but regardless of that, they are pushing themselves up the leaderboard right now. And you know, I'm looking at EU. The most eliminations we saw out of a team coming from Europe was Sky and Scroll with 57 eliminations. And looking to see 49 for Curve and Veno. And considering the game or the day that they had yesterday to the day that they're having today, I wonder if they're going to end up with more elims than Veno.
Yeah, Veno and Curve are great, bro.
Zeke, what a weird lobby that was too, with like the high ground. Like at one point there was like nobody up there, and all of a sudden, you know, Peterbot and Player kind of going for it. And then when Curve and Veno went for it, there was nobody up there as well. Like Peterbot and Player had to fall down and did that huge overdrive grenade again, right where they're all the way up in the sky. And I was looking up.
What do you think everybody in Click's chat saying right now?
No, it's the plane that brought Veno over from NA all the way up there, man. That's how high the
Dude, I don't even know what you say.
I mean, it's
Mako, like, dude, how do you start off as so good and just like you're just getting worse every game?
Look like a different duo. Game 8, they repeated it 4 more games. These guys look like they're gonna win this thing.
Oh man,
Clicks and Higgs look like a different duo too from the first 3 games.
Right now, of course,
Like,
not
geez.
a ton of points ahead, but what's
I mean, at least last
By a
game
different duo, by non-existing.
this last game, they hit a 10th place with 4 elims. They have only had 1 game outside of the
I
top
just
10.
don't get
Only
why go
1
Darker
game,
Minion,
and that was
bro.
that 26-1.
Like,
And
I'm gonna
all
keep
the
mentioning it
first
for like
mistake,
10
right, the
years,
little-
bro, but like
the
dead ass.
blunder that kind of cost them all of these
Like,
additional
are you
points.
pushing
But
Cold
even in
Jack?
these situations where they're
Like, come
finding
on, bro.
themselves in
Yeah, I don't know
shit,
what
We are
that
not
is.
pushing Cold
we're
game.
still pulling off 10th place.
Like, look what he does to
top
players,
10
bro.
with 4 elims. That's scary stuff,
Okay,
Kelly.
that's Kirsten.
Yeah, and that is exactly
As
what
if I could
Cold and
see
Rapid are
instead there.
doing so well, is that even though they're not, like, even if they don't get their pop-off game,
yeah, I don't know,
they're
man.
still making sure that they at least make it to the very final moment to get those placement points, and then when they do have everything right, that's when they pull off the pop-off game. So I'd love to see another game like that coming out of them.
Cold and Rapid, they keep trying to build some sort of a lead, but teams, they just keep keeping themselves close. They're like, what the heck? Where did Curve and Veno come from? I thought we were fine. Red Acorn and Bolts are doing a little bit worse today. Oh man, these guys got to be sweating, but they're cool.
Curve live on Twitch.
4
That
games
is
left to go.
wild.
Hopefully they can hold on.
Oh man, game number 9. Only 4 left before we conclude the grand finals.
Oh, that's
Casters, we're gonna send it your way to prepare us for game number 9.
I'm glad you guys had a little moment to breathe and relax there. One thing's for certain, Jacob,
That's
2
awesome.
games can change so much of the dynamic right now. Curve and
Clicks
Veno
will
proving
win.
that every
For the
team
chat.
that is due for a pop-off will have it, but to go back-to-back like that, so impressive.
Now, it's definitely going to be tough, but one thing that I've learned from Fortnite, I've heard from Fortnite over the years, high
Dang.
ground, they might win games, but low ground tends to win championships, and I'm not sure. We've seen Cold and Rapid on high ground once throughout this week, and I'm not sure how much that will change, but the next game is ready, so let's jump right into the action.
The Major 1 Finals Game 9 begins here.
People are
and
reacting
now.
in
You're
Click
just
chat?
tuning in. You've missed quite
You know
the
the reacting
weekend, the
amount?
ups, the downs, the emotional roller coaster we have been
The
going
one like a
through
flight?
is all
Where
coming.
he's
Bro, I'm
reacting?
surprised you got a
Let's
Cypher
end
PK on
soon.
here
Just
watching
4
this.
games ahead of us now, Jacob, as we're getting into the
Wide
deep end,
speed
the
nod?
deep water
Bro,
of
dude,
this
what is Cypher
Fortnite
PK supposed to
competition.
do?
Curve
Play
and Veno has
Fortnite
proven to us
instead?
that, hey,
That
yesterday,
shit's boring,
they clearly
game.
had everything on lock. Things just didn't
Like,
quite
genuinely.
line up for them in the end game. But today,
People are typing
it is starting to
cinema.
click. And for
Low-key
Tyler
move to
James,
West.
right, this
Kanata
team has
versus
had a lot
Clicks
to
on
deal with
West.
as well.
FNCS.
But Tyler popping off,
Alright.
really getting his money's worth. And don't forget, they haven't been perfect either, but they found themselves inside the top 10 off of that monstrous performance.
Big moments here, kind of closing out the day. 4 games left. Might seem like a lot, but it definitely isn't. Threat to
Oh, yeah, the
Beer
team?
probably feeling it. In that last game, Monster, they were inside of that top 13 bubble. They went down relatively early and fell all the way down to 15th place because of these off-spawn contested fights. So with Blanks and Mako, you can see they're trying to make a last-ditch effort towards the top of the leaderboard.
Look,
Threats and
touch
Veer,
speed.
they're right there. So we talk about mind games. What does that do to a team like Threats and Veer? Do you play aggressive? Do you try to go ahead and disengage, split the drop? I think there's a lot of decisions to be made for Threats and Veer, and there's not a lot of time to make those decisions.
Yeah, last game they only survived.
Nobody
for
on
5
NA goes
minutes.
with
5
fights.
minutes means they fell in
Well,
41st
we are in
place. They were
that
on
spot.
track to remain
don't think it's
qualification range, of course, for that land spot, the prestigious
Riptides
land
is that
spots
bad.
that are available.
No, Riptide's
Now
that
they slip
good.
down to 15. So that 20-point gap that you talked about.
Bro,
I mean,
Riptides
that
is
was
where they
given
get the
to
mythic
them,
gun
so
every single
now it's an
game from the
uphill battle
beach.
for them to find their way back
Oh,
into the
yeah.
race.
Like every game, they get the
Keep,
mythic gun.
On the other side, you know,
I don't know how nobody
figure
does
out
it.
what's going on with this team here. They've had.
Ah, is that
overall-
Roxy?
Just look at the overall performances.
Hey, what's up,
Pretty
Roxanne?
good. However, the best of the best, right?
Roxanne.
Those that are up at the
Hey,
very
don't be like
top
Roxy, bro. Chill.
are just outpacing them by a significant margin as far as overall consistency. So, will Peterbot and Pollo get their moment to finally win a game? Is the question.
Yeah, especially, you know, you kind of look at some of these teams.
Yo, Ozzy's bugs are also
Their
low, bro.
overall match history, and
Like,
you kinda
bro's
look
not
at it
like.
from
I mean, I guess
anybody
Ozzy's
else,
never hyped, but.
like, man, that's a
he's
good
definitely
match.
good hype, but.
But for the teams like Peterbot,
He's like sick.
teams like this, Clicks and Higgs, when you start off the first 3 games for Clicks and Higgs with
can tell it's not all
victory
that.
royales, it kind of sets the tone and the pages for the rest of the tournament. But then things don't necessarily go your way.
Here we
One of the
go.
best POIs. They got 4
Clicks and
games
Higgs,
left. I
what are
think
they gonna
anything
do?
is possible, especially since the last couple games to start the day. They have their head on straight. They're still staying to their plan, going for
What's good,
high
Tony
ground when
Hawk?
they can. It's just unfortunate. I think more and more teams are ready.
In fact,
to
I
make
heard
risks with
Roxy. Was
everything
that
on the line.
Roxy or not?
For
Or
me, I
Max?
still can't be the only one who's wondering why.
When?
in the world
Where?
They end up at the Dark Dominion.
Oh, that was in your
against
dog?
Golden Rapid, who are clearly playing.
I heard no barking.
That's a cut above the rest of the competition right now. So
Where are you hearing
Uh,
barking
this is
from?
obviously one of the stronger draw spot teams tend to rotate into for metal.
It's probably from Ozzy stream then.
Let's give this little highlight here, some action.
Well,
Noisy and Neo just holding down the sanctuary once again, finding nice little lurk play there.
I searched up
Meanwhile,
Fortnite
Tyler
FNCS
survived
and I
the
see
Boulevard,
K-Dog,
looks
right?
like Curve and Venom.
I see Fortnite competitive
Not
series. I see
decided to
Ozzy
bounce
Antics
out
stream.
towards his team
And then I
instead.
see Zaku
They
TV,
end up
bro.
disengaging and out
Mm.
towards the southern edge.
Maybe because I subbed to you? Is that why?
On what?
This is
YouTube?
something we
Like
saw Tyler
YouTube.
and Chance do in that last game. They
I have
landed the
no
south
idea.
side of Battlewood. Sometimes it can be a little contested,
You're up
so
there,
they
bro.
immediately go towards the south and try to cut off the loot path of any of these
Okay, let me go back
teams
to Fortnite broadcast.
that are on this portion of the map.
I'll only go to Ozzy if it's a
Tiamat,
really intense
depending
game,
on what your
like in
timing
game
is,
12.
it seems like Tyler and
And some
Chance
crazy shit's about to
barely missed
happen,
their window.
'cause I like seeing
Players
his
Yeah, I'm
can
not
rotate
risking
around for
getting
free.
banned,
Beam
so I'm
and
not
Kingo,
gonna ever
another
go to
team,
his.
Beam,
Hey,
we
don't
talk
give
about
bad
solo
vibes like
clutch
that,
and big
chill.
impact points.
I'm
Beam
good off
was one of
that.
those players on the top of the leaderboard.
No, no,
But if
I
you
just
take
need to
a look
replay the
back,
stream.
like the eval finals right before FNC has started, they were the only team to win 2 different games, so they had the blueprint.
Nope,
Just
don't
unfortunately,
put, like,
we
bad
haven't
vibes in
seen
the sky.
success that we'd hope for from
Although
a
you
team
can't get
like
banned for
this.
watching somebody stream for a few seconds and
Haven't
then
seen if they
clicking
can
off.
really bounce back in today's tournament. I think there's plenty of time and
Sorry,
opportunity.
use-
They're at 170.
I was reacting to his dog barking,
about
thinking it
80
was your
points
dog.
down away from that top
Hmm.
13 window.
Yeah, it looks like every other game they're making somewhat of a semblance
But
towards
to
the
be fair, I
end
clicked on it, I
game,
think it was the
not
50th.
quite being able to push the boulder past peak of the mountain there, get that
When's the-
momentum going. But Venom and Curve,
I don't know, Isaiah.
Magma, G Monster right here, trying to set up. And I don't thought he was spotted out, but Magma's got no idea that he's actually approaching this close here. I want to know if he's going to go for the high ground player or the low ground ones. G Monster's exposed as well.
I think they might just go for a straight chop, but Magma's dropping down low, so he's
Oh,
probably going
no.
to wait for the window to open. He go ahead and disengage out.
Oh.
G-Money gets spotted out on the other side. Don't take your pick at this point, because Venom and Curve are ready to go all in. Boxes up one, slides into the box onto Magma. Now they're going to go ahead and take down G-Money. A quick 2 eliminations. Venom and Curve, they're not slowing down.
They're the team.
Know exactly what his thought process.
They're just going
is, right?
crazy
Put the
today.
pressure down on the other opponent. The other one's gonna
Yeah,
get
Curve,
risky.
yeah.
He plays the switch reverse card, lands on him, boxes him up before he even recognizes.
Do you know what
he's
G-Monster
after
is?
the one that's the
Oh my god, that's a
target.
free kill for them.
Veno is just playing different right now. And again, this is no different than what we saw
Wow.
yesterday. They have been
Oh
overly
my
successful
god!
in their early game. And now that they're
Veno,
finding
you
the end
fucking
game
monster.
kind of formula, right? The
Dude.
solution to their problems.
The fact that
That's
he
why
just like a
they've been able to close
50-50,
this
like that
gap
just straight
so
shit on
fast.
him. That was actually like, I don't know, bro.
Not sure how many teams
The
can
way
really
they
take
just, like,
on
slay each other's
head-to-head with the way they're
faces.
playing so far.
Well, he
so maybe
did,
have to
but-
catch him on a rotation.
On
Maybe
Venom.
get him lobby focused. But Bolts and Acorn talk about their strategy.
We're at G-Monster,
They broke
bro.
Down that long launch pad towards the back. They combine both the Fizz and
Yo,
the
what's good, Albie?
Shockwave for easy rotations just like this. We jump on board Creon Dragon, the third party to fight. to
Oh,
start
that was
the
a
game
G-Monster, that
yesterday.
was,
Reeton Cooper as well. We talk about threats and fear falling outside of the bubble. Reed and Cooper are surely close
Was
to that
magma.
same situation. Not sure how Cooper went down in that last game, but we saw
Acorn,
Reed by
Zach.
himself in some of those later zones, struggling to
One of the
get
top 5
out
teams
alive.
right now.
So
I don't know where they
this
are
is gonna
exactly
be
on
a
the
little bit of
leaderboard.
a makeup game, a little bit of a redemption to kind of build that.
They have
confidence
not had a
back.
hot day too.
No. Tag back in exchange there a few times.
What do you think?
So just giving away some of that damage that they're, of course, hard earned.
I mean, I feel like there's one team that's just absolutely dominated day 2 so far, and that's about it. Like no one's really.
There is some more work to be desired here. Blake and Preston though already at 2.
Look
Look at this. Just
yeah.
trying to sneak up, find another player.
Reed and Cooper are not playing the greatest right now.
Cleaning things up.
Their day 2 has been dudded
Finds himself
so
under some
far.
serious pressure here.
I mean, was their day 1 even?
Now they're already situated.
I don't know if their day 1 was
base.
that crazy either.
Well,
To do that just yet. You can see he is.
it was land at least. I don't think their day 1 was crazy though, but it was land.
Dangerous here. What's happening now?
Do they want more than land? Probably.
I'm not sure if they heard the
but-
noise from Blake and Preston. Maybe a reboot, not sure, but they see Preston by himself. I'm looking at the mini-map. I don't see Blake anywhere in sight.
What the fuck?
He's either gone
Why
or
were they just
outside
inside
of the
somebody's
lobby, so
box,
Preston
bro?
on the clock inside of the zone. It's only going to be a 1 tick here, but
And they
they're
clearly, like,
tracing
broke
him
into,
down.
like, the
Gets
very
the
back on the other
patch up,
side,
which is
bro.
huge. Back-to-back
I don't know
mid
what the fuck that
HP
was.
being regenerated. No time to pop the shield, though, so he's buying himself a good amount of time. And the longer they stay in the zone, if Aegis and Ritual
Individual
don't
Braids,
heal up, they
62
could
points.
be 1 shot away, but they sneak the
Ritual
shot
Aegis,
through and get
84
them
points
again.
today.
Numbers advantage
I was
work in
haven't
their
had
favor.
that good of a
Aegis
day.
and Ritual solidified
I
their
think
second
what?
elimination
Obviously,
here.
Venom's
My
been
only question, Monster, is
crazy.
how much damage they took overall.
Rapid
chasing
and
that
Cold
one
have
down.
had a fine day.
Definitely wasn't the
I
cleanest
mean, they're
fight.
holding
SG
first.
Dozer against Acorn and
That's
Bolts right
about it,
now
though, I
in the
could say.
zone here.
They're holding it so far.
Dozer Esho looking to rotate out right now. Little do they know, though. Seems like there might be a duo here watching this little angle. It's actually Ravens and CDZ who have a bit of a choke point here down in the low ground. But Acorn and Bolts hold strong. They want to maintain
Dude,
position
I got
in
the
place.
fucking
CDZ
thing
had
again,
no
Zach.
idea they were
The
there.
what?
There it is. They get a couple
The
tags.
AFK TikTok bullshit thing, I don't know why it does that.
Good rotation here.
Yeah,
Great
it's
point.
kinda
Your
stupid.
YouTube throwing late?
Much
YouTube's
curve,
weird, bro.
but I
You
think I
set up
noticed kind of
refresh it or
looking at that
something.
leaderboard, got Cold and Rapid in first.
I don't think
Venom
I'm
with
just trying to end my
second
YouTube real quick.
place.
I don't think
What you
there's
think
even
in
audio
both
on it,
big
apparently.
teams, right? But remember
said
the
earlier.
reason why Venno came from EU to play on NA in the first place. It was to play with Cold. They had a bunch of lackluster performances, which caused them to split different ways. At one point, you saw the Peterbot and Poyo split up. Venno was going to play with Peter, but then he went with Curve. Cold was like, I'm going with Rapid. They already qualified for the Reload Elite Series finals, so they already had that chemistry. I think the community saw that one coming from a mile away. So it's interesting to see 2 teammates who broke up now
How's
fighting
YouTube
for
been,
first
bro?
and second place on the leaderboard.
That's right. And Minish has that land experience as well, right? So bringing something totally
Okay.
new to this
What?
team here. And if they
How's
continue
YouTube
to
been, bro?
do what they're doing and stay on track to
Quiet
make it to
today.
land, that's going to pay off for sure. Think about this position here from Bucky and Zen underneath the bases of Noisy and Neo.
There's your
I
braid,
like it
top
to not
finish.
take too much damage or too much focus. Kind of makes it a little bit
Sphinx.
easier to rotate without shockwaving a high distance away to take damage. But they're not going to get as much opportunity to get surged. The team above is going to get first strike at that. And by the time they can even open up their walls and try to get their own shots to connect,
Sending Bucky up here.
What the heck? Why is my stream not loading?
On what, mud?
Other
YouTube, it's just frozen. Oh, there we
the
go.
zone not too far away from Dark Dominion at the current time. Cold and Rapid position up above.
YouTube been
And
weird
honestly,
today,
there's
man.
no real reason for Cold and Rapid to stray away from their strategy. You know, you don't fix what isn't broken. If their worst placing is going to be a 26 and kind of an outlier game, and after that it's a 10th place, honestly, you'd be crazy to switch things up for no reason.
Yeah, I'm just starting to think, you know, should we be upset if Venno flies
Hello?
in from EU
Yeah.
and wins an FNCS here in NA? You know, now we got to start, like, asking these types of questions here. I don't know how to feel about it.
My
It's
YouTube stream just froze. I was like, what the
top.
fuck?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
mine did that too.
It's definitely going to help his case. 'Cause we know
Clicks
how
down
he
in Higgs
feels
again?
about the comparison for
Yeah,
EU
bro.
to NA, and he's just right there. Honestly, less than 20 points away at this current time.
What a
Closing the gap as the game does go on.
what a fall off, bro. I don't even know what to
Reed
say.
Cooper on the distance, trying to make up
Yeah.
more of that
Genuinely,
last
what a fall off.
You see them kind of waiting.
How do you go? How do you win 2 games and dominate 2 games to
You were
just?
asking the question, how did Higgs go down? You can almost imagine a situation like this coming in, using the wonky wheel, and a lot of these teams, just like, you know, Reed and Cooper, Cold and Rapid, are positioned high up in their surge tower bases, so you're not going to be out of render distance as you would think.
Yeah, they got eyes on the boxes, right? Like, already kind of called this before. Teams that are positioned up in these bases do tend to wait things out and try to look for opportunity.
Bro, the game like DC, like the replay like keeps DCing.
Again, this is game number
Yeah, that's
9,
what I thought.
12.
Bro, that was just a camera looking up, bro.
Always keeping us on our toes.
No, she's so good.
As things are starting to heat up, the 50-50 zone's gonna pop, and it's coming up this way.
Is the replay literally not moving, or is it just lagging?
You know, Jacob, we talked about
What am I looking at?
I think the replay just lags.
Storm right here, and then the zone pulls your way, and you just
Nah, they're just not moving like all those 4 players around them. But I mean,
now what you're doing is you're
they're
opening
just chilling, I guess,
yourself
waiting
up
for
to
some work
sickness,
or
but
some
also,
shit.
obviously, it's going to cost
Either
you a
yeah,
lot
they're
of
in their
kills.
boxes.
Yeah, a lot of their resources. That's kind of the give and take of a game like this. You know, we talk about a similar scenario when somebody's getting struck down by Storm Surge. Do you out heal it? Do you try to get eliminations? So hopefully with their positioning here, they do pull zone.
Should have been in quick chat looking what they say.
Splashes, maybe some pizzas to try to maintain their position, not only on high ground, but on the north side of the map where it's going to open up. It's going to be a little bit slower to travel through.
Nah, it's actually sad, bro.
Does activate 175
Unfortunate.
above the damage threshold.
So this is like his first like ever one that he just not streaming.
Level with the ground, so they're not going to get as much information.
And he's doing like.
Confused for a second. It looked like someone literally fell out the sky.
Doesn't even matter
We have an in-game
if
event
he's streaming
happening
or
right
not.
now. What was that? Spinks and Muzz just kind of hanging out right
Honestly,
now. I
probably
like
would've
this
played
spot
better
that
on
they're
stream.
150 above, not too
Okay.
bad, not exactly safe. However,
Click
if
be
you go
playing off
the
his
way,
chat's energy, bro.
See Curve, Veno now. They've already
But
found themselves pretty
I mean,
content,
after-
right?
I
They
don't
find
know.
their elimination, they get the big
They
cleanup.
clearly
here, they
technically
haven't
wouldn't
quite
need to
left. They just
change
took the
anything,
surge
but
base
still.
and turned it into their own strategy. Now zones continue to pull this way. They're gonna have to shockwave out here shortly. Here it goes. Going as a team, but ooh, someone's waiting for them to make that move. A little bit of damage onto Curve, but Veno goes untouched.
Yeah, those are the risks versus the reward that I kind of look at in situations where you're shockwaving off of height. You have a good bird's eye view when you're able to kind of be up here, Monster, but once you shockwave down, you kind of leave yourself open to taking the shots, just like you saw there. But they were very, very proactive in the early game. They're able to pad that cushion when it comes to Storm Surge, so they can take minimal damage just
Bro,
like
they're
that.
back. Higgs is back up.
Still rotating in from Wonky Land.
Okay.
A bit of slower rotation.
Bro, it's gonna be live. I thought they said they were fully dead.
No, he said Higgs went down.
Fall behind with the rest of the pack.
Huh. No. Somebody said
Just wondering if we're gonna get a little
Clicks and
upgrade from some
Higgs.
here.
clicks down and Higgs. GG.
Definitely. coming up
Well, you got
short
lied
from
to.
what we expected.
I think nah, I think
Barnes
I
live up
think
to that
he
hot
said.
start. Look
What
at
he said?
this,
Clicks down and then he just said in
and
Higgs.
Wagers here tries to go up and
I don't
over.
know.
They get
Nah, they
caught
said
in
on the
process,
broadcast
find
that Higgs went
themselves below
down.
the surge, so there's just all types of problems here to deal with. Meanwhile, Veno takes full advantage of that. They get the
Nothing.
refresh that they need. They
Technically nothing happened.
might even build
Looking
into
like
the
they're
zone
still up.
here with a
Well, I don't know if
monstrous
they're
metal
looking good
base
right
if they
now.
wanted to. I was gonna say they obviously have enough mass to do so. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
It's Veno who connects there, Jacob.
Just big damage. Not sure what Slepsy was thinking, but I saw him 500 below the damage threshold. He's probably trying to drop on anybody with a surprise attack. Tries
Bro,
to
the
get
replay
one
is
bump,
so
but I did see,
laggy. So,
you know, the teammate just kind of go down right behind Paper, who was
How
looking
long right now?
not even in that direction. Probably after the elimination got cleaned up, the loop kind of made itself known. Paper looks around like, ooh,
So
what
we
is
said it
this?
for sure,
Kinda
though.
gets rewarded there. Cold and Rapid. See them continuously staying on these mid layers. They don't want to have a target on their
Cold
back
with the
or
Dark
behind them,
Dominion.
especially since they're already in first place.
Mythic
they don't have to
shotgun.
change up anything here. 313 damage above the threshold, just waiting for the next
here's
zone
where it
to
starts
go
getting
more. And
crazy.
half
The
of
9th
lobby
zone.
just got a max pull over towards Humble Hills.
We have it. Things are about to start heating
Clicks
up
still
real
up.
quick here now as we're approaching.
Clicks and Higgs are Clicks and Higgs are taking
Moments of game number
Storm
9.
Surge.
End game is on. Sturm
They're below by
Surge is
100.
Here. And Clicks and Higgs are 150
Yeah.
below right now. Still plenty of room
of damage to be had here, so they have to play aggressive. Into the box they go. Higgs gets a monster shot.
Man.
Wow. Clicks does what he needs to, but
wow.
no, it's Agers and
What was that? Was...
And they take out some of that close competition there in Clicks and Higgs, and the runway is starting to open up now. Meanwhile, Curve and Veno, clear as day. Blue
it's like another 0-point game for them, huh?
Max material once again. This just doesn't get better.
I don't know if they had any eliminations or not.
I'm not sure if these were all of their bases or not, but essentially shockwaving from base to base to base in the last couple of zones to make sure they maintain their presence.
I mean, Higgs getting knocked early in the game, like they said, definitely did not help them with Storm Surge.
Peterbot and Poyo filmed the same struggle for a moment, one below the damage threshold. They quickly prop themselves back up, 89 above. Poyo looking toward the backside of zone, trying to get some easy damage. Peterbot on the hunt for some of his own. Almost bites off more than he could chew in that moment. But either way, Poyo was able to clean up at least one elimination and continue to build up on that Storm Surge. Only 3 players need to go down before it deactivates, but as they get eliminations, so do Cold and Rapid. There goes another one for Cold, adding to his total.
It's crazy, man. The amount of eliminations they managed to find in the end game is so impressive. And they're in the lead, mind you, right? So this is really going to give them that room to run away with it. And you start looking at players like Rapid, you start looking at players like
what?
Having FNCS
Clicks and Higgs almost split, bro.
Is one thing, but having it on NA just hits a little different.
And then they won.
So for some,
they won Division 1.
Unify the belts. For others, they're trying to put the stamp on their name.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but something's got to change because they.
First, you got to do it. Rapid and Cold continue to.
I don't know if they play after LAN, bro. I think they're gonna play LAN out and then see how they do. I guess.
So they will need a big refresh.
If they don't do good at LAN,
honestly, doesn't.
They probably 100%
worry
split.
me just one bit. Curve finds one though. They're on 8 eliminations already, continuing the pressure on the lobby.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know who Clicks would even get as a teammate after that.
If Veno finds himself in first place when the tournament is over,
I'm sure there will be teams that will split.
Region champion EU and NA Central, arguably 2 of the hardest regions to win a championship on, but they still got a quarter of the tournament left to play. Tyler, forced by himself, loses chance. Backside of the zone, he's getting pressured by Jack, NPen, and a few other teams. Everybody forced to rotate in, finds a Fizz, trying to take advantage of that, but he runs into Peterbot and Poyo on the other side of the wall. Luckily for him, it looks like Peterbot and Poyo have their hands full, so they don't even look back, but as we tune back into Cold, he's by himself. No extra
Cold
heal,
solo.
no build. This is what the entire lobby needs to have a chance.
I mean,
they're only in top 20 right now, like barely.
Cold goes down.
For Cold to fall, the runway really
that's a very bad game. Look at Curve. Okay, Curve on height.
Solo height.
Curve forced to play high
Height.
Look at the lead here. He's got to solo push a few points, bro.
That was huge for Peterbot.
And Fulton Acorn, dude. Fulton Acorn before that, where they go to double cut the low ground.
We got Aegis Ritual, Acorn and Bolt, even Peterbot and Poyo, that all could be our first place team after this game, and they're ready to make
wait, this is what Peterbot needs to do to win right here.
Towards the top, Peterbot and Poyo, they set it up towards height, give themselves
wait, they got a good chance of winning this game. If they play smart enough. But I don't know, this team, these guys are still alive too.
Eliminations of their own. They have pizza, they have splashes, they have materials on top. So they don't even necessarily need an elimination.
They're all right.
They will knock it down. Bolts and Acorn here.
There's a lot of the top teams left still.
Solidified their high ground
could shake up the standings.
Bolts just continue to do what he does best. That's a monstrous refresh.
Jeez.
Everything here gets the chug jug as well. He's just living off the siphon, but no, Acorn gets caught there by Javi in a minute. Tyler still holding on here as well. Somehow finds his way into top 5. When we last checked in, it was 20th
Tyler's
place.
clutching up for his team.
Up, showing us how badly he wants it. Bolts here on the low ground though. Javi and a minute here, full duo versus of course Peterbot Poyo pressure from the top. It's not looking too good here.
Yeah, Bolts just getting pressure from all.
Impressive at Tyler.
So the duo will sandwich him.
Bolts on so quick.
It's looking like a Peterbot W.
Peterbot realizing it's going
yes,
over cycle builds. They can maintain their
Peterbot Poyo win, chat.
Same blessing from down below.
I mean, it's not over yet, but it's
it's looking good, but we gotta see.
So they were almost out of mats altogether.
Yeah, Peterbot knows what to do here. He's just got to keep that relentless pressure coming down. Hopefully,
Ooh.
but Hobby comes up, finds a little cheeky angle from the side there, but he's got no match. Peterbot also punished too. Aminish's got nothing, but Boyo's coming down and finish the job. Peterbot's already got the full conclusion there, and now
1v2.
Jacob, it's just
Gotta be
looking
a
like
disaster of the
2v1.
game to
No builds.
Hobby's living on borrowed time here. He might know it as well. No extra material. Zone
Just
pulling on
dancing.
over. Yes, he could
I mean, he got nothing.
Like, yep.
Double Thunder Burst up above the mythic AR. They're gonna melt through those builds, and that's why you see
He's just vibing, bro.
Peterbot and Pollo dropping down. They just don't want to take any big risk here because they know this one is definitely in the bag. 9 eliminations so far, and if they're able to clean this one up, get that elimination onto Hobby, this could be a
GG's.
elimination.
That's gonna shake up the leaderboard, that's for sure.
Fire at the right time. Peterbot and Pollo on top.
Just a little bit.
It's what we kept
Just a
saying.
little
We're
bit,
looking
sure.
at their performances. We're seeing them make these end games, but the biggest question that was remaining was, when are they gonna get that victory out? And you know what? They couldn't have done it in a
Bro,
better
check the leaderboard chat.
at a better game, right? When you have Cold and Rapid there, Jacob.
Peterbot and Pollo are in first.
Is gonna conclude.
Turvin Vino in second. Cold and Rapid down to third. Aegis Ritual in fourth. Acorn Bolts in fifth. Chat!
What the heck?
Nope,
What's
Kelly,
happening?
it's
Yep,
happening. We knew it was gonna happen.
It's
We
like-
didn't know
let's do
when.
that, what
We
Zeke
didn't
said.
know why or how.
Holy
but it's
shit.
happening
I mean, it was a
right
10 kill win, dude.
3 games left to go. Game number 9.
That's insane, by the way.
Look at Vivid, bro. Vivid just smiles,
We've been
bro.
under the radar.
He's just like, ah, shit. Another Peterbot.
You know what, Zeke? We're gonna make a statement.
No
I
one's
see what
just
Peterbot
straight up
did.
dominant.
All the way up in the
I'm not gonna lie.
It's not over.
1 through 6 is still anybody's game right now.
Kelly, they're doing it. It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, for the most part.
You know, they say that there's 2 inevitabilities in life.
Holy. Okay, I have no audio.
In the final games, it is just
Bro,
inevitable.
clicks down to 10, bro.
We've seen them do it time and time again.
Dude, they're not even gonna make land at this rate.
It's over. Peterbot's done. And then they wrap up day 1. Always still in the top 10, by the way. But day 2 is where they come show how they
Alright,
do
this is
it
clicks, by the
time
way.
and time again.
5th place.
Peterbot doing this crazy
5th place, 2 kills. 2 wins, 1 with 4, 1 with 3 kills. Then a 32nd, 18th, a 12th place, a 13th place, a 36th, and a 28th.
Conversation amongst
Like,
us.
damn,
Yeah,
bro,
you know,
what fucking
they've been
happened?
pretty quiet this
Yeah, and they're getting,
sprint.
like, no kills.
Genuinely.
I mean, their best placement was a 5th place. We're used to seeing these guys just win games.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the
Recently,
bathroom real
this
quick.
has not happened. But that being said, they kept themselves in contention, right? Even though they weren't having these pop-up games, even though they weren't having those performances that we're used to seeing out of them, they were still in like 6th place going into that game, right? Just close enough. The first
Top
place where it's
13
like, okay,
qualified to land, chat.
technically it's possible for them to kind of
So
catch back
13
up.
to
You know,
first,
there's
bro.
like they're just always flying around, always buzzing around. And then it happens. They win the game. It's like we literally brought it to fruition by speaking it
It's
into
so crazy,
existence.
bro. They
These
have the
guys
most wins
are
in the
back.
tournament, and
They
they're
win the
at
game,
10th
and
place.
I saw how many points they have. I can't
Like,
wait to see the leaderboard after we come
These guys
back.
have had the highest of highs in this
Vivid,
tournament.
you
Now they're at
stole
like
what
the
I was
lowest
going
of
to
lows,
say.
bro.
485
Damn,
points.
3 more games,
We knew
chat.
going into that, Cold and Rapid had 446. But where did they end? Have they overtaken that number 1 spot? Let's find
Yep,
out
3 more games, y'all.
after this short break. Don't you go anywhere. We'll see you right after this.
I genuinely don't even know, bro. It's just, Kills are worth 4 points, yeah.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna lie, after yesterday, I was not expecting Peterbot to be in first place.
Dude, buddy, he was in 6th place. He was fine. Also, this is like
first,
dude, last chapter.
3 games though.
Yep, but Peterbot and Pollo are just like.
Nah, they're crazy good.
Dude, stop showing me the snipe clip, man. I don't care about the community showcase. No, what's actually the point of having a community showcase and you just show 3 players? Like, did they pay?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
Like,
Man.
and like to say this is a community showcase. Why the fuck are you showing the same 4 players and literally not anybody else? Like,
Well,
how does that make sense?
Fortnite fired all their employees, so the people who made the showcase, they got 3 clips and then they lost their job.
And I don't know how to feel.
Give me 4, buddy.
You're not used to losing. Getting
Bro,
beaten.
Not like this.
all the people that submit their.
These players are just.
Oh
so
my god! And then it's this ad again.
This ad.
Yeah, does Fortnite do anything else?
This ad is so annoying.
Why is he even about? Got milk? Why the fuck is he talking about? What does the end dragon even say to the lady?
Dude, I don't even know.
I don't even listen to it. It's always saying something about like it starts crying. That's all I know.
Welcome back, Party Fam. After game number 9, Peterbot Pollo decide, you know what, Zeke? It's time to get active. We're going to get ourselves a little victory royale with 10 points. They end that game with 485 points. Kelly, of course it happens like this. I know I let you write the script for this major. And man, oh man, of course, with 3 games left to go, we get a VR out of Peterbot and Pollo. Now of all times, Kelly, now!
This is when they always do it. They always like to build a little bit of a story because we always go into every major thinking that Peterbot and Pollo are going to run away with it. That's just boring writing, Zeke. So instead, they make everyone sweat a little bit. They have a
Chat screen's gonna go black for a second.
Day 1, and then it's day 2 in the second half of day 2 where they really start to show everyone
You
why
think so,
they are
Zach?
the demons of North America.
Peterbot and Pollo don't try as hard so that they can make a comeback and win?
I don't know.
Buddy, no.
I'm looking at Cold
Nah.
dropping
Yeah,
down,
Rapid
but
and Cold
again,
dropped
that
down to
drop
3
not
with
that
that
hard.
game.
All of these teams are close enough. I mean, 30
Everybody
points
dropped
separates
down.
first
Bro, this
and
is
second
insane.
place, but, I mean, Peterbot and Pollo, it may have taken
And
9
Peterbot
games
came
for
up
them
4
to finally
placements,
go
bro.
ahead and take that throne up there in the number
Bro
1
went from
spot on the
5th to 4th.
leaderboard.
Whoop!
But from an
He was like, whoop, my
individualistic
spot now, boy.
standpoint, Peterbot is still playing. Like we're used to him saying, like, I'm looking at the damage out over the course of these 9 games. He's currently at 8,300. In second place right now is
How much
actually
is
Asia's
13th
with
place gonna have? Like 400
7,300.
points, I
So
think it
Peterbot's
was?
1,000 damage
Predicted
ahead, and that's
these,
exactly what we were kind of
Clicks
used
and
to
eggs
seeing.
almost get
Sure,
clawed,
he's
but
getting
maybe
beat out right now by the
Daddy
likes
more
of, you know,
points.
Ager's Curve, Veno in the Elims category, but he's still up there with those guys. Top 4.
Bro, they just need to have. They just need to get back on track.
Okay, hear me out.
Win,
Clicks and Hicks started the tournament off with
I just
2 wins and a 5th? What if they get back-to-back wins and end off on a 5th?
And of course,
And they reverse their tournament.
All
All those duds in the middle, then 2 wins and a 5th.
This top 3,
So their first game's a 5th, their last game's a 5th, their third and second game is a win, and then their third and second to last games are wins. Boom.
He's from NA, right? We're just
Can I
like,
click his deck?
okay, buddy, okay.
Yeah.
Poo. Oh man,
Let's
these
go.
guys are going crazy. 57 eliminations, Kelly. You
Let me
pulled out a
poo.
number not that long ago on the over on EU what their record was. We're right there. We're right there with 3 late games left to go.
That is right, and we can imagine that if a little misstep happened over here with Veno, if that misstep did not happen, that they would probably even have more eliminations, if not win that game. But unfortunately, Veno did go down to this right here. However, Curve was able to hold the high ground for just a little bit, but once some of the other teams noticed that Curve was a solo on high ground, obviously it was stolen. But regardless, still having
Veno choked that game. Did you see that?
In our leaderboard,
No,
It's on with a low ground.
I was on Discord.
Levy Poo is wild, by the way, Zeke. But I mean, yeah, the standings are just going absolutely crazy. It would be a lot for Veno to not get bumped off of the high ground. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. But close on their heels, man. You know, I talked about this first through fifth place, only separated right now by 30 points. Cold and Rapid.
Yeah, okay.
First time we kind of see them slip out of that top 2 spot. It's been a while since we have not seen them towards the top. Rough little go for them in that game right there, but still, here's the crazy thing: all 5 of these teams going into the last 3 games.
He's got to stop selling.
Yeah, I mean, even look at Agers and Ritual, right? 467, right behind Cold Rapid, a single point. Even Acorn and Bolts.
Who do you think's actually selling on their team?
And Acorn and Bolts get a 3rd place.
The coach, Clicks, or Higgs?
In that game, right? Like, this is absolutely going
to collective unit, of course.
Right now, there is no.
But it's just like, dude, like, hey, you played 3 games at Grands. You guys knew what to do to get surge. Why the fuck did we start pushing Dark Dominion? And why the fuck did they stop doing their surge space on the Ferris wheel last game? I didn't get that. And then they didn't have surge and they tried to key and then they get knocked and killed. What are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I get you gotta change your strategy up every once in a while, but like.
And then, dude, they know to not play height so early. Like, dude, the games they could have such good games in. They take height so damn early and they don't get kills. Like,
they didn't take out all for day 1. So obviously having these tiny changes that we've already
at that point you just don't go for height that early. You go for a later time.
What I want to see out of Acorn and Bolts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, bro.
That makes some sort of
I don't even know.
It's easier to get kills in a refresh from like no, okay, it's not. I mean, easier to get your refresh, like actually pick up your loot and match from the mid ground.
Yo, what's up? Yo, what up, man? How's it going?
Let's just say they get a little refresh.
We definitely do. And
like little 10 zone or something, and then they go for height, bro. They could have just like. They just have this mentality in endgame to always go for height early, bro. And that just fucking ruined so many of their endgames too.
It's definitely been exciting for sure. Our last 3 FNC
like so many of their endgames where they're about to get placement, they just go high early and get griefed by 4 or 5 teams.
But the way this one is edging out to be, we got another photo finish on our hands. I'm strapped up, ready to go. I'm literally at the edge of my seat right now.
I don't know.
You know,
I agree.
Is really starting to shift
they win if they win all their games again and with a lot of kills.
Difference between 6
and Clicks and Higgs.
Yo, appreciate it, man. Appreciate the like and subscribe.
Themselves in the conversation for a championship run, and no one is
welcome to the show
so far. But I hear the battle boss, so let's see it one more time.
Three games left, Monster. Just 3 games remaining in this tournament, and already for the last 3 games that we've seen,
still can't believe Booga got disqualified, bro.
Up so much from Cold and Rapid being in first.
Dude, imagine how much more stacked this race would have been. Like, bro, top 13 would have actually been hard as fuck to get. Like, you're like thinking, oh damn, all these good teams in top 13, but dude, we're literally missing Yamzu and fucking Josh.
Teams like Clicks and Higgs are suddenly finding themselves in a whole different type of
Curly
scenario,
and
right,
fucking what's his face, bro.
Being in the top 13.
I can't remember, whatever.
Trying to get the championship.
But they made it to win like quite a bit.
Curve and Veno though switching up their strategy.
And then fucking Booga and Craze, bro.
A little bit more aggressively.
They were supposed to be on comp, by the way.
Maybe if there was something here to be, of course, earned. But look at this, finds a little llama. You happy about that one?
Was Curve contested, or did he get those out of the sky? That's just my biggest question.
I don't know.
Yeah, either way.
Finds a little llama. That llama's there every game.
Beginning, middle, or end of these games. I don't know what they ate for breakfast, but I need to order me 2 of those because they are just firing on all cylinders.
Booga got disqualified too for the same shit.
They had such a great moment to end the day yesterday. Most of us didn't even know where he came from. That first place, 8 eliminations, that bursted them inside of the bubble. Today, however, hasn't necessarily been going their way, but they are still so close to contention. They just need to close out strong.
You know, what I'm thinking about is Veno and Curve. Veno's probably telling Curve, like, bro, be on the lookout. Do not be surprised if Peter Bomb pull your land this, you know? Because their drop is technically big enough. And if you know Veno, he's got that main character energy, right? So does Peter Bot. Like,
that'd be crazy if they end up dropping on each other.
Clicks in a finals or any other rivalry that's neck to neck, he will definitely land on someone like Veno as well, just because the storyline will be so exciting to watch. And they're all
I'm
that
not
close.
scared though. Like, he's in the lead right now. He's not gonna keep
Gecko
nobody,
just trying to
bro.
go ahead and get out of a bad spot.
Hey, he might get later on though. If Vino really wants this FNCS win, man, and it's really tight. But also the thing about Vino right now, you can't really drop on somebody, bro. Or he's, I mean, I guess if he only cares about the win. Because I was gonna say like third, fourth, and fifth are right next to him. Usually you land on somebody when you know you're gonna get second, you know?
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like that's what happened on EU, bro. The second place team, they just knew they were going to get second. They landed on first because they had a chance. But then they got wiped off spawn, bro. It's so crazy. They landed on first place team in EU, bro. They just died in literal seconds, Zach. Like the fastest ever we died. It was just like, yeah. It was kind of crazy.
They have the shockwave. They're trying to close the gap and figure out exactly where he went. Heard the noise onto Mako, so they're just going to drop down and try to clean up this even.
Yeah, doing a great job chasing them down right now. Veer's got full sights here. Threat's got control of the coast as well. Should be another tag. Unfortunately, they don't quite find it, but this is
there's a lot of people around here. Riptide.
There again, found themselves in the top 10 and then fell within around that 15th place range after slipping out. So Veer and Threat still have some big games to be out here.
Just getting more and more crowded over here towards the Riptides, though. Got Nick and Skinny Cat moving on over. Threads and Veer kind of gave up positioning, chasing for that Elim. Then you have Muss and Liquid on the other side of Riptide. So even though they were able to get the couple of eliminations there, I don't think they advanced their position.
Come on with Pigs and Clicks this game, man.
They get the legendary drop this
Hold
time.
on, nothing or what?
Wonky Land. Better chance at those rare chests, more
Yeah,
gold.
I mean, they're just looting up, so.
They almost get mats at that mini game. They
Yeah, Higgs has a crazy low at this game.
In terms of finding success. And
Alright, let's just see if maybe they could get like a little comeback here, bro.
Moving on over the western side of the map.
Just something to give them hope.
Last time we saw them pull a zone like this, though, Jacob, they did win the game.
I don't think they're getting higher than a 6 anymore, though.
Clicks and Higgs.
If they even get that, we'll see, though.
Next here to try to make something big happen at this point.
Cold and rapid. If you get that feeling of deja vu at all, I can agree. They're not changing up their strategy. They don't even go underneath Dark Dominion unless they have to. Cold just kind of builds up towards the top. Not only does he have to aim with those shotguns, he's going to be the primary source of finding their surge. Rapid, the big brain, the IGL of this team so far has been rotating them very well in the good portion of the games, but the last two, I think those will be the ones that hurt the most. 10th place, 4 eliminations, 17th place with 1 eliminations, kind of giving up that top spot on the leaderboard.
Agers and Rituals on the other side here. Bit of a quiet rotate for them right now, but close to this Dark Dominion, so I am curious what the strategy here is in the coming moments.
Yo, what up?
They've almost continued to position himself.
Crazy how we would be winning this game right now, Zach. Yeah.
Competition up on the standings. Acorn and Bolt.
Yeah.
Bolt is very situated right now.
Yeah, I think he looks down towards Wonky Land, but you can kind of see that big base over towards the Ferris wheel. It's fully blocked off.
Looks like Clicks actually built their base for once.
Has to look elsewhere. Over towards Latte Landing, though, where Power and Penta make themselves known. At the Reed and Cooper drop spot. Back on over towards that launch pad, typically where the primary source of rotation goes.
Cooper and Reed have been struggling, bro.
For a cheeky shot on the Power, but he regrets that one momentarily. Pressure continues to fly his way, but Reed was able to find an opening onto Power, gets the shield on just like that. But they're just taking so much damage from the storm itself. Yeah, they have to get in the same box, heal up with those flashes, because they were one shot away from going down.
One Elam separates them from the top 13 lane spot right now. They cannot afford to fall here. Reed and Cooper do enough to push this team off, but at what cost? You saw them, again, healing a bunch, so we can't even tell if they're actually out positive after this exchange right here.
Oh, well, they don't want to get the elimination code for free. They get the good damage onto Power, they shockwave, they fizz, they close the distance, and now they get the knock. Instead of cleaning up instantly, they know they're going to take damage from the storm. let the Siphon do its thing. Reed's going to go on the chase. Sees Penta trying to run away, and he's just trying to follow suit. Only thing is, he only has one shockwave left, so yep, he's going to have to use the fizz to
Dang,
really
he's
make
going
that
for this
shockwave
kill.
worth it. Getting up on top of that mountain. That's going to give him a huge bird's eye view to try to figure out where Penta actually ran to. Spots the builds in the distance, safe landing into the water. But he is so far away from Cooper now. That gives Penta a 1v1 if he could just figure out it actually is a 1v1.
There's no way. He's off. He's already going right back to the bodies, thinking that they came together. But Cooper's here waiting to catch him. More good damage here. Now, this is starting to track what seems to be other duos here in the area that are just kind of sticking to their usual rotation.
Finally gets the elimination.
But there it is. Finally, they clean things up here at the Latte Landing. It'd be a great two-piece elimination for them, giving them that little bit of cushion that they were looking for here. They're not quite safe again inside the top 13 just yet, but they are there now after the 8 points they earned there. Meanwhile, Visual and Braids, what is this? This is a completely different strat.
Even got me shaking my head, scratching it, trying to wonder what went wrong. Typically, we see a team like this spread out on these mountain ranges that you see there in the minimap, and that's how they get a lot of their serves. This time around, maybe trying to wait for somebody to lurk in late, find something. Hopefully, they make a mistake. Timing, if it doesn't work out though, might put them behind the rest of the curve as QK and Khan find themselves an elimination over here towards Painted Palms. Instead of going on a wild goose chase though, they're gonna let that solo player run away. Maybe they could turn back and get the elimination later. We know he's gonna go for a reboot eventually, but for QK and Khan, man, this is gonna be a good start to the game. Get that damage early, and once you got that Storm Surge damage early, it kind of opens up flexibility to be able to focus on the rotation.
My goodness,
instead
bro.
of just getting damage.
Peterbot's tower.
Yeah, talk about those eliminations too. I'm gonna be keeping close eyes on Visuals and Breeds too, because like you said, that is such a
Reason I was doing all day today, bro.
Damn, look how many people are still in Storm.
And then you look at the map. Look at how much distance there is between other players. It, again, from here looking at it, might not pay off. We'll just have to see. Peterbot Boya, though, back to the same trust.
It doesn't affect how far they are.
Keeping this.
They are away from it, bro. You think on the edge. I don't know, like it's their POIs or something.
Tend to weaken on the way. Susan Agers, one of the few down here at the Dark Dominion. So we saw them rotate past this. They didn't go around to actually contest Boulder Rapid, of course. Shot Peterbot's duo up top.
You think there's gonna be a lot of shit being talked? What's this FSCS is over on quick?
Spotted that one out quick. Saw the surge base. Saw the window open. Unlike some of the other
I don't know.
where there is no top,
how do you go from being
base, you can kind of, you know, crouch, uncrouch, peek over.
Team people are talking about to just.
But Peterbot built it in a way to where it's impossible to get shockwaved on for free. So usually we always talk about Peterbot and Foil hunting teams down. I'm getting in the back of my head. Maybe.
I feel like this game is slowed down a bit compared to the first two games.
They are the team to
Players aren't as aggressive. They're kind of.
I should say 9 games. We're here in game 10. Let's see if that lead goes away.
People are kind of going back to the slower play style, it seems like.
Moving on over towards Squibbly Shores. We talked about last time Clicks and Higgs had his own move over in this favor. I think everybody on this side of the map has just been gifted a little bit of opportunity, which includes Muzz and Sphinx, who's currently positioned 8th on the leaderboard.
Done really good today, too. 2nd place in that first game, 12th, and then a 10th, right? So, a lot of in-game appearances so far for Muzz and Sphinx. Bucky and Zen. So on pace right now. Great opportunity here to find some paths from that prom. Zone's going to be coming in shortly, so gotta make quick work of this team here and get going themselves.
You know, watching this sometimes, you just gotta have a lot of patience because there's a lot of moments to where you typically would think, I gotta rotate to zone, I don't want to take the damage, I want to beat other teams there, but sometimes it's just more beneficial, especially if you have the white HP heals.
It's really quiet right now.
For your time. Let the storm do its thing.
People aren't really.
At their hands, depending on what
Everyone's kind of just boxed up.
Especially if you have a little bit more control of your game's curve and
you know, it's kind of quiet.
Approach already. You know, in the last couple games, we see them very early on try to be the team on the high ground and really condition the rest of the
Tournament's wrapping up, bro. Nobody wants to mess up the game, bro. And then you gotta play damn near perfect, bro.
Dang, they made it even bigger.
Just minimizing the risk of them actually getting eliminated.
They do already have 2 eliminations too, so they're feeling pretty good about their overall damage. But as we start talking about the way this zone played out, it's gonna be Clicks and Higgs who have this monstrous base setup.
Who got on that? You're going clicks?
As the zone has favored them for quite some time here. And there's plenty of extra heals to work with as well. So he's gonna have to pick and choose here what they want to take on the road with them.
I guess we're showing the top 5 leaderboard as soon as they get on clicks. Wow.
Zone is pulling towards the south. They have their wonky wheel. They
Crazy,
have
bro.
their combination of both the
That's
Fizz and the
crazy.
Shockwave. To really dodge
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
he's getting
teams
later,
in
though.
early portions of that zone.
Who's it
Kinda
first?
move out of the pressure distance,
Peter
make
about
it
to pull you
easier
on
for them
first.
to move in. And you see the zone is kind of pulling off the shores of Squibbly over into more of the
Yeah, Peter about to
mainland.
pull you on
And
first.
this is where you do have a few different
I
mount
believe.
ranges that will be in
Is
play.
it?
So rotations,
What?
quick, that is of the essence here.
Peter about to pull you on first or
You
nah?
see now
Yeah,
all
they
those
are.
other players that have waited until this zone to try to move their way in. You're seeing Cold and Rapid. They're pulling that edge of the zone. Instead of going straight in, they know this side of the
That
map
curve.
is more than likely uninhabited by a lot of the players. So they're
And
just
then
going
in a
ahead and taking a
second.
slow approach yet again. They don't seem to be in a worry.
And then
but
there's
they
Cold
don't
and
seem to be
Rapid in
desperate to
third.
make any big plays.
Yep, and they got little bushes to play with as well here. So with the zone coming back their way, look at that. They have a nice little ambush set up
Amber,
here.
you're learning the placements of
Teams
players.
rotating in.
Congrats.
Peterbot still finds himself safe.
Peterbot's been just chilling.
Here. So long as they found their damage, they'll be just
Hasn't
fine.
been-
Rangers and Ritual
Hasn't had a move yet, bro.
either since rotating their
I mean, yeah.
Zone
The
pull
map
nice area.
here.
map
They're
pulled
only 80
or
per
zone
ball, so
pulled to
this
this
is
side
a
of the
much more
map
precarious situation to be in.
for once.
I mean, bro, last time Clicks and Higgs won, it pulled through this forest. You remember? They
Yep.
were up on the trees on height. That's the last good game they had, bro. Damn, that was so long ago. I still remember that game though, like it was yesterday.
Yeah, game 3.
Oh wait, it was yesterday.
For each and every one of these zones.
It was literally
Not
game
Presence
3, bro.
Eventually does turn off down to 40 players overall, so they're really
Just kept
really
attaching
playing
to the
tiptoeing with
trees
that
and high
time when
ground.
it comes to Surge, Cold and Rapid, similar situation.
Surge
only
activated.
143 above, and it's not easy for them to rotate from point A to point B. About 30 damage is going to get taken off of that Surge.
One thing to note, though, they were max material coming out of that storm there, so they are in a prime position here. Don't let
They're off
that
the beam,
material
holy
count fool
shit.
you. They are getting late into the end game here. A little bit of storm pull luck here, and you'll be in a great spot to be in.
Peter bought that
Although
rapid
Peter
fire
and Boyo can do
or
the same
AR.
reset for them.
Yeah,
They
that
have
thing
this
is
high
just-
ground base.
let's see if
They
you go
have this
crazy
zone
with
at
it.
the time. They're finding a tremendous amount of damage from this
Holy
advantageous
aim
spot.
bot. Yeah,
And
me
now
and
they
Peter
get to
bot
shock
got that
wave
same
out
type of aim, Bando.
play into the Dark Dominion. So
He
this
clicks
is
that,
actually
now he's up right
rapid
now.
draw spot. And again, normally
This
when
game's
you
looking
get
pretty
draw,
stacked, chat. Some of the
obviously
best
we've seen
players
Oh
are
yeah,
here, bro.
this
turn
game's
these opportunities, if you will, into huge wins, if not better.
We got Peter bot Pollo,
But again,
Adrian
This is right-
Ritual,
to
right
be
up
determined.
there,
Now
man.
we're
Clicks
starting
and
to first that end game.
Higgs,
Venom and Curve.
Cold
No
and
pressure so far. They've
Rapid.
just been sitting on the vending machine.
Where's they
trying to
calling
see if
Cold? I
anyone
didn't
was
get to
willing
see
to come
them.
this way. Clearly,
Oh yeah, Venom
some
Curve
people
right
got a
here.
little too close to the fire and got burnt here. It's Magma and G Monster. This is another Venno and Curve elimination onto the same team. They just can't catch a break from them.
Yeah, and I know the game's still going on, but with those eliminations there, they take first place in the tournament. Placement points haven't
So
set
close.
in. It's going to continue to jumble, but it goes to show how close the leaderboard actually is through and through. Am I watching a replay? Am I watching another clip? Peter and Boyer are just finding
Who takes first,
opportunity
Acorn and
after
Bolts?
opportunity.
Yeah,
It's
I think
on
that's what he said.
Tavir. That is going to be a heartbreak right there if Threats cannot clutch out some good points in this game. He is only 4 points away from that bubble.
Yeah, they were doing so well after finding those two healers, and now lose your teammate kind of here is going to be that much more tougher. Well, you have to make at least 20 or 30 points. As we were jumping away, I think I saw Venno find
Like,
another
all these end
elimination
games
here.
matter,
So the
bro.
rotates are clearly working well. Yep.
It's
Here it is.
just
You get to
so-
jump in with that. They're at
Yeah.
5 elims now, Jacob.
last few
Things are just
games.
starting to get really pieced together for them. Take a look here. They find the lobby focus onto
Dang,
Jack.
Dang,
Well,
they're
the
getting
Rapids
some
are
good
wide.
kills.
It just can't work any
Yeah, they
better
are.
for them
They've
now.
been
So all
they've
that
been getting
matters here
good
for
kills
them
all
is
day, bro.
Just gonna be key positioning.
all day today, all day
right to the end
yesterday.
game.
Like,
no one's
bruh.
in that base up top either.
Kills have never been a
Some
problem, bro. They were
vacant
fragging
storm
out
surge base from
all day
before.
today and all day
Zone's not
yesterday.
back. Acorn and Bolt
Just
is still in
yesterday,
this
they
game
weren't
as
getting
well
that
right
placement,
now.
bro.
Barely holding on though as they found themselves only 20 above. I see
Clicks
Clicks
not
and
winning?
Higgs there in the
Yeah,
distance,
probably
too.
not.
Meanwhile, Buterbot continuing to find eliminations.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got that AR, man.
Two op spawn elims, put him in first. Peterbot gets an
Yeah,
elim.
Clix and
They
Higgs
take
are
first
just...
back. Benno and Curve
They've just been
get a
choking, bro.
couple more elims that pushes
Just having a
them
lot
in
of dotted
first,
eyes
and now
games.
They take it right back.
Since
We're literally ping-ponging
after
as this
game 3
game
of
goes
yesterday,
on between
bro.
first and second place, but you still got Cold Rapid, Agers, and Ritual. Acorn and Bolts all still in
Here's
the mix.
Clix.
You can't forget about Clix and
Got
Higgs.
one
All it
kill.
takes is one moment to
They're
catch
above
fire
by a
in
good
these
amount,
next
though.
couple games to really kind of shut
They
everything
should have a
up.
really good game here, bro.
They do have that
Like, they
gold
honestly should.
chaos. They got the purple AR. They got
Bring it back at least, bro.
They got
I
Fizz, they got
honestly...
Shockwave, they got
Oh yeah, they
all
got
I'd be happy
good.
if
They got
Switch
good
is
inventory.
to have a good game here.
I'd be happy
The
if Switch
zone
brought it back to
might
like
play
6,
a huge role
six,
depending on
like,
where it
plays at
goes.
least
I
this
see it
time, bro.
moving towards the south.
Because I don't know what they can get, but we have to see here.
So even though we got those
Come on,
buildings we need
I'm
to
awake
worry
now,
about,
chat.
it's not as drastic
I was
as
laying in
those
my bed
maps.
during that mid game. Now we're back up. Chat, come on.
As well, so it
I
seems
was,
like
I
their
was asleep a little
risky
bit,
play
but I was
did
hearing
pay
your
off
voice
there.
so
The
good.
bottom right there still fully healthy.
My eyes were closed for a little bit of that end game.
Looks like
Okay,
Clix
now
and
I'm
them are
back on
going
my
for
toes.
high grounds.
Early as the 8th zone.
Game
Wild
10.
playing pretty
Who's
close to
taking this
second
shit,
high.
bro? We got
This is
fucking
extremely risky.
Eighth
oh my
zone.
God, this is a stacker of a...
Clix got another kill.
But Clix with the
They got
big
3
There we go.
kills.
enough there. He doesn't
Oh,
get
you
too
need to get
risky
your
either,
mats
right?
there,
He
bro.
allows the boot
The
to
mats
fall
got
there.
shot out,
Comes
bro.
to back up his teammate Higgs here up top.
Zen and
It's
Bucky going for
Bucky and
height.
Zen who are trying to fight
Hey, they can
for
win
it,
this.
though.
Come on.
Yeah, and this is another reason why.
It's gonna be really good for
Oh,
Clix.
you
Higgs.
see
I'm not gonna
that?
lie.
Polio's down.
Chat, they're tied for the most kills they've got on all day. Let's see what Clix and Higgs can do here. Come on, boys.
Polio's down.
Peterbot solo.
Second place taken out Polio. That's crazy.
This is good for Curve. Oh yeah, Curve and Vino are in seconds. Another in first. Yeah, they have a lot of kills right now.
Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, bro, what's up? Yo, what up, man? How's it going?
Higgs and Clix went down. See, I like how they didn't have to commit to that.
As a solo, and he's even backing down Bucky. They have the confidence to go up the challenge.
Sure about the
Clix and Higgs,
1v2?
but now it's falling short with Peterbot.
Yo, is this a Peterbot solo clutch we're finally
He's
been
just
waiting
sticking
for?
to the game plan. He's like, you know what? We want to come
So
to
many
these
times
games
we're like,
and play
damn,
for high
Peterbot
ground. It's
solo
what's
hasn't
gonna
done
open
much.
up
Now
position
this game,
for
let's see what he
me. I'm
does.
just gonna go ahead and do that.
Solo
Clix and
on
Higgs, of
height.
course, have the same
Did he
strategy
kill Bucky
too.
here? Oh,
Peterbot
almost gets the kill on him.
tries to bail off, of course,
Nope,
but
Clix and
it's
Higgs
not
taking out
gonna be
Peterbot.
enough.
Okay,
Clix
bet.
has just got his number
Let's
this
make it a
time.
game. Clix and Peterbot.
This is an opening curve.
We don't have very many
and
mats,
Benno
though. Fuck.
needed. Bolts is by himself down below. Acorn is
No.
gone as well. Another top
early.
team.
Bolts
sent
and
back to
Acorn
the
down.
lobby.
Hey, that's
Only
good
Curve
for-
and Benno's chance to
that's good
increase
for
that
this height
lead
team
for
right
first
here.
place, even with Cold and Rapid still alive, but for Clix and Higgs to play catch up here. They have the high ground. A lot of the teams are already out of
I'm
their
saying
path,
Rapid
but
and Cold
another one
takes
sends it
we'll
towards
see.
the north. Another team is trying to battle up above for the high ground. Meanwhile, Cold and Rapid has let all the dust settle. You guys can have it
Yeah,
up
this is good
above.
for
We'll
Higgs and
smoothly walk through that finish line.
Higgs and Clix
Don't
to get
forget,
back up on the
Javi and Amish
leaderboard.
were in sixth
But they lost
place coming
height.
into this. They have a chance to
Clix
fight
and
for
Higgs
first
going back
as
for it, bro.
well.
They don't
And they're
give a
trying to
fuck.
just show us that
They
have
don't give a
life in them
fuck right
as
now,
they
bro.
go up, but Clix and Higgs is willing to battle it back on over into their head. They're really just wrestling
Hey,
for
they're
high
bitching
ground
everybody
right
off height
now,
this
and it's
game.
cost them so much material. Clix and Higgs have almost given away the
Amish and Javi are gonna go up for this. They're not gonna let Clix and They're not gonna let
Yeah,
Clix
you
and
see
Higgs
Curve
have
and
this.
Benno just waiting in the shadows
So smart.
for a moment just like this.
Yeah, they need a
Everything
mega
up above
refresh
is
chat.
expended, but they're actually looking down below. Look at the material count, the lack of resources. They might have what they
Kingling
need
down.
to take the high ground. So Clix and Higgs have to give it up. Javi in a minute.
Damn,
You
Javi
said
and
it
Amish on
yourself.
height.
From top 6 to start
Clix
this
Higgs
game,
going
this is
down.
their chance to increase their positioning, but Venno's backs
They
up
might
against the
fight
wall.
Curve and
6
Vino,
middle,
let's see.
tries to find his way to the front side of zone while using the bare minimum.
Ooh.
Curve ends up in a scuffle against
Higgs
Clix.
is down.
Builds
Clix is
left.
2
He's gonna
HP.
have to reposition, and now Clix is by himself. 2
Ooh,
HP.
that's
Quick
rough.
peek from Benno. He returns back to the scene of the crime
they're
to
out of
take
it.
down his former teammate.
Unfortunately, he did lose Curve in the process. He
Not
fights
that
Bobby
game they
as a
wanted,
solo,
bro.
but no, Nut comes to back him up, and then he has to back off here completely. Look at this. Venno didn't even get to pick up any mats either. So now he's down to 4.
Peterbot's been out of it, chat.
Inside the top
I think
10
Venno's
now, still
thinking
early
first right now,
points, but you
chat.
have Cold and Rapid.
Yeah,
Making
Venno's-
it for
Rapid and
top.
Cold,
Venno's still
Rapid and
going.
Cold as a
Down
duo
goes
need to
Taki
fucking
too.
dominate this
And
game
now
kill-wise.
he's
But
at
dude, no,
9
Venno's going to
eliminations here, Jacob.
Venno's doing his
This
thing
is
right
a
now.
legacy.
He's
at
getting
That's
its
placement, he's getting
crazy.
killed.
Venno is really trying to put on not only for
He's doing
himself,
everything
not
he
only
needs to do for his
Curve,
duo.
but the entire EU region saying, hey,
They got
it
9
could be that
kills
easy.
as a
Cold
a team. Ooh, Rapid goes down. Cold goes down.
Yep, that's not what they wanted. Oh my god, what was Cold doing? What the fuck?
This is crazy.
Cold actually looking droned out for once.
Meanwhile, Veto is just soaking up placement
That's me every game right there.
He's doing the hard work for him.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, Cleano's doing his thing. My goodness, Venno. You are
just
one
continues to do it
nasty
time and time
individual, bro.
again. And
Bro, there's no way.
That's another huge shot. The
Oh
Missed
my
drops
God,
too.
again.
Can he get some time to pop it? There it is.
Again and
Tries to break
again.
up through the
I
top. Look at the game sense, the awareness to
There's a
break
Veno
out
in
the
game
dangerous
chat.
layer. Veno is firing on all cylinders right now, and he is still going.
I can't
What a
believe
game.
what
What a
we're
game for him.
witnessing. Veno is
Yep, he
taking
took first.
over in this end game, but he has to
took
be
first
careful.
by a lot now.
Oh my gosh.
He's been on first shot.
The other side. A huge shot's gonna
My
be fired.
fucking
Amish
goodness.
goes down,
He's
and
entered
it's a
flow
2v1
state, bro.
monster.
He
How is
genuinely
still
entered flow
doing it?
state.
How is he managing to earn these points? He's trying to get it back.
How is that? Who's Veno feeling like, bro? Oh my God, with it, but he's still hitting.
Dang, that's still crazy though. He went insane.
We're looking for there, Jay.
What a second, bro. Second place, 11 kills.
Gosh, Monster, I needed a moment to breathe.
Veno's
there,
too good.
my heart
Holy
is
shit,
pounding.
yeah.
I'm not even playing in this game, but Veno came to NA. He
That was
is
insane.
Curve Veno in first, chat, by quite a bit now. Adrian's Virtual second, Cold Rapid third, and Peterbot and Polio in fourth. Pavia Minish in fifth.
They deserve all the praise in the world, Zeke.
Then you
That
got
was
Acorn Bolts,
crazy.
Mud Sphinx, Visual Braids, Tyler Chance, and you got Clicks and Higgs still at 10th.
I wanted, obviously, we want to talk about Veno, but we need to highlight Zytha and Void. Oh my gosh, the chaos that was that game, and literally Veno is just mowing down players
Fucking goodness,
left
bro.
and right, and at the very end, it is a 2v1. Zytha Void, they take advantage of that, right? They say, hey, look, if it's just you, even gods can bleed sometimes. We'll walk away with the victory royale. 219
having the fuck out of Veno, bro.
These guys are looking to secure themselves a
Bro.
spot going to the summit with only 2 games left to go. This puts them in a really good spot, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, considering how crazy the low ground was, to have a full duo in that moment, being able to take on Veno, I mean, 6 eliminations.
Thank you,
definitely
Veno,
gonna
you're
help them up the
amazing.
leaderboard. But
Yo,
my goodness,
first
that
is
looked like
actually live. What the
in
fuck?
Veno's favor, but again, shout outs to that duo for getting the 9th, or the 10th VR of our.
Whew, that one was close. What a nail biter for the duo.
Damn,
Yeah, they were kind of
Curve
just
is-
hanging out, right? We saw how many solos that were in that lobby, and amongst all of the
That's
chaos amongst
crazy.
Veno, just
The
throwing
shake-up
down
of
all
only
that
got-
lobby was...
that duo there at
He's
the
only
end,
got
just kinda
2K
look up
winning the
like,
FNCS
where
Grands right
everybody
now,
else
bro.
go, right? We only got one player to take out for the win. All of a sudden, they go ahead and they clutch it up. They take the win as well. So it'll be interesting to see
Damn,
how that win right there shakes up the leaderboard.
Respect the
man.
Curve, bro.
We're
Fucking
gonna go
winning
to
this
break.
shit while
When
streaming.
return, we are absolutely taking a look at Curve.
Welcome
and
back,
Veno.
Jab
That
Kid.
solo clutch was
This Veno season.
incredible. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Don't you
Shit,
go
bro.
anywhere.
Like still in 10th.
Yeah, I mean, Clicks basically quad land, but no, still he does one more game at least.
Yeah, it would be hard for him not to qualify for land, but still, like, holy
Not the
cow.
placement he wanted. Not the placement he wanted, but hey, man, happens, boss.
That's crazy, though. Veno and Curve, they got 68 eliminations in this tournament.
Big P is going to bring home the 7th FNCS win.
Bro, I just gotta mute this. I cannot listen to this again.
Remember how crazy yesterday? Veno was saying hashtag restart grands, bro. Honestly, a lot of people were Veno said restart grands. Fuck it, we restart grands do this next weekend, chat.
I mean, a lot of those top tier players are close, you know, and they hang out and stuff at LANs, so of course they're gonna want.
Nah, they only said that because they were doing bad. I mean, Venom was in what 10th loss yesterday, but yep, they've genuinely locked in.
Yeah, they're going crazy today.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game for sure. Hey, bro, let Lucky believe, man. It's okay. Yo, Yuzi, thank you for the follow, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Just got a VR last game, right? We thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Peter Pollo, they're taking over. It's crazy. In a single game, Benno solo clutches here for a second place with 11 eliminations. Kelly Link, we are at 68 eliminations on the day.
I mean, and that is a solo clutch off of Curve and Venno having 8 eliminations before Curve went down. So it wasn't like it was just Venno in that game. But regardless, even with 8 eliminations, having Curve go down, Venno was not done yet. He is never done, Vivid. And to see him play that, for a second, I thought this was Game 11, Peterbot solo once again, because we've seen that in North America. But Venno wants to show that this is not just the NA show. EU is here to represent. And look at these eliminations,
FNC's major one with a bigger price pool.
Insane.
Increased qualification opportunities for the summer
right
and then
now.
more
If this
clarity
guy has a
of
shotgun out, there
favorable
is
rules.
somebody anywhere near
New
him on
FNC's
his
major
screen
one
able
summit,
to go
second
ahead
chance qualifier.
and he's hitting the shot
Wait,
every
what?
single time. And how chaotic some of these
Yo,
games are. I mean,
when
he
did
is just
Epic tweet
switching layers
this?
when he needs to. He's
What'd they
using
tweet?
overdrive grenades to fly up.
New
Even
FNC's
mid-air, opponents are
Major
moving,
One
he's still
Summit
hitting the shots,
second
and
chance qualifier
everybody that was
on
watching this
April
must have believed
28th
that
and
it was possible for
29th?
him to win this 1v2, right?
Who
Like,
the
this
fuck are they
kid looked
kicking
like he
out
was
of LAN?
unstoppable.
Are they gonna put more than 50
Everybody's
teams?
froze for a
I'm
second watching
confused.
that right there, and
Hold
I gotta
up.
tell you, the rest
A
of the lobby
2-day
right now is in
second-
absolute trouble.
Bro,
We
I don't
kind
know
of
what's the
saw
thing.
it
Let me read
after
this
game number 7. We were like, wow, wait,
A
these
2-day
guys look
second chance
absolutely
qualifier is
different.
being added
Take
for
a
all
look
regions, so
at the
competitors have an additional
individual
path to the FNC's Major One
eliminations
Summit
over the
and
course
Global
of the
Championship
10 games that we
later this
witnessed
year.
for grand finals today.
Okay.
Venno
All
is
Division
leading
1
the
players will be
pack
eligible
with
for this new
37.
second chance
What is-
qualifier,
what
except
is
those already
possibly a
qualified
little
for the
bit
Summit
even
through Major
more
1.
impressive is that
Competition
his
will take place
duo
across
is
2 days,
right
beginning on
behind him
Tuesday,
with
April
31.
28th
This isn't like
through
a
Wednesday,
solo show. I mean,
April
obviously, yeah,
29th.
the
They
solo
too
clutches
will
came
have
out, but
the
they are
top 50
both
duels
just
from Tuesday
performing on an
return for a
incredible
final
level
6
right now, Kelly.
games.
I
25
for
duels
sure
qualify
thought
for
that
Major
production
1.
was
Wait, for the
wrong, that this
FNC's
was
Major 1
incorrect, and
Summit
that they
via
misplaced
the
Curve's name.
consistency
That
leaderboard.
is
EU 8,
insane.
NAC
These numbers
7,
represent everything, and I feel
Brazil,
like I'm gonna
NA
have
West,
to add a
Asia,
4th star
OCE,
to
Middle
this
East
airplane real
2.
soon, because this is what I want out of North American Central. And you know what? Maybe NA Central was getting a little bland, and you just gotta add a little
Wait,
bit of spice
what?
from EU, and that's what makes everything just taste so much better.
I am just shocked by what we just witnessed. We have
Hoogie's
2
got a
games
chance, dog.
left to go. Let's bring
The
up
Lion,
those
man.
standings again. Wow. As we look at these standings as well,
Make
I mean,
land
guys,
12
even look
game
from
finals,
first
please,
to
says
fifth,
Peter
right?
Bot.
Only 75 points separating
Wait, so
Curb and
so
Benno,
Fortnite
Tommy,
fucked up and they're
Unfinished.
giving
I mean,
players
I
the
am
chance to
just in
qual.
awe.
Like,
Again, this
wait,
is why
wait.
we call out, right?
This
they
is
still
so
have a land?
confusing.
Can change everything, man. You just string together eliminations.
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
way
I
Benno
need
just
Darth
did,
to
even a
decipher.
second place. You don't even need to
Where's Darth, bro?
You can find yourself climbing the standings.
Send him the
Oh
message.
Yeah,
my
anybody in Division 1
gosh.
can play.
Majors in Ritual as well.
Wait,
Look at
so
this. Jumping up
at
2
LAN?
whole placements
Okay, so
right now, Kelly.
in
Off of a
Copenhagen,
6th place
basically what it was. It was only a one-day tournament, and it was 6 games. So does that mean what they're gonna? I hope they don't do that though. I hope they do 2 days still, and then they do 12 games. But does that mean all these extra teams that are going in, they have to go into like a qualifier against the people that are already qualified? Like I'm so confused.
That makes no sense.
They only got 3 eliminations.
I mean, that just means people that qual don't have their spot secured. I'm so confused.
Really well,
Yeah, that's dumb.
If
that's the
case.
I
mean, that means like less. That means people could take like OC spots though.
That is literally going to be
the difference. Like just say no teams from OC qual or something, or like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, that could be better for EU and NA though.
That we have
but we'll see. I don't know exactly how that's going to be.
I blinked and I was like, wait a minute.
Unless the land, they do like a day one where like top of
some of these other teams that are in the
2 of these games
about,
make day 2.
Way too good right now. How do we stop them? I know we kind of talk about this a lot. We saw it on EU earlier.
April, that's in a couple days from now.
Wow. Stop them early on. Does somebody have what it takes to land on Curve and Veno?
That's crazy.
To stop what seems to be unstoppable.
Whoa! He's speaking something into existence. Kelly, we
is Peter about landing on Curve and Veno?
EU, and it went a certain way. Do you think it's happening? Do you think it's happening in game 11?
No.
Probably not, but we can hope.
2 games left to go here before we say goodbye. I cannot
Shark says
believe
Clicks and Higgs
what has transpired
being top 10
so
with
far.
Uncon, Wonky Lane
With 2
should be
games left to go,
bannable.
all of these dudes are doing the same exact thing. How do we either get in the top 13 or fight for that number 1 spot? Casters, it is time. Game 11 is ready. Take it away.
Monster, I don't know if Curve and Veno will be contested off drop, but I don't think it's going to be a smart play, because something you notice first off is when they were the best team in some of these lobbies, it usually starts in the early game. On day 1, it was the mid and end game where they lacked a little bit of preparation, but now that that's solved, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
here we
wants
go.
to get Sky and scrolled here in game number 11, so let's see if things are getting hyped now.
2 games left, Monster. 2 exciting chances for anybody to rise up the leaderboards. And before this moment, we had a very, very close tournament, 6 points difference. But after Curve and Veno is just phenomenal solo play, they have almost a 50-point gap.
See, but that's the thing, you know, when you listen to Veno speak, he was actually saying Curve was due for the pop-off. Curve is gonna have his moment. Little did we know, the wolf was in sheep's clothing.
And we got
so
2
crazy.
teams
It's
down
looking
already.
Like
or 1 team
Veno.
down already.
The Veno that we knew to be one of the most dangerous fighters when he was up and coming. We're just seeing him just outperform like crazy right now. And you love to see it too, because it's well deserved. And the competition overall is extremely close. But okay, Jacob, let's get to some of the action here. Paper and Resi are still fighting for
Rapid and Cold
qualification
Wind
spot for
Grains.
themselves. That was a great 2-piece of look.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. That side of the map isn't necessarily my favorite, whether you're contested, uncontested, or simply just win the fight. Doesn't make it any easier at all. Blake Preston still on this side of the map.
Fucking
Tick and
God, far is so
south
grief,
side
bro.
of the Frigid Fortress. Good damage onto Preston though, giving a huge advantage on over to the other side. But Mafia has a huge chunk of HP missing as well, and this is where the lurks are starting to come in. But the longer you lurk, the longer
look at
you fight,
this.
those third parties will become a huge factor. Empen and Jack already making their way on over.
Yeah, Empen and Jack have been all over these fights here. They've had success, they've had some failures. So has Mafia. Look from Blake's perspective. Just kind of leaving this one out, trying to see.
Yeah, this grind's been
Missed the
crazy,
most
bro.
important shot though. Any little touch there, he could have sneezed on the tick and it would have been a big up. And Preston didn't even see him run past him either, so they just seem to be a little out of it here for game number 11. Empen and Jack not too content with the extra shots they're hitting inside of there. I think they learned a lesson last time. So they're off to disengage now.
These guys are just sit.
Scare and Osid at the actual Frigid Fortress just towards the north. They were the ones that essentially the last one standing after everything had settled, but just literally one room away. Preston and Blake, I have to imagine They know each other are here. Even the Tick as a solo, they only saw one elimination in the feed. It's about where is he at? And every single person in this scenario, Monster, is one shot away from going down or getting eliminated. And that's why you see the careful approach. But maybe Preston hears something on the other side of that wall. He's trying to tiptoe, take his time. There's a full window open, a clear shot. They double attack from both sides. That was actually a smart way to approach that from Preston and Blake.
I'm thinking Preston was looking through the cracks in the brick like, yep, I see an angle, bro. He's in here. Let's go for it. And it ends up working out. Squibbly unlocked, of course, by Peterbot and Pollo. Let's see if they end up doing a big surge base or rotating out early. Try to get a fight for some surge. Maybe even some points, of course. All in all, though, oh, they're going back to that strat where they just push Chris and Drew here, who are kind of based down right now.
Yeah, and honestly, unless you think something unordinary is going to happen with Veno going down early and a lack of eliminations, one of the big ways to come back, especially for a team like Peterbot and Pollo, is through eliminations here. You talked about it yourself. They've fought this one before against Chris and Drew. They've gotten eliminations, but they've also went down or down to low HP, making the surge not necessarily.
I don't know why this team always hangs out around here, bro.
They're 100 damage gone, just
knowing
like
they
that.
could keep up Pollo Peterbot.
Things down, trying to heal up. Peterbot,
hey, they're almost taking out Peterbot though.
Gets the double edits towards the top, forcing Drew to fall down yet another layer. But we've seen this happen a few times throughout the weekend. Eventually, Peterbot and Pollo do disengage, but I'm not sure that's going to necessarily be the case. They trade shots again. Another 100 damage landing onto P.
They're just wasting each other's
What
heals.
Drew have done is play defense very, very well, right? Like every time we've watched the spike go down, they actually haven't fully eliminated this team. They have managed to defend themselves more than well enough, and Peterbot and Pollo
backing off.
You know what? You got it, bro. Once again, and they just give it to them because they know too that going back and forth is not worth it. They wait until they're ahead and they say, all right, we're gonna take the surge positive and dip out.
Sometimes you got to take the little victories. And hopefully they accumulate into a massive victory at the end.
I mean, that's all they needed.
Game.
They got more damage than the other team got.
To start the day off, they were inside of that top 13. They slowly fizzled out, but as it stands now, 14th place, 264 points.
Feels like Dave was locked in, bro.
Away. So if they were
You
able
got
to keep
that
those
shit.
eliminations, they would move inside of the bubble as the game does progress. On one side of the map, you can kind of see what is on the line for some of these players, and they're really just trying to put it
The guy came in saying, "Yo, I'm doing
there, and they leave no regrets.
I'm doing the tournament I do. Only doing trash. We have 22 points going to game 5.
That possibly eliminated by QK, but they break in the same box. QK almost goes
Bro,
down.
shooting
He's able to
him.
not only survive but get the elimination onto Carillion and basically tell him what he really feels.
Yeah, I was trying to find Carillion on the standings.
Ooh,
Definitely is
Peterbot's coming up.
on that bubble area. They haven't had enough time to really focus in on their performances, but either way, getting eliminated now in game number 11 is going to be a massive setback for any team here and now. Jumping back with this right here, Peterbot. Boy, I don't think we've seen them actually fight Skittles' team at all. So Skittles
Who do you genuinely think is going to win this FNCS, bro?
caught out of position
Veno?
here and into the
Bro,
Okay, this
to
is
be honest, I have no idea. This is like
have teams
crazy.
this early. Just like that, Skittles rotates out of one problem.
Every
into
game's like a
another.
different.
Ah, that's just unfortunate. Literally, Peterbot and Pollo went from finding Chris and
You
Drew.
got Veno right now?
I don't know why they disengaged, but Chris and Drew went one
Or
way,
Aegis
Peterbot
and
went
Ritual.
the
Aegis and
other,
Ritual
and
are also
basically
top tier
attacked
picks
two
right now.
different players on one
Or are
team,
they
sent
not?
them right back.
There's still like
Another heartbreak
5 or
moment
6
here in game
teams that
11,
can win it.
basically leaving it all
6,
to
7
the
teams, you know?
12-team final game for some of these teams that have been eliminated early on. And as you can see, 74
Here, back.
players up, Monster. This one looking to move
Where's
at
Clicks
a little bit
at?
of an accelerated fashion than some of the other games we've seen so far.
Okay, I did find Carillion and Jargle on the standings. They're actually in 13th, holding the line with 270 points there, Jacob. Now, the jump above them is Rhea and Cooper, who have a 30-point cushion, it seems like, for 12th. But it is super close from basically that line up and down.
Really watching all the teams below you. Probably even some of the teams above. Just hoping they go down early. Kind of ease the pain. But you can see the big difference here from Rapid and Cold and some of the other teams. Rapid literally buying out the mending machine. And then they kind of bring all the heals up towards Cold. So he can kind of watch them. Kind of leaving scraps, essentially, for anybody else that tries to rotate through and grab that mending machine. He's jump on board Void. Looks like he's getting chased down by a Beeb. Nowhere near his teammate just yet, but he's trying to use those shockwaves to close the distance.
Just look at Zipness points, too.
overall today having quite the performance here. Obviously, after that last victory royale in a 5th place before that, they've just propelled themselves right into a potential land qualification spot. Now, they still have a little bit of a ways to go, but if they can continue to play well, they will be up towards the top here in the next 2 rounds. Visuals and Braids slipping down the totem pole. They were holding that 3rd strong for so long. These last few rounds have just been a bit tough for them.
Yeah, they have a bit of a cushion, almost 100-point cushion going into these last 2 games, but almost leaves you scratching your head. They vastly changed up their strategy from day 1 going into day 2, where they would typically set up here for a long time, just getting little tags that adds up to a good amount of surge. By the time they rotated towards those moving zones, it made it a little more free to do what they want. But more and more teams rotating over, even to close the day out yesterday, lurking on them, getting those eliminations, forcing in the back of Visuals and Braids' minds different things to go out. But they're going to go ahead and get that drop early on, just at the edge of zone. And this could be a blessing here with the zone moving towards the north. They're already set up on one of these mountains, and every team south of that line has to rotate either through Visuals and Braids or to the left or the right.
And this is definitely the better spot to be in. And, you know, this is arguably the best spot to have a monster surge base, but they seem to have gone to keeping more of a low profile. They're trying to mix things up. And if I had to guess, teams just changed their rotation strategy, right, coming into day 2. And maybe that's why Vision Breed is having a bit of a harder time, whereas yesterday, while everyone was caught off guard, strat worked a little better. But the Peter Bottom Pollo, they're fighting for points here. It's the Squiggly Shores, obviously their domain. Doing a good job so far.
Peter Bot's using a couple of resources that are around. Taking that spicy fish, getting a little bit of a movement boost that can help him try to break into some of these boxes as they pressure out Muzz from 2 different angles. One shot can connect from Pollo. Peterbot still holding it down, leading some of those Thunderbird shots through, getting him down to just HP. And with the zone here, yeah, it might only be a 1 tick, but it's going to increase the worry for Must. Liquid tries to go up and make a play onto Peterbot, but he gets cut short as well. He has no choice but to try and disengage. He basically gave up any...
I feel like Peterbot's been taking a lot of fights, but just not getting kills.
Surviving, so he moves towards the north, saying, hey, if you're going to eliminate him, I probably already have
what up,
Bryce? Let's just start working on plan B.
Look at that. And little did they know that he actually fully dipped on his teammates. So he could have stuck around and finished it, but not worth the risk. Really showing you too that like Peterbot and Pollo are really trying to play for an end game right now. They know that, hey, the points will come. We just got to keep winning.
Muzz and Sphinx, you know, Muzz at least, you know, in the last major 3 in trios qualifying in the last game of the day to make it to globals. A much better position, 7th place, 430 points on the leaderboard. Just needs to be able to close it out strong in the last 2 games. Listen and Aloe in the mix as well, just trying to float above one of these teams. They're going to be in 23rd place, 214 points. I want to say roughly like 56 points away from getting inside of that bubble. That's definitely going to help him tenfold. Raven does go down. Aloe already trying to shockwave over. CDZ realizing the shockwaves are coming in. He's going to try to disengage himself. Can't be the hero in a situation that started so fast.
Unfortunate turn of events here for CDZ and Raven. They find themselves at the bottom of the standings here, but hey, all of this is experience gathered and effort learned. So Aegis there finds
Yo, Zach, I'm back.
Yo.
So Aegis continue to do what he needs.
I thought the whole time I was sucking, and then I kept saying, Zach, I'm back.
Into first.
You're muted.
It's neck and neck up at the top. No teams can make a mistake now. If you're Acorn and Bolts, you're gonna need to have
I knocked on you, bro.
big game wins as well. Otherwise, the dream is out.
Yeah, which is surprising to start this day. We're talking about the phenomenal play from Bold, solo impact, him and Acorn's ability to remain consistent in each and every one of these games. It's just something went wrong today. You know, compared to yesterday, they had a 32nd place and 19th. They did make up for it in a moment with a 3rd place with 5 eliminations, but now they're 98 points away from 1st place. 2 games left.
You know Johnny?
Almost have a little bit of control over their destiny. They really got to hope for Curve, Benno, H, Ritual, Cold, and Rapid.
My stream's lagging.
Players to have a much worse performance than they've had so far, even on average.
No, I'm fine.
Ritual rotating back on over towards Sandy Strip. Another team, uncontested drop. They really have conditioned a good portion of this lobby to stay away from this mending machine.
You know, and I'm just thinking Javi and Diminish actually jumped up a placement point last game as well. Their average placement so far in the tournament is 8.6. The best of all the teams right now.
This thing heals you?
That is a pretty impressive stat. Just kind of taking a search.
I didn't know that thing heals
Everyone
you.
else, though, clearly, though, has way more elims. That's why they have the higher points overall.
How the heck?
But
I didn't even know
Javi
that.
Diminish playing exceptional right now. It's a great time to just start checking in with them. What's going well with them? Why can they keep making
I have such a bad headache right now.
Fortress is treating them very well.
Wow.
Yeah, and honestly, an
I don't know what
unlikely
to
duo
do.
coming into this one. You know, at one point,
Some food, drink some
Reed
water,
and
bro.
Javi, Diminish,
I have.
a whole other player, and Reed goes ahead
Been
and says,
drinking
hey,
water,
duo, we're
eating
not
food,
playing
yeah.
as we would hope. So he goes a separate way. Javi and Diminish, they form just in time to
Have you
have
got
a
some water?
phenomenal
Yeah.
performance in play-ins. They followed up with a good performance in heats, and already continuing that trend here with a top 5 position on the leaderboard, 75 points away. What could be both of those players' first FNCS
Fix and Higgs.
championship. But again, when you look at the leaderboard on the right, it's just so close, not only for the actual first place on the leaderboard, but to the top 13 overall, where you
Fix
see
and Higgs
13th
indeed, man.
and 14th place have already
Jargu
been
and Threats
eliminated out of this
both
lobby.
eliminated. That's rip for
And
them.
honestly, you don't want to look
They did
back
not
at
wanna
this
die.
moment, Monster, saying, hey, I had
Ooh,
Jargu
Clicks
Pro
is
as well.
keying somebody, bro. Let's see this
Most
fight.
definitely.
Come
I'm actually
on.
looking at the standings just for like Javi and Diminish's, you know, placement performances. They actually have 2 second places in there, and last game obviously pulled that third. So
Yeah, let's
they have
look at
come
the people in
close
the
to
box
a
healing
win
while there's
multiple
fights
times
going on.
now. We will be keeping an eye on them.
W
But with
Fortnite.
Golden Rapid here from the Dark Dominion now to this new draw spot so far. It seems to be playing off relatively well. They have 400 damage above, plenty of material, and they actually pull zone. Okay, this is really good for Golden Rapid right here. They actually needed a little bit of luck, and it seems like it's playing off.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, the only thing they're missing is a little bit of high ground, but it's cold and rapid. When do they ever play on the high ground? Exactly, they get what they want. Just like Peterbot and Boyo, relentless pressure throughout the entirety of this game. They're almost 1,000 above the threshold, but you wouldn't think that to be true.
Bro, Peterbot's been keying people all game and he's just only gotten 1 kill.
They're going for these high elim games.
There we go. Finally gets the second kill.
I got 3 kills right here.
Take down both Jack
There you
and
go.
N-Pen.
About time, bro. They've been showing Peterbot and them. They've been keying people all game.
Pick and choose what resource they want to take with
You're
them.
just not
We
getting
might
kills.
Their way on out.
This is crazy because they're really playing to their strengths right now.
I mean, they're way above
Look,
Storm
Golden
Surge, which
Mist, they're just
works,
gonna
but
be
still,
shot,
like,
leading their way all the way into the zone. Shoot, they might even end up on some high ground here shortly. They
I think
have
this
the
is a
play for it,
crazy,
but
like,
Peterbot gets
in-game
caught in the
spot.
Spider's trap right there. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, beautiful
On the other
spot.
side. As we were watching that, though, we missed what was happening over here. Flex, buddy, you're looking the wrong way. Veno knocks him upside the head.
Oh shit.
And then they get the follow-up in the finish.
Distance, 8 corner bolts, quickly rotating in towards the zone. And they're using that as a quick second here to look back. Seeing anybody that still has the journey to make, like Dolzir and Ishu outside of the zone. They're just pressuring, trying to make it harder for them to not only make it in, but even if they do,
Oh,
they're not
there's
gonna make
Clicks
it in
and Higgs
healthy.
going for
Another
height.
rotation towards the side. Slepsy and Wage was able to pick up one. Maybe push Paper and Rezi back as Curve, looking like he's trying to approach in that direction. You see Benno peeking through the cone, gathering vital information for their team. And you can see Benno and Curve are the only team who haven't been hit by any surge so far.
That's
Curve on the
crazy.
first
One
win.
of these games.
You saw that
Just goes to
stat?
show that early game presence by Curve and Benno is paying off.
Only
tenfold.
team that hasn't
They've
been
just
hit
the
by
most
Storm
aggressive.
Surge.
They've,
That's
again, been
insane.
clearly the most
I mean, they also have the
successful in
most
early.
kills
This
out of
game's
every
a little
team.
bit slower for them in the early game,
So.
but their mid game
By far, yeah.
is just
That's
taking
not by far,
off
but-
right now. They are in another prime situation to play for high ground here in the end game, and we know what they do well. They play it late. They let people get their first, you know, little taste of height, and then they come in and put their influence to the test. Rapid and cold, though, much different strategy for them. We've
You know
seen
who's supposed to be
Veno
for Grant,
time
right?
in, time out, front side.
It was supposed to be Cold and Vino.
They'll be there. From
And then
the
Rapid
this
got
is still a difficult terrain to play with.
Cold.
Right? They have to go up and over this mountain, which you have Peterbot and Boyo now completely positioned up, and then you have Clicks and Higgs already basing on the opposite side.
Sometimes seeing teams take it early. Clicks and Higgs were able to hold it early on in day number 1, but since then, honestly, it's been changing hands for each and every one of these zones here in the end game as they position themselves above. Peterbot and Poyo have the luxury to stagger themselves back. Look down, rainfire from above.
You know, guys, teammate, bro.
Getting eliminations here, but they are just hurting every
What'd you
single
say?
player they connect shots with.
You know, got his teammate.
Benno position down below. Hop gonna diminish towards the Clicks and Higgs.
They both had the same coach. But Venom was pretty, or not Venom, sorry, Curve was pretty underrated. Like I said, he's never won a Grands. I don't even know if he's ever got a top 5. And I mean, like, he's obviously up and coming, you know?
And that's so different than anything else we've seen from Clicks and Higgs.
I think he almost quad land, or I don't know if he quad land last time.
Standing towers, but now Higgs is putting up this
huge
flex right now with a monstrous base. Benno and Curve here have no issues fighting their way to the new
now he's
zone.
putting himself in prime position, bro.
Oh, actually, it is an Elim as things catch up.
Ooh,
there.
Toronto's down.
Another one. And he was already in the lead, Jacob, with the most amount of Elims.
Dude,
He's continued to do so,
just
but
put on a
look at this,
clinic, man.
Polio's down. Peterbot comes through to clutch up.
Whoa, Polio down. Polio down.
Follow up here.
2v1 for Peterbot.
So much damage.
Peterbot's still going for it. He doesn't give a fuck.
But it's okay. He's bought Polio enough time to get saved here.
Wait.
Yeah, and they have the splash.
He's gonna clear the res.
Start to use those along with the pizza, but this zone
Wow.
is
2v1s, he gets the res.
Takes up damage, instantly popping
Nice.
the big pot. Really trusting Peter.
He's got pizza, he got splashes, and they're good.
You have to be careful though. Right above them, Clicks and
Ooh,
Higgs.
Clicks and Higgs on height.
Zone, we got Curve and
I was gonna say I like this 2 separate sides of height, but yeah.
Honestly, the storylines
Looks kind of know when I build that.
any better here in this game.
I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to look for height right now. Everybody looks kind of congested. Ooh. Wow, Polio gets dropped by Curve and Vino.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Curve and Vino getting a good play, having a good game again this game is gonna put them up.
Bro, that's back to back though. They dropped Polio last game too. Do you remember that in their box? And then they had way more kills and got way better placement. And then they had Peterbot solo again. The same shit happened this game, deadass. Oh my god, Higgs and Clicks are looking good on height at least. Hey, 3 games? 3-game win?
Reconnect on that high ground. It's going over towards Frigid Fortress. That gives them the luxury to look towards the backside of zone, seeing players late to shockwave in, but they think it's all smooth sailing. But Curve and Veno wait for
Could they get their 3rd win here?
Ooh,
Curve and Veno are gonna go for it.
And they're waiting until they lease his
Curve and Veno are gonna go for it, bro.
Big
Peterbot with the kill on Dragon.
But Curve and Veno, they're matching him blow for blow.
Okay. Veno and Curve are not looking high right now. They're just going for kills, okay? This is good.
Not even interested in jumping down for mats.
They have really good mats. Okay. I think they're going to go up pretty soon here. I don't know. They're like fucking... They're fucking the fuck out of us. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is Clicks doing? Okay, no, I like that. Oh my god.
Off they go. Curve's got no mat, so they have to concede to go lower.
Veno and Curve on 9 kills.
And this terrain's not helping. Look at all these.
Peterbot's landing on Curve. Yep, dude. Peterbot has to land on the next game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neck to neck with Clicks and Higgs right here.
Peterbot's landing on Veno and Curve, bro. And if he doesn't, he doesn't stand on business.
They just need to remain consistent.
Chat. This game's about to be fucking cinema, bro.
From up above. Thank gosh that Curve is there to alleviate some of the pressure, holding on to the build. But if you blink, you
not gonna lie, Peterbot's not landing squibbly.
Clicks trying to go for the revive. Curve and Veno
And
realize nobody
he's
else
landing
is
fucking
up
Boulevard,
there
bro.
to contest it. They use the fizz,
Curve
they
and
use the
Veno going up to
shockwave, they
height.
instantly take away that high ground. 6 teams
Wow,
left,
wow,
Monster,
wow.
and everybody at least has the duo by their side unless it's cold. He goes down.
Not very many builds though. Clicks can still win this.
Clicks
and Higgs can still win this. Come on.
Keep shooting back at them. Veno tries to keep the pressure, but the shockwaves put Clicks and Higgs up on high ground, and they know we don't
Veno
have
dropping.
enough mats to hold this one down. Clicks and Higgs managed to
Hey, bro, Clicks and Higgs are looking good. 45 builds still? Oh my god. Bro, like, see, I don't get it, bro.
In the mid ground right now, trying to evaluate
Not gonna lie,
what
they
he
didn't get this win,
wants to
though.
do here, but he's got pressure coming in from potentially Veno and Curve here on the layer. Right behind, he comes and he actually finds
Hey, Veno
Curve.
saws it towards the
It's
truck.
gonna be Muzz who jumps in, and they get the full finish.
Yeah, but still, that's no worries to me. Veno's just taking this
Damn,
time
Muzz's
to
Sphinx.
heal up, quickly
Can
goes
Muzz's
for
Sphinx
his
get a win
outside
here?
zone. Still almost a full chug left, but Higgs is quickly on the chase, gets a good amount of damage
GG's.
until the zone.
Yo, this is a good game from
Higgs taking out
Clicks.
Veno.
Finally woken up from their slumber. From day
Clicks is
one,
playing on a good game.
finally found their form back. 5
And Higgs got
eliminations here, but
the
Rapid
chug.
is still
They're gonna
up,
win
trying to
this.
close the gap. Pig down onto Sphinx, separates him
Just in
from
case
Muzz,
oh my
but you
god,
see he has
and
no
Rapid's
builds
just out here
around the fields
griefing.
in the back of his mind.
You love
He
to see
has
it.
get this elimination,
He's
but
taking out a duel for the
underneath,
team.
Braves takes him down, gets the elimination, and moves
Muzz
on.
going down,
Oh,
or Muzz solo now.
Talking about the slumber.
Oh, gets dropped down, dead.
Down low. Now they're the
Bolts and Acorn are here.
Yeah,
My
Bolts and
goodness.
Acorn.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know they were here.
Yeah, they still have a chance.
I don't know how much higher.
also need the
Yeah,
refresh too, as their
Click is not going to be able to go much higher, bro. Even if they win this game. Like, I thought Acorns and Bolts were dead, at least. I mean, Aegis and Ritual died, which that's good for them.
Clicks goes down.
Wow,
So does
Click's dead.
Higgs.
Jeez.
Bolts is gonna
Good game
win.
out of them, though.
All of a sudden now find themselves in a
Bolts Acorn win.
Dang.
and the shot goes through. And
Woo,
like
holy
that,
shit.
Bolts
Little 7-kill
manages to
win.
do it again
Not
here.
bad at fucking all.
Acorn pop off in the second to last
Next game about to be
game,
lit, dude.
becoming
Next
the
game.
second team
Yo,
to
insert
win
Halo
two
music, bro.
different games this weekend, and in a leaderboard monster in a world that is so stacked and close. This one is surely going to move them one step closer to
Refreshing the
contending
chat.
for another FNCS
After
championship.
game
See,
11,
one last
chat,
game to go.
you have
Let's
Curvin
do it.
Vino on first on 659 points. You have Acorn Bolts on 574 points on second. You have Colden Rapid in third on 568 points. You have Peter Botted Pollo on 565 points. Dude, if Peter Bot and Pollo want any chance of winning this FNCS and coming back, they have to land on Curvin Vino and win the game with the most kills. I mean, they can easily pass Acorn and Bolts, obviously, if they win. And then also, obviously pass Cold and Rapid, but they need to get a win here, bro. And that's the pass Curve and Vino. And then Adris and Ritual are also tied with Peter Bot and Pollo. Wow. Javier minute 7th, Muzz Sphinx in... Or sorry, Javier minute in 6th, Muzz Sphinx in 7th, Visual Braids in 8th. Clicks and Higgs in 9th, bro. They came up one place, damn. I mean, third kill 5. At least they showed some life, man. I don't know. Tyler and Chance in 10th. Not bad. Cole Madden, Recooper, Seek, Taki. Damn, Scaranosa just outside of it. Jargu and Carillion just outside of it. Aviv and Kingeling just outside of it. There's some really good teams that still want to qual here, but I don't know how many of them actually have a genuine chance.
So funny.
Let's see who's fighting for this 10th spot.
Watching all the chaos kind of
Okay, Cole and Madden are fighting for it.
Higgs,
Or sorry, the 13th.
They start to get active. All this stuff's happening. Elim.
I mean, the 13th spot and the 12th spot can great grab by anybody, bro. And even the 11th, bro. I think 11th, 12th, and 13 are not safe, bro. Anybody from like 20th? No, even from like 21st and up can get it.
Incredible stuff.
Honestly, even Noisy and Neo. But, dude, one team is a crazy pop-off game to get up in there. We'll see.
They were alive in that game. All of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, they're chilling.
I don't know, bro.
But now I can only
A
imagine
lot of
how
people are
close
fighting
they
for those
are to
final
putting
land
themselves
spots
back
still,
in the
bro.
competition
It's not
for
just who
the
wins
win.
FNCS, but dude,
Oh my
FNCS
gosh,
is better
that
crazy.
little angle, that little tiny little corner. Was
Damn,
the
Ozzy also got
difference maker.
17K viewers on YouTube, bro.
574 points.
I forgot.
Fortnite fan, we have one game left to go.
One game left.
We're gonna go to a break.
Does
Okay, I need
Curve
a moment
and
to breathe.
Vino get
I
landed
need a
on?
moment to breathe. When we
They're
come
going to.
back, we start setting
Dang.
up because this is the.
Give us a moment to breathe. My goodness.
Go
If
find
Curve and
popcorn,
Vino don't
find a
get
drink,
landed on,
use
I think
the
it's
bathroom.
over.
We'll be right back. Okay, we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
I mean, they have to.
Yeah.
Jeez, Faxy on 38 viewers, bro. Ozzy on 30, bro. Everybody watching Fortnite right now, man. Who wins the Zach?
I mean, it's just.
Holy shit.
I think if they don't get killed off spawn, I think they win. I think it's. They got so many points right now. They're up by a good amount. I'm not gonna lie, 78 eliminations though.
Earlier. Not Bando. Honestly, they were fragging out, but yesterday they just weren't getting the placements, bro. But yeah, they're playing obviously a lot better today, bro. They're actually getting placements and doing good.
78 eliminations through 11 games is crazy. Oh my god,
Vino
I need
and
to
Curve
mute this
definitely getting
section of
ready
the
now.
stream.
But are Vino and Curve gonna be smart and outplay them and then go a different POI? No, I don't think so actually. But honestly, they just gotta land and just box up, bro.
I'm not gonna lie,
The best they can
averaging
do.
as a team 7 eliminations a game for Curve and
Did Buger
Vino.
actually get banned from this?
Yep. Did Burger actually get banned from this? Yes, bro. Burger got banned from this.
There's a bunch of people who did, but they're good now. They're basically gonna be back after this.
Oh my god, Booger. Yeah, Booger got banned though. Not banned, he got disqualified. But they're making it up apparently by giving people second chances. There's about to be a second chance fucking whatever.
That makes no sense.
In a couple days.
So confusing. A second
that's
chance,
just...
whatever, is so confusing.
Honestly, if they make like the people they got like the final spots on NA and EU, and they make it and they make them like, you know what I mean, like obviously like first place spots and like maybe like maybe on NA like 1 through 10 should be safe, and then like, you know what I mean, because it's only gonna be 25 teams in qual, so I guess like the 25 worser teams on what's it called, on each region that qualified are gonna have to play that, bro. If they, I mean, not land at least, because what, it's 75 teams that technically qual or something now? Whatever the fuck it is.
In case you're joining us, welcome. This is the FNCS Grand Finals, no big deal. One of the most important moments.
It's not confusing. I just don't know which teams they're going to do it. I'm assuming they're going to do like the lower, the lower end of the bracket, you know?
So I feel like this whole tournament, Fortnite has pissed people off from both sides. By everything that they've done.
Because
honestly, it's fair though. Yeah, bottom 25 grands and top 25 and second chance. Play land and top.
How many points was first place in EU?
They have
20. So I don't know how many placements are going to be saved. Yeah, bro. Wow.
Vino and Curve have shown today what they do best. Those early eliminations, going into mid-game, making sure that they don't have to worry about Storm Surge, and then controlling
my fucking goodness, bro.
Either chopping people from above or eliminating people down below.
1,700 above is insane.
You know who won?
Again, and you know what?
You know who won? You know what POI won EU, right?
Than never.
What?
Vino showing everyone
where
why
Vino
he is
and
not
Curve
just
are landing.
moving states like we see a lot of these players do in North America.
How many points was first place? How many points did
countries
first place
to
in
claim this
the
as
EU?
his own. Manifesting
I mean, it doesn't
destiny
really
is
matter,
all
but,
about America's
it's
history,
like,
and he's showing
like
why Britain
700.
did it first over here.
First place gets lower on EU. It's like
huge exclamation.
It's like when somebody wins on
NA,
NA, it's just higher for what.
We're in
just because I don't know.
10th place.
Well, obviously, like the lobby's a lot better, so like it's like on EU. People could doubt a little bit more, you know what I mean? And on NA, you have to play more perfect. Because the tier 1s are always going to play a lot better than they would on EU. Because, bro, even like a tier 2 on EU is like a lot closer to tier 1 on EU, if that makes sense.
I thought EU was better, though.
No, that's why EU is better.
That we have ever seen.
Because, bro,
I mean,
they have so many. Okay, basically, I guess just to make it easier for you, bro.
What's even going on? These
there are
guys,
so
every single
much
time
better
we watch
like
the
tier
game,
2 and tier 3
just a
players
highlight
on
reel for
EU,
them.
which make the Grands lobby so much better. Like some of these motherfuckers be competing against the tier 1s, bro. So that's why. How that makes sense to you, but it should. I'm winning Grands. Angel, you are not winning Grands today, bro.
Or, you know, even 3 elims, right? They just have to do what they've been doing all day long, and they will walk away as the winners. Now, we only have a minute and a half. I really quickly just
want to see you, bro.
The top 13.
Holy
right?
cow, this is about to be the last game.
Yes, we are absolutely playing for a first place and an Axe of Champions, right? But we also can't forget top 13 are right now playing for their spot at the summit. 298. Do not forget that number going into this game. 298 is the current cutoff. Seek and Taki are holding that. But guys, we have one game left to go. Let's even just look at Scare and Osid, right? We saw Scare and Osid pop off earlier on, like not even just a few weeks ago. They could try and play for that spot. Look at Jargu as well, right? Even Zyph, though, we saw them get a victory royale. I mean Kelly,
yeah, there's a lot of teams who can play for this spot, bro.
Down to 20,
A
Kelly.
lot of fucking teams that can play for
It's
this
literally
last
like
spot.
42 points that separate
The last
13
few spots,
from
to be
20th
honest.
place, and I'm guessing it's even closer
Bro,
down
Ree-
below, so we could probably get to page
Ree and
3
Cooper are not
teams in
safe,
our
man.
30th place spot. And if they have that pop-off
Generally.
game, and we know that there is a possibility of some teams just kind of sliding by, making it into the top 5 and just grabbing a handful of eliminations, that right there is 90 points and could be the difference.
I'm excited for this last game.
Dusseldorf are not Vivid. This is what NAC is all about. We have so many.
I just wish I didn't have a
names at the
headache.
top. All the teams that we have been talking about are finally showing up
Okay.
right now, and this is the final
Okay.
game.
It's crazy. I mean, there's so much stuff going on that leaderboard, so much we could break down. But there's only one way to find out who's going to walk away. Not
You gotta
only
watch
Always
out
be
for this
having
one, bro.
headaches.
who's going to get second, who's going to get third, who's
Always be
gonna
having
qualify
headaches.
to the
What do
LAN
you
event.
mean, man?
And that's just to play the games.
He does always have headaches.
Vivid, the last game of the
haven't
day
had a
right
headache
now.
I'm very
in a
stuck.
while.
How you been, bro?
Fortnite lock in every single thing.
It's been a year
that
since
these
he was here,
players
huh?
do. Whether they
Yeah, Adventure Star
get
could
an
be on the
elim
Minecraft
or
server.
get eliminated, this is
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna
last
kill him, steal his
game
loot.
to make
Good bro.
I've been someone let us
possible
take all of Adventure Stock's
possible.
loot, bro.
For the last
Right?
time today, MDF, Jacob PR.
Can I
There's
not?
a lot of
Can I
people on the
admin
Minecraft
abuse?
server right now.
Honestly, Monster, I've never seen so many storylines.
I haven't played that shit in, like,
the leaderboard so far.
a week.
Herb could win his first
There's
FNCS
always people
champion.
on.
Benno could win 2 titles on the
Claims
hardest
exists
regions with the
BTW.
You already had plays,
UNA
Zach.
as 4th overall.
You lock
Acorn
in.
win another major one.
Claims
Bold
exist.
to be a
Bro's
West
op.
and
He can just go
Central
past your
champion.
claims.
Bold back on top. Rapid wins his first. I can keep going.
I did. I
all
stole something
day,
from
but
his
it
chest.
just
He never
goes to
even
show
noticed.
the
Yeah, there are
stories
hella
endless
people on
today.
right
I'm
now.
kidding, by
This
the
one
way. I
makes
did not do
NA
that.
one of the
I
best
saw that his
regions
claim
to
was next
watch.
to us, though.
It's what is really the pinnacle.
Oh,
of
shit.
I think I've
what
seen, like, a few
Fortnite's
diamond
all
here, Chaz,
about,
though.
and we, of course,
Are there
have
hella
the
people on right
privilege
now?
of calling
Yeah,
all
Rubber's
the action
streaming
here.
Minecraft
You've
right
been
now,
watching
that's
go
fine.
down. Let's see if luck is on their side.
W.
Coming into a game 12 of honestly the most recent
Where's my Halo
FNCS
music at,
is
bro?
almost a year now. People
Cue the
always
Halo
have
theme.
that same conversation. Who will land on first place?
I don't
And
live too
right
far away
now,
from spawn.
it
I just
looks
finished
like we
my
have
base,
a
but yet all the
interesting
other guys did all the
situation
hard work
breaking
for me.
down. Peter Bot and Boyo
This is the
look to
last
be
game.
Herb.
and Benno,
Yeah,
but
this is the
Herb
last
and
game.
Benno already seen that one coming. They leave, they go to Squibbly Shores, and they get another early game elimination.
Rand's line is Squibbly.
Zeke said it, Monster. Eventually, this
Peter
will
Bot,
become
I think-
mathematically
Peter Bot went
impossible
his
for
POI,
anybody
didn't he?
outside
They
of Herb and Benno to
swapped.
win.
They swap
All
POIs.
this is gonna
That's
happen.
funny.
I knew that Veno was someone that Peterbot and Pollo like respect at such a competitive level. They would be willing to contest them. They would be willing to try to throw their tournament off. But Veno is one of the smartest players we've ever had.
Oh my
and
God.
we will see it from a
They're
mile
coming,
away.
though.
So
Over.
Even now, them just
They
being
can't catch
smart,
up, though.
it's just
They're
a safety
leaving.
strat. It's to say, hey,
They're
who
fucking
wants to
out.
battle us? Come bring it.
That's
We're not afraid to mix it up.
insane.
We're not afraid to stay dynamic here in the last game.
That's crazy.
Like Peter Bot and Pollo going into this game, though, with that elimination, of course, with Veno and Curve, they are 98 points
Oh
away
my
from
God.
an FNCS champion, and that's only
Chat,
playing
the
catch up
final
to Curve and
game.
Veno. They still
Did
got
they just
some
re-switch
Peter
again?
Bot-
in their path if they're looking to take it. They probably noticed
I don't know
that
where
Curve
Veno
and
goes,
Veno
but maybe he
weren't
goes
at
back.
the
Dude, if
battle.
Veno
They
somehow,
maybe turn around. They
if
actually
Veno
what's
landed
going
at Peter
on.
Bot's
Maybe they
POI,
think this is
then
them,
goes
but
back to his
Raven
own
and
POI, he's
CDC,
actually the
a whole
most,
nother
like,
team that gives
I
it
think
a
they
shot
did.
here for Curve and Veno
Both of
to
them
gone
just
over, possibly
swapped
engaged,
again.
possibly disengaged. The choice is definitely theirs, especially since it's taken a little bit longer than we'd
Ooh.
hoped. Peter Bot lands a shot, but Pollo goes down. Raven is escaping back inside of the building. That puts Peter Bot in a 1v2.
Oh no, and the finish comes through as well. And that is not the way you want this to start going.
Bro,
Right here.
Peter Bot, no.
You need so many more points. You cannot afford to be get set this far behind. Peter Bot, though, in a world of trouble here. Plenty of enemy builds. He's gonna
Peter
have to
Bot's
back
in
off. Shot
big
to the wall as
trouble.
well.
So-
This is, of course,
This is
Raven
so
and
crazy. Oh my
CDC's
God.
one chance to go in and pounce on him. Peter Bot's back in the mix here, fully healthy. Misses an important shot here, and things are looking pretty south now for him.
Yeah, Curve and Veno are just getting kills, bro.
Oh my gosh.
They're back. Oh, they're back at the POI. They're back at the POI. They just put Electro. Electro lives there.
From Peter Bot.
That's
He has the mini
funny.
still there.
Peter Bot's dead, bro.
Of build. CDZ and Raven really don't have no
Not
material
quite yet.
down
He's
low.
about to
They
be,
cannot
though.
Fight upward, so he has to drop down low.
I
Peter
don't
Bot
know. He's
again
committed to
trying
this
to take the
fight.
fight to them as
He has to pull a
CDZ
crazy
gets
clutch.
I mean,
less than 50 HP.
Wait, he got
A
this.
third
Oh my God, hold on.
coming in Monster. A third party from the east, from Dark Dominion.
They're all one
looks to
shot.
interrupt
He's
this
also
play.
one shot though.
Third party, though.
Be surprised if it's you know who.
Wow, it's over.
Give it a second here. Ravens
Golden Rapid are coming in.
too passive now. They had an opportunity.
Oh my God.
Peterbot's sneaking out though. Oh my gosh.
And Cold show up, and they are cleaning up house.
Bro, Peterbot's just barely gonna escape.
Even shooting the down body.
Oh, I don't know though. They're looking for him.
Look at this. They are hunting.
They are looking for him.
Peterbot, who's now hiding inside of the factory. Just unprecedented type of end game right now. You never see this level of clash go down here. Definitely not for the likes of Peterbot. He's
Holy
the one
fucking
hunting.
shit, chat.
Dude,
what are we watching?
This is crazy.
Did go down, so they immediately left their drop spot to beeline it on over. This is a team that's on their tail. Cold is in third place. You see it there.
Rapid saw him.
In fourth
No, he didn't.
Place.
Oh my gosh.
What
Dude,
the heck?
that was the Peterbot just stuck that shit.
If you're looking to go on the chase,
No, yeah, they're out of it. They're out of it. They left.
Their drop spot at Battlewood. They left.
Okay, so it's a live.
Bro, and they're getting kills already. Like, bro, Curve is.
They don't want
It's
to
over.
win after game 12, Monster. They want to win during this game so they could take a much-needed victory lap.
Well, this is crazy. You know, if you just allow them to continue to get elims like this, which they have done extremely successfully, way more successfully than any other team here on the weekend.
This is a Veno win, bro.
Too far ahead. We would be
this is a fucking Veno win, dude.
Of Cold and Rapid.
That's crazy.
10, 15
Hold on, they're getting keyed here.
Royale.
Oh, they're not getting keyed, but
give this a second
there's
now.
a team pulling up, bro.
From one team wipe onto another.
Okay, they're getting shot at now.
Trying to fight the fired up Veno and Curve here. Meanwhile, Curve has been live.
The fucking victory lap out of fucking.
Do not sleep.
Oh my God, Curve with another big 100 pump.
Nothing like we've ever seen before.
Peterbot's in a fight. Peterbot goes down. They finally found Peterbot.
Peterbot's out.
In fourth place.
Peterbot's fucking out, bro.
And Ritual could only get worse from there, but Veno takes a big shot, but he is not backing down. Ishu gets
Peterbot does not
eliminated.
care about a
Siphon
second, though.
comes in. Much needed builds get replenished by Veno. Curve not slowing down, trying to alleviate the
you're not
pressure.
wrong. He just won. He qualified. He's like, whatever.
Elimination one as well. 5 elims.
Not whatever. He definitely wanted the win.
Yeah, well, he went for the win, and then the win was impossible.
At its finest in Major 1 on NA Central.
Looking so
damn.
good for them right now.
I'm watching Ozzy. He said,
right
yeah.
too,
Dude, Curve's best placement before this was
what
nice.
is going on here?
That is.
Already at
I don't even know, bro.
well. So Rapid and Cold are playing.
Ooh, Curve improvement is crazy,
you gotta
bro.
give them credit right here. We know what the task.
What place you had him
fucking
getting
future, bro.
on your board that you
And
made?
it really does feel like the impossible.
I had them up there.
Asking them to pop
I had
off
them
right now and go
not
into
that
the
high, but like I
upper
had them high.
Double-digit elimination
I had them fourth.
territory and
I had Curve and Veno
potentially win
fourth.
the game. Because for them, it's about the championship.
I had Cold and
victory.
Rapid third. I had Pollo and
Jumping
Peterbot
over for Brilliant
second, and then
Jarvis
you know
now
what
playing a
first.
little bit of the storm fight right here. Keeping us busy right now.
Hey, listen, first, it was biased. It was for the love of the game. It was for everything, bro.
First. Oh, Veno's down. Veno is down, but Curve saves the day. What are we witnessing? This is a montage performance. I don't want to call
6
it too
fucking
soon,
kills.
Monster, but this
Brother,
is
are they just gonna battle win with
beginning
20
to
bomb?
look
Like, are they just gonna go off on a 20 bomb?
They're going for a 20 bomb.
The writing's on the
Like,
wall.
who are they
You
feeling
just
like, bro?
have to read it, brother. All right, it's whenever you're ready, just let us know. They're at 6 eliminations now. Acorn and Bolts, a little cheeky here though, trying to see if anyone's willing to kind of sneak on by to find a couple elims right now.
Yeah, what the fuck are Acorn and Bolt doing? They're like,
Yeah, they're nowhere near anybody.
Off to the races right now.
Okay, no,
A
I'm sorry,
100-point gap separating them
Like the Cold
from
Rapid have
rest of the
kills.
competition. And then you have so many other teams trying to fight
You know,
for
trying
a
to switch?
land spot to the
He's trying to
global
some
summit.
shit.
It's right around the corner. Who is going to be in Germany? Only the top 13 will make it.
Yeah,
Back-to-back
as it
Boulevard
stands
wins,
right
bro.
Now, in order for Cold and Rapid to win the tournament, this is as it stands right now. They need Curve and Veno to go down outside of top 25 with not a single elimination more. And then they need to win the game with 10 or so eliminations in the double digits. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
going to
not
show how much of a runaway this
Well,
is
damn, bro.
turning into. And that's where you see a lot of lurks going down.
Hello,
It's
music
not
off,
only
chat.
battle for first. If you look at Tyler
They
and
tried,
Chance here,
bro.
391 points on the overall leaderboard. They're in 10th place.
Ooh.
If they go down early, they can kiss their summit spot goodbye.
Definitely be
Nah,
really
Peterbot
close
died.
for them. They'll be holding on to a thin margin. Taki and Seek on the other side. Same can be said for these teams here. 208 points earned on the tournament day. So you are seeing moments of greatness here coming out. Some of our competitors here on the 2-day format.
Not gonna make a quick, clean glide here. They're just trying to dodge all the noise down below, having to worry about surge, having to worry about others rotating in your path. Be a good plan for Seek and Taki. 13th place. They just need to hold on to their current spot on that leaderboard. Clicks and Eggs, though, a moment ago, did see them in the feed. They picked up at least one more elimination here. They, too, have a little bit more of a cushion than some of the other counterparts. 430 points in 9th place. They just need to make sure to finish strong. It's more of a confidence thing than anything else, I feel like, at this point.
Yeah, gotta find their groove, but again, you've made it this far. They had such exceptional moments of greatness, but in the end, everything has to come together.
Yeah, Clicks is qualified, bro. He's more than fine.
The curves, the colds, those types of performances that we've seen. It's tough to ask. All things have to come together. Cooper and Rito, they're still fighting for their qualification seat. They're not fully safe just yet. Not at least how I feel. Let's take a look at the standings here. This is gonna put them at 12th place there, Jacob. So close.
Well, Venom Curve did. 10th they want to fucking just what they did today, bro.
And then about a 44 or so point gap between
Today's
them
been insane.
outside of the bubble, which means anything could be possible. If they go down, let's just say 15th place, and anybody else kind of is able to secure a top 8 or better, they can certainly overtake them on the leaderboard. But
Threats Veer, bro.
Definitely so
they still need a land spot.
Here as the tournament continues.
They're out here gonna fight for a land spot. Let's see what they do.
Started inside of the bubble on the day, shortly fell out of it and was trying to work their way back. Aviv and King, another similarity here. 17th place coming into this.
What is Acorn? I don't know what Acorn and Bolts are going for, bro. They just want a second. They don't care. They're like, ah, fuck it.
I mean, let's be real. It's pretty impossible to get first.
Puts them on the line outside of that bubble around 14th place.
Like they already have, like they have so many kills already this game. The team that's in first.
Yeah,
like,
Acorn's not a crazy fighter like that to like want to take all spawn fights.
Like they need to get 10 kills and like 10 plus kills and the victory, and for the first place team to get taken out.
That's also why Peterbot got uncon Ola Chapter 5, by the way. Cold. So was Cold and Acorn. Acorn was IGLing, bro. Without any practice or anything, they go and land on Peterbot in finals, right? In one of like the divisional finals, basically. And bro, they got 6-0'd because they didn't practice or anything, and then they made Peterbot basically look like fucking just yeah.
This is going to be an interesting.
I was sitting scared. I was still trying to qual here, chat. So there's a lot of storylines here, man.
Like day one,
I was sitting scared. Need to qual. They're a little bit outside of it.
Zone surge, sometimes even earlier because I was.
Rita Cooper need to stay in qual.
We were getting 5th zone, maybe 6th zone surge. There's only 60 players up. There's only 30 teams left in this lobby right now in the 4th zone. So it's rather thinned out, moving at a much more accelerated pace. So you have to be careful on some of these rotations. So instead of being able to rotate, stack with a bunch of other teams, hoping they choose them instead of you, now some of these rotations would be a little bit more bare, with you and maybe 1 or 2 other teams being the only one rotating in that direction.
I mean, when you have Cold, Rapid, Acorn, Bolts, Irvin, Veno looking for elims, right? Trying
76 points too, Tony.
Push the gap, close the gap, like.
When it says 76 points, by the way, that's points from today, not overall.
And then everyone else, of course, trying to fight for their qualification spot.
All their points are just from today.
Look at this though, Veno Curve.
So when you look at Curve and fucking Veno's points, bro, look
dude, 457 just from today is insane.
The storm for a little bit.
Domination, bro.
Each have 3 kills, by the way.
They have no reason to really put themselves in any danger here.
None at all, especially with
I mean, they just need to live. They just won. They won.
Like essentially ride the shoreline, whether they try to make a little shortcut in, go on top of the mountains, they can go all the way towards the south. They do got one zone though that they really have to worry about. So going from zone 4 to zone 5, it moves
Fortnite really made up on their shit, bro.
From zone 5 to zone 6.
I can't believe they're giving people actually another chance.
Fire
though.
Even though they do have a lot of time on their side, they don't want.
That's on them though. They gotta pay all the extra fucking
into zones. So you can
all the extra plane tickets now, bro.
On your left side, that's so many other teams.
So what? They provide you what, like a hotel and a plane ticket to go to the lands?
definitely. They're moving really quickly. Wagers and Sleepsy, though. Look at this. A little bit of
Food
high
too,
ground
I
position
guess.
right here. Still, though,
Which ain't
no
bad.
surge warnings in sight. This
Well, that's
lobby
probably
is
whatever
so
food they
fast right now as the lobby's
that's at the
opening out.
place where they're
And this is a pretty
at the arena,
congested
right?
north
Yeah.
side of the Battlewood Boulevard, so
But it's like,
kind of a new site for us, if you will.
But I mean, the fact that they're going to land,
During
you
spec,
making a
everything
land,
is
you're
like-
still getting a lot of money.
Boasted and scared though. It's fully finished right here. One of our bubble
It
teams
honestly
out
is fair though,
Kansas
bro.
City.
And I actually like this.
This is-
I feel like all lanes should be like this though, bro.
And actually, it was wagers from
So
on
it's like,
top.
because OCT,
It was
bro,
in
it's like, you know,
Kentucky, but they're right next to
the only teams that should be safe on small region teams should be first place, bro. Outside of first, they should have to fight for their spots.
Same though.
So I like that, you know.
13th place scaring OSID.
I actually, I think it'd be cool. They just did like a land where it's like, they just have two lobbies, and the top from each lobby move on to day 2. That'd be cool.
Contrapt's gonna fall, and already one less team to worry about here. 55 players left
Oh,
in this
yeah,
game, so there's only one solo running around, and that's gonna be OSID.
Gotta do what he gotta do though. It's really close.
Ooh,
It's
those
so
guys
far
are-
now. It's all gonna come down to, can you earn your way towards the positioning placement points there? Still see Reed and Cooper up in the distance. Agers and Ritual here sitting pretty. Box open, eyes on.
Dang, yeah, there's a lot less people in this lobby than there has been in the last few.
Oh, look at this zone though. Full
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with
support.
you, this game's
Is
dead.
gonna be
Yeah, 54
Genuinely dead.
players.
My goodness, bro.
Far around the outskirts.
I mean, everybody knows what the FNCS champion is, bro. I mean, it is honestly good for people that are still trying to go for land, though.
Not necessarily.
I actually don't know why it's so dead.
Does turn on. 14 players do need to go down.
I guess all the
to see where they stand.
all the teams that just
400
I
above
don't
the
even
damage
know.
threshold. Since they're right next to the zone monster, they don't have to do much movement at all. Just kind of focus on getting that damage while not receiving much. Acorn and Bolts try to land some shots onto Npen and Jack in the distance, inadvertently kind of alleviating some of the pressure. Npen and Jack could have looked to get aggressive. Acorn and Bolts 132 above the damage threshold. They sit in 3rd place on the leaderboard, a mere 6 points out of 2nd. Huge chunk of money differential. And I was talking about Bolts. If somehow, some way, a miracle can happen, Acorn and Bolts keeps the major.
Yeah,
one
look at the,
match
it's
over
100-point
Bolts.
difference pretty
Another
much right
player on
now.
I want to hear
short
Peter
list
Butts'
of
reaction to
2
that.
region champions. I know Veno is
But
certainly
he
in
kept pretty
line
much
becoming another player on
plus,
that list in 2 of the hardest
Get it 100
regions
points?
in Fortnite.
Nah, it was
and
like
NA Central and EU.
98, I think, or
Definitely.
97.
Looking to make history here and
No,
now.
you both had
80.
80.
No, it's
83
80
was-
to 83.
Sitting pretty strong right now, guys. 340 damage above. Safe in the zone. Plenty to work with right now. That's the type of position you want to see.
Yeah, Curve.
If they're
Oh, yeah,
Curve
yeah,
and
yeah,
Vino.
right.
See Kentucky on the other side. Same can be said for them. Still have a couple shockwaves to work with. Not too many to make it towards endgame, but hey, enough to at least stay in the race here for quite some time. It's all going to come down to a refresh for See Kentucky, though. See if they get time to rotate. Looking at who's positioned up, though. Clicks and Higgs trying to end this one with the splash. Already you can see
Dude,
the
most of these
poison up for
people,
that high ground here.
they live together, right?
You should, David.
Still, no matter what's been going
Hmm.
good or
I hope.
bad in some of these games, they're
Like
just
the
continuing
big
to work
name, like,
teams. You know,
teams.
if they make it this far into the game,
Yeah, like
they're
some
going
folks
to
live together.
for that high
But they live with like their friends and
King
shit,
and
though.
Habib, just
Mm.
outside of that bubble, sees 2
It's not
teams
always their
with a little bit of
duos.
scuffle going on. They try to land some shots before they go ahead and make their way on over. They're just trying to pressure them so that way they don't make any peaks, makes the rotation that much safer. That was Reed Cooper in that distance. They're 190.
Like, I'm pretty sure
above the
Cooper
damage
is from
threshold.
Dallas.
Inside of that qualification ring, they just need to be able
So,
to hold on
I don't know if he
here,
still lives with his
especially more
parents
so
or if he
now
actually
with
moved out,
Javi and
though.
Diminish looking to walk him down.
Really close now to earning some positioning points here as well. 28 teams still standing. Curve finds Kingling there in the feed. Veno super hit up. Off the rotate here.
I feel like the thing is with Clicks, whoever his teammate is,
And
just
Curve
always be with him.
Finding his moment, finding his footing now. These last couple games, I mean, it's been the Veno show, but Curve has stepped up when it mattered most.
What'd he say?
Even in this
It's
game,
like, I feel like
clutching
Clicks'
elim after
teammates
elim
always
now,
like lived with him for the most
finding
part.
the follow-up and the refresh that they need to
No, you
succeed
don't.
here.
They never live with him. What?
Clicks and Higgs, though,
Don't Clicks and Higgs live
just want to
together?
do what they can do best.
No.
Pretty sure they
Higgs has
do.
his own. Higgs has his own like
for a team in second
his
place
own
below the
apartment.
damage threshold. Boats
It's like in the same. I don't know if it's like his own penthouse or what, but like whatever it is, it's like in the same area that Clicks lives in though, the same building I'm in. But they live separately.
Like Clicks just lives in like the richest apart place in like Dallas.
Getting this information is going to be vital, but Muzz gets the down on to
It's probably where like all the NBA players live. They live,
even gets the clean up here.
like
High ground changing hands, but it's not Muzz and Sphinx. Right now it looks like a Vive. It looks like Curve and Benno are all fighting for it.
The person that was living with, well, not living with Clicks, but he was staying with Clicks. Booga was for a little bit when he started moving, but now he got his own place too.
Higgs on the left side clutches up a nice little Elam for himself. That's gonna drop G Monster and send him back to the lobby. He might not have enough to make it to land. Meanwhile, high ground is solidified.
Dang, there goes Clicks and Higgs.
Wiped out this sky, hanging up for a little too long. Acorn and Bolts fighting for second at this point.
They were storming.
Mozu like just go Clicks in the call, bro.
This is the moment right here. As soon as they get into the top 15, I almost think it's a wrap.
Do you think Clicks goes live today? Probably not, right?
I'm not sure he secured enough points before finally going.
He may be off for a few days.
Up above, Reed and Cooper sacrificing the HP, staying outside of the zones. That way they can fizz, they can shockwave, and hopefully get to the front side. But they're just taking so much damage. They don't have the heals to get up to full HP and shield anymore.
Muzz and Sphinx still putting pressure from up top. Cooper trying to stay
Ray and
alive,
Cooper still need this, bro.
Fighting their way towards a qualification, and teams are dropping.
He's got to get a little bit of placement
points. You
points.
can even realize we're already up into the top 17 now. Curve and Venno are not
Bro,
stopping,
they have
though.
8
Another
kills.
It's a Minish and Hobby, a top 5 performance.
Yeah, you want a victory lap is, bro?
The standings coming into this.
What's going on
It's
right now?
Curve and Venno who are fighting for the championship win now.
Ooh.
And look at this, Jacob. I mean, they are breaking away with a huge lead.
Yep, and even when it looks like it's bleak, Benno gets
Acorn
down.
down.
Sliver of HP. They're surviving. Bolt's trying to do the same thing. 5 HP, loses Acorn though, so we need another big solo clutch performance.
Yeah,
Bolt's
is really low too.
Benno all along the way, but he's able to slip past them. As
oh my
gosh! Another elimination before Benno finally goes down. Curve is out of builds here, trying to use the shock to splash to keep himself as full of HP as possible. Even finding a fizz to utilize here on the side. Curve, I think, has done enough.
Ooh, Curve takes out Cooper. And Curve goes down. It doesn't matter.
Major 1 champions.
They've done it. They've done enough to be up at the top, to sit on the throne now.
Yeah, they got 500 points on day 2, bro. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
First time ever gets to taste that victory here. But for now, Muzz and Sphinx are trying to find their victory lap. This is all battle for money. This is all battles for seats at the LAN event where the story will continue.
Jargu needs this. Jargu needs this game here. They were 15th place to start it all, and now he's the only solo left in this game. The 2 teams that are left alive, Monster, both of them already have their spot secured. So this is everything for Jargu.
Oh, he just got.
He gets tagged up left and right, down in 3rd place. Did he do enough to qualify for Dusseldorf?
Well, it's going to be really close for now, though. The action's on.
Damn.
Ooh, Muzz is going crazy.
They're saying rates out of qual, bro.
And he does it
in
the end. And that's going to be
Muzz is just on the stream talking about himself. He's like, oh my god, I'm crazy right now.
That was more than just a wonderful way. Curve and Venno's complete and utter domination of a region. Congratulations.
Like, dude, today, like, the beginning of the game is very exciting, then it's like,
and Benno, probably the
most so hyped, bro.
FNCS title.
Damn, bro.
Whole nother region. Muzz and Sphinx win that game, but see Kelly and Vivid, we have
Muzz and Sphinx with a game 12 win.
Let's go, Muzz!
Damn.
Let's go, Muzz! That's right, baby. Let's go.
Sorry, I had to get that out of the way. Sorry. Anyway, first off, really quickly, MDF, Jacob, thank you guys so much for the cast. Fantastic day.
Dang.
As they called out, it is true. Venno and Curve are your champions in NAC. A 4th title for Venno. And
alrighty, I think I'm gonna get off for a bit and get back on
Kelly,
later.
Vivid, you know,
you're gonna get back on for real?
Vivid called this out right
hopefully.
they came in today 10th place, and I think For most
Come on,
people,
Zach, lock in,
you
bro.
probably look at the standings at that point.
Alright,
You're like,
well,
okay, yeah, like maybe they're probably not gonna get a
well,
fourth.
I'm gonna
like,
go
Yeah.
top
take a little
five
break.
or something. But
That's
Kelly,
why I see you later, bro.
Benno turned
Yep,
it
hopefully.
on, and there was just game
Don't call.
after game where he solo clutching,
Alright, chat.
getting, you know, at one point a second place with
I'm outta here.
11 elims, a second place with like 7 elims. He's just firing on all cylinders, and no one can stop him. No one. And on
Peace,
the back of this carry right now,
1 second.
now we're looking at Benno and Curve being FNCS champions.
I mean, you're saying no one can stop them, but we saw at the start of this game that a few players did try to stop the run of Curve and Benno. They tried, but they failed because Curve and Benno were prepared. They were aware because Benno, he's not just an incredible fragger, he's also incredibly